Hey guys, we're back again.
Hello.
Day 2, we've got England versus South Africa.
South Africa, we do. It is time to go. The pairings have been done. The boys are all setting up.
Yep.
Very exciting round.
I hope you enjoyed the interview role in the beginning.
Yeah.
My brother did an amazing job recording stuff.
Jacob's incredible.
We're going to have more coming. We're going to have coaches. We're going to have Tom. We're going to have... If we're going to find a ref that's not going to tell us to sort off because they're busy, we're going to get them on. We're gonna get other teams potentially if they're not too busy. So yeah, it's just something in between the rounds. So we don't get
nice
too
in the
bored.
morning, isn't it? Once we've got all the
when
other
you
things
get tired
going together.
To us, just listen to the players for a little bit. But yeah, it's exciting. We've got Vic on the stream. Vic obviously very used to the camera. He's been on the stream plenty of times. He has a podcast. And generally an experienced player. Second year on Team England, I think.
This is his second year, yeah.
T-Sons again.
He's obviously been one of the top players in the English game for several years now.
Got the same matchup as last round, which he 20-0'd. So we will see how this one goes.
Very interesting. Thousand Suns into World Eaters.
World Eaters, it's the polar opposites, right?
Yeah.
Zinch hates Corn.
They really
and they're
do.
going to clash. So
and
it's like
Primarchs,
a perfect matchup.
Both so dangerous, but in totally different ways.
And at the highest level of the competition as well at WTC, we'll see how it goes.
Spicy, yeah.
They're playing Tipping Point. So
they are.
It normally is very far away from each other, but because of the tipping point, like a staggered deployment, there is a pretty short line in the middle.
Quite interesting, especially playing into a combat army with something like T-Suns. There's some quite aggressive kind of deployments that are possible there.
And I believe there is a Fog of War as well, giving some
Yeah,
cover.
you can't use core strats in the first round.
Yes, there we go. That's what it is. So, you don't have to look at us anymore. We've got something cool for you. You can actually have a look at the list, which is probably the more interesting bit, right?
Let's have a look.
Let's see what we've got.
Alrighty.
So, let's start with Vec. Code of Magic, which is the standard Index Thousand Suns one. He's got Ahriman, so not everyone runs Ahriman. Ahriman disables saves, right? That's the big thing.
So he gives you a once per game free Cabal, and obviously the saves one is so expensive that it's usually that one that you use.
Yeah, he's like, I'll do this for free.
Yeah, but it can be a free Doombolt as well. I think his value's later in the game. You know, once you've lost stuff, it's really nice to have a free Cabal because you've started to run out of points. Yep. That's his primary use. Also, he does generate more Cabal than some of the other characters as well.
And if you look at the list, it's it looks pretty odd, right? It's character, and things.
Yeah, I mean, these T-Suns lists are so top-heavy, aren't they? Like, because of the way that the army's designed at the moment, you just want a ton of characters. Absolutely tons of characters, because that's where you get all your Cabal from.
It just packs a punch, You've got Cabals, you've got damage.
Yeah, we've seen it in the last few weeks since the WTC list went up, but I think the two best characters in that index are the Exalted Sorcerer on disc and the Infernal Master. So Vic has 6 once you add them all together. And he's stacked all his enhancements on the Infernal Masters. He's got offense with the Teleporting Crystal. He's got a double tapping Cabal ability in one of the units, and he's got Arcane Vortex on another squad. So these are really dangerous units. And the Exalted Sorcerers zip about, helping you get lines of sight, slowing things down, generally being a pest. So loads and loads of characters, and that gives him a big, healthy whack of Cabal points. And of course, leading them is Magnus the Red, the Big Daddy himself, giving you all the Cabal you could possibly want, and just being a massive beat stick at range and in combat, incredibly quick, incredibly dangerous.
Just to say, there's 4 squads of Rubric Marines. It's just I have an automated thing that gives me a summary of the list, and it cut out 3 squads of Rubrics.
Oh no!
Because I just got it done. But so there's. Because I was like, there's no way there's only squad of Rubrics. There's 4 squads of Rubrics.
4 squads of Rubrics.
Because Infernal Masters and
Ahriman. That's who they'll be with.
Somewhere.
Yeah, exactly that. So the Exalted Sorcerers like to play solo in these lists. So yeah, 4 squads of Rubrics, and that kid is why AI isn't taking over the world just yet.
Not yet. It was having issues. By the way, Pastebin went down, so the lists are not updated yet in the bot, so you can see them. You can see them on here.
Yep.
Pastebin is just down. If you go in, it says wrong destination. It's just white page gone.
Okay.
And as soon as the bug will update it, I'll let you know in the chat.
Yeah, we'll get that sorted.
So T-Suns, nothing new really. It's just the only different thing is the Ahriman.
Yeah.
But it's one of the variations that you generally see on the table. It's like I'll just kill you quicker.
You notice he's on foot, right? So he's trying to save some points there. Have him on foot, just running around with Rubrics.
He just about fit in, because obviously you want them cultists and Zangers to play the mission. You need some units to do that.
And then the only other real flex in these lists is what extras you take, right? So he's got 1 Mutalith Vortex Beast. We've seen actually some lists running loads of these at WTC. Vic's only got the 1. But then he's got some cultists for scout moving and getting in the face early, and he's also got the Zangor enlightened. He's got 3 squads of those. And a little while ago, you'd have had more cultists, and I think because the T-Suns lost the ability to double move, cultists become less useful because you can't shove them miles up the board in front of people and block with them in the same way now, whereas the disc guys are quicker.
Yes.
So I think the rationale, and they've got a reactive move as well, and they're also really cheap, so I think the rationale there is that the Enlightens give you a lot of different options there. Louis in the chat says, seems like a super elite T-Suns list. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, you've got
you have to play these lists so well because you're so light on assets. Like, we talked about this in all the games so far. Like some matchups are really determined by asset loss and what you can actually apply. And there is no flex in a T-Suns list like this. You have to use everything really, really well at the right moments in the game, or you collapse like a flan in a cupboard.
And we know how T-Suns play. They will just try to get an angle and get a massive turn of killing stuff. Basically, Thousand Suns gonna run at them. Yep. You're gonna get an angle and kill the first wave, and the question is the second wave gonna get to you and kill enough to not get tabled, right?
Exactly.
It's like the Blood Angels versus Necrons we had in War Masters.
Yeah, very much
I feel that's pretty much the vibe I'm getting here. But on to the World Eaters list. Angron, inevitable. You need Angron in the World Eaters list.
Oh, he's so dangerous, isn't he? So
coming
dangerous.
back, if he comes back, it's insane.
Yeah, and it makes it really difficult to project scores into World Eaters because you don't know. Like, if he's going to come back, he can flip a huge amount of points in a game. So I think World Eaters players and teams really like it because it makes them unpredictable.
Ideally, throw him in early, kill something, die, come back, throw him in, kill something, and just rotate that.
He just wants to die over and over again.
It's a bit harder now with the nerf to the reroll, but it's still
not as easy to get him back, but still so powerful.
And then we've got Lord Avocado, right?
Lord Avocado.
That's legally what it's called.
Handing out that scout move.
Yeah, I can only give out scout move to the units he's not joined to. That's important.
That's right. Yep.
Because some people do get that wrong. I'm one of them, probably. Jackals to play the mission.
Just
nothing
mission
new
playing
there.
chaff.
So we got 130 points. I'll throw in 2 scouts of Jackals. They quit. They quit. They hit quite hard.
Oh yeah.
So they're not no pushovers. But equally they will die very quickly once they get shot at.
Yes.
8-bound. Exalted 8-bound, Exalted 8-bound.
Yep.
Nothing new there. Although
big heavy hitters.
Although I've seen a lot of lists when you just run 6 squads of 8-bound.
Yes.
And this one has 2 Forge Fiends.
Yeah. So let's talk about the Forge Fiends. World Eaters Forge Fiends, if they shoot you, they force a battle shock test. If you think about the problems World Eaters have out there in the game right now, Blood Angels is a big one. Other kinds of melee matchups. This gives you a way of shutting down things like Fight on Death because you shoot a couple of Forge Fiends, you shut off, or you can shut off the stratagems by making them take battle shock tests, and that can be really useful, I think, for the World Eaters in navigating their way through combat matchups. So that's why we've seen these doing well,
and they do decent damage on their own.
Yeah, exactly. And what they've replaced really in World Eaters list is the old Berserkers, the Master Executions, Rhino. That's where the points have come from, right? They've stopped taking those because they don't do as much anymore. And they've gone, let's just have a little bit of backfield presence, screening, shooting that also can help me get through some combat matchups. You've got to get that balance right. You don't want to go too hard into guns in World Eaters, but it gives you a little trick you didn't otherwise have that might help you get around things. And it is worth shouting out the Exalted 8-bound in this matchup because they can trap things in combat. I've played against this with Thousand Suns. If that trap goes off in the wrong place at the wrong time, it can be absolutely fatal for Thousand Suns. So the Exalted 8-bound have a big role to play in this game if the World Eaters are going to get a big result. It's absolutely essential that they manage to pin something, trap it, and start shutting off some of that Thousand Suns shooting. Geek of all trades in the chat says, I hope Angron makes contact with Magnus and we see an epic Primarch fight.
Yes, that's what
if I wasn't supporting England, I'd hope for that as well. but we really shouldn't be laying Angron anywhere near Magnus. If Angron gets in, that's huge for the World Eaters.
From experience, realistically, what's going to happen... what's going to happen is Angron's going to come out, kill something, Magnus is going to poke out and just shoot everything into him and kill him. There we go, sorry. I've got mixed up buttons to meeting microphones.
That's okay.
So because we had them reversed yesterday, so I'm just still running off memory. But yeah, let's...
Wonderful.
Let's see...
I'll just field a few questions in the chat before we crack on. So we've got... What were England's scores yesterday from 20? Phoenix, I think it was 126.
134. Oh, no, 126 to 34.
Yeah, so a big win, and slightly over what was hoped for and expected, so that was awesome, really cool to see. I'm glad you enjoyed the interviews, Laser Guns. We're going to make even more stuff. People asking about Paddington Bear. Well, he's a very British dude, isn't he, Paddington Bear? And I was like, I need a little mascot for the stream, so I grabbed a Paddington Bear on my way out.
I'm Polish. I just came over stream 40k. I live in England, but I don't know the reference either.
You see, so he's a little. Well, it's a story about a little bear who comes from Peru to live in England, and it becomes a little sort of British icon in the UK. So it's a lovely story. I thought it'd be nice to have Paddington involved for this event. The other candidate was actually Nassim's Leontis, but it's so horrible I decided I wouldn't inflict that on you on stream. So yeah, players are setting up now. I think it's going to be interesting again. It is one of those matchups where Vic has to really control and manage it, because World Eaters will just destroy all of those T-Suns units if they connect into them on their terms. People who are interested in the other pairings, should we show them the wider pairings in the round?
Yes. While the players are still setting up, we will show you the pairings and talk through them, because you have a bit more insight into these. Looking at the...
So here we go. So this is the England-South Africa pairing. So in no particular order, we have the Adeptus Sororitas sisters with Chris Kinnair playing into the Dark Angels. We have a Votan mirror, my favourite. Leagues of Votan, Alex Harrison playing against my boy Josh French, who I love to bits. Vic Vijay's Thousand Suns in World Eaters, as you're seeing on stream. Boris Michev's Chaos Space Marines facing off into a Vanguard Onslaught Tyranids list. I think that's a fascinating matchup. Tony Chu's Eldari taking on a very mech-heavy Tau. Chris Radford's Grey Knights going into Necrons. Astra Militarum of Nassim Fouchain going into the Thousand Suns. Mani Chima Blood Angels going into Grey Knights.
Yeah, it'll be Blood Angels chasing Grey Knights around, trying to jump away. How many times can you jump away when they all just run with you?
This is the thing. This is the thing with the sneaky armies into that BA list. It's like you can only run away in one place. I'm coming at you at 8 or 9 different angles at once.
Yep.
So I think we're broadly happy with the pairings. I think South Africa are a tough team. There's some tough lists in here. It was never going to be quite as easy to line up the outcomes we wanted as it was yesterday. But I think, broadly speaking, we felt like we navigated the pairings well. Yes, there's some love for Josh French in the chat. I'm a big Josh French fan. I've played him several times in the UK. He's a lovely, lovely lad. And I was, as I say, we were tempted to get the Votan mirror on stream, but decided probably better to have 2 different armies for you guys rather than just all dwarves.
Yeah, this is dwarves shooting dwarves.
Yeah,
let's see which
absolutely. Dan Brooks says, let's go, General Harrison and the Votan. Yeah, I'm intrigued to see how that game goes on. But neither of them have played Votan all that long. They both picked them up in the run into WTC, so it'll be interesting to see which one of them has bedded in quickest. Prince Ali asks, who's the strongest in the game, Angron or Magnus? I'd say overall, they're both incredible. They're both almost auto takes. I mean, Magnus is auto take. I've never seen a T-Suns list without him.
I've seen a list or 2 without Angron.
You
but
can do lists without Angron, but it's so rare. So I think they both nailed it. They've nailed it with both of them in as much making them essential to the way the faction can play and be organised. Mortarian's probably the weakest of the Chaos Primarchs right now. But they do completely different things.
He wasn't. He is now.
Yeah.
But they all have been a menace at one point or the other.
Absolutely. What was Spider asked, do we have all the lists somewhere to see? So the lists will be on BCP. So if you go to Best Coast Pairings, look up the WTC, you'll be able to see all the lists and all the pairings there, and the scores will come in there quicker than I can report them, probably. I don't know, we'll see. Lee Church said Paddington and Tom both love marmalade sandwiches. Yeah, the man knows how to eat. The man knows how to live. I'm a big fan of him. We have both been to Peru as well, so we've got that in common.
Yeah, luckily Pastebin is back, so I'll cut to the table so you can see the table while you listen to us.
Oh, beautiful.
And I will quickly add the list into the chat bot so you can see them. I wanted to do it before the stream, but Will of God decided that's not going to happen. There we go.
Lee says he'll have 1 or 2 on him now. No, I've not brought any sandwiches in. I've actually brought a salad today. Starting to feel the effects of several days of eating and drinking whatever I want. It's time to look after myself.
Yes, you do. You do feel it. You wake up in the morning and
you're like, oh no, time to stop.
So there you go. Chatbot should be up to date. ! Lists, and we will get player mics on because they look like 2 lovely chaps having a lot of fun, smiling.
Okay.
There we go. So I don't think you have to be subbed to find WTC. But you potentially have to, I think you have to be subbed in to actually see the lists. So, let's see what the players are up to.
Yeah, I'm just going to be inputting the pairings to go up on the socials, so I'll just be offline for a second whilst I do that. I'm not a multitasker.
No problem at all.
There you go. Our Angron and Magnus can fit.
Okay, cool. In the quarters, within 6 inches of these guys to get scout, within 6 inches of clear space, just back down the corner.
So he can get around the corner?
I'll
So
keep the
the
camera
ball
with
is
this,
here.
and I will quickly show the players how to use the app, because there's one thing we haven't.
Oh, beautiful, yeah, if you do that, that'd be
probably
great.
helps. And I will leave
You want him
Tom's
off
mic
the
on so we
terrain.
can
Okay.
keep
Do you want to
entertained
develop
whenever
it?
we can.
All right, guys, let us know. How do you think this round's going to go? What are your predicted scores? I'm very curious to see what you think from those matchups. Are there any spicy ones? I definitely think there's a few that could go in several different directions. It's going to depend on the execution.
When you start the game, you pick whether you fix the tactical.
Tactical on both?
I assume tactical on both, so I'll just do it for you. Every turn, you put your secondaries, whatever they are.
Okay.
If at the end of the turn you want to discard them, just leave them.
Okay.
When you press next turn, it will reset for you.
Okay.
You pick the new
So we
ones.
never press that reset button?
Never press the reset button. It will ask you, are you sure?
No.
No. Reset the score.
Yeah, it resets everything.
If you forgot to add a point because you scored something, or you're scoring defense stronghold,
You can hear there the sounds of Vic, Vijay, famously unpleasant player, always so nasty and edgy.
Perfect.
if it sometimes lags for a
Definitely
second,
not an
save
absolute
it.
saint.
So don't worry, it'll just catch up. You can change the secondaries easily. Just pick another one, it will change. Or if you press by accident, you can blank it. It's
Okay.
gonna be fine. CPs here. And these things, these are round by round summaries, and they highlight as you change battlegrounds, so you know where you are.
Ah, beautiful.
This is the game total, and this is your total score with paintings. If you have any questions, let me know up here, and I can also adjust it on the outside.
Thank you very much.
Leave it to it. Have fun.
Thank you. Is it my drop?
Listen to the way he thanks him.
I just hope that
Outrageous.
something off in
Who
the
do you think
quarters.
he is?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. I'm back from my brief.
Just gonna check.
Paul says, I played Vic once and nearly ended my career. It was so bad. Yeah, he does that.
Vic is a very good
That's
player.
what he does. He's a career ender. A smiley career ender. He is our smiley career ender.
So let's see if I can get a better angle for you guys, because I personally absolutely love side shots. So whenever I can get a good side shot, when one of the players isn't covering my camera shot with their back, I'll try to give it to you. The way we're using USB cameras, so I only have 2 angles. So unfortunately, there will be always a player trying to get in the way. It's just how naturally you playing hammer and anvil.
Yeah.
You will be on the long edge.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
whenever I can, you're getting the angle that I love. You can see Vic deploying cultists in the, I think it's the short end of the tipping point,
Yeah, looks
just
like
there
it.
to make it to the objective whenever they can, if they
Yeah,
need
exactly.
Okay.
And they have an important job, don't they? Which
Yes,
is
the important
standing in front of.
exactly the important
audience.
job
Move
is.
8, right?
I hope the
14.
telestrator works this time, because I tend to break stuff. The important thing
Sure,
is
but there's
to.
no way if you're getting hold
Oh,
of
I
this.
did break it. Let's switch it on now.
That is correct.
Reset. The important thing is you create a line that War Eaters cannot get through, and they cannot kill any of the juicy stuff behind, because the
Yes.
downside of War Eaters is they have no shooting. If you have
Ah, but
berserkers,
they've got the Forge Fiends, mate. So this list actually has the means to clear screens. That's where the Forge Fiends are also quite spicy.
yes, but you cannot clear a screen that's behind the wall.
No, you can't. Indeed. But as I say,
So
it's
even if you get advance and charge and everything turn 1,
absolutely.
not gonna happen. Yeah, exactly, right? These inconsiderate players trying to play the game when we try to watch. Has one team outpaired the other?
Has one team outpaired the other?
What was the coach's opinion on the pairings?
Oh no, we were as I say, it's not something you want to get too in depth into, but we were broadly happy with how the early exchanges went. Obviously, with the first mirror in the event so far, that's going to be interesting to see how that gets on.
Mhm.
But obviously, you know, we saw what Vic did into World Eaters yesterday, so.
Mhm.
Interesting
So
thing
it's
as well.
positive
Interesting thing is
on
whether
both
he can
sides.
replicate that, right? But if we can replicate similar sorts of outcomes from the matches we know. I think we feel relatively comfortable. I don't think there wasn't a sense that anything had gone particularly wrong.
They should introduce the That Guy trophy for the most obnoxious person in the tournament. Well, if you watch the interview in the break, Nassim would be a contender.
Oh, absolutely. The thing with Nassim is, like, he's a child. He's an absolute pest, but he's young. He's full of joy.
He's fun
for
to be
joy for
around.
life. He's
Yeah.
fun to be around. I don't begrudge him it. It's all right.
He's
a
fun.
lot. He's a lot of
good
fun.
at 40k, and he's a kid.
But his energy is very infectious. When he's up, you're up. When he's down, you know about it.
Yes, exactly. And the thing is, we are all old.
That's it.
bitter
We're old
so
tired
when
men.
you've
We're
got
like,
someone young and chippy jumping around,
yeah,
talking
exactly
in cursive.
that. Exactly that. Amazing.
Okay, I've
Got
got the,
Angron and 10 jackets left.
Yeah,
Okay,
I could
cool.
do the moving rails. It's just
we've got the Lord of Forbidden
I'll
Lore
try
here.
to. So
Lehann.
we've got the massive racking because we can talk now because it's players just deploying, right? So we can
Tell me the
talk
pronunciation
our
of
tech
your name
gibberish.
again.
I've
Lehann.
got the
Got it.
cage around the table, so I'm gonna get rails that move around on the top. But I only have USB cameras at the moment, and
Yeah.
the PC can handle 3. I
Yeah.
made it work with 5, which is already a success. So I cannot add any more. Once I get HDA cameras working, that's gonna be the thing. So you're gonna have a lot of cute angles. It's just effectively the first big stream.
Yeah.
So if everything goes well, that's I'm gonna be investing even further.
I think it's probably important not to add too many moving
Even
parts at
further
once,
savings.
right? You don't want to overdo it.
Just looking at my brother who made a makeshift Rode microphone on a stick.
Oh, he's got a little roving camera there.
Yes,
That's beautiful.
because one of our lapel mics broke, so he's got a little stick with a microphone
Amazing.
glued to it, and I'm worried it's gonna fall off.
I've got to say, Jacob's phenomenal. Okay, Tom Brown says, love Nassim, so much fun on a night out, can't drink for toffee. I can confirm
That is a
Nassim
horrible
cannot
gap.
drink for toffee.
Just like Chris Skinner.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely not.
I have more
Walking
guns.
casualties after a few drinks,
The
unfortunately.
Exalted on disc is just going to go in this nook here.
We've just got the World Eater's getting down, T-Sun's going down. Look, the Vortex Beast. So the thing with the Vortex Beast, they can always just stand out in the open in a way that other things can't in Thousand Suns. It doesn't matter if they get shot a little bit, they're pretty cheery, pretty resilient.
I really like you. Come and stand way too close to me. Should
Come
we want
on. Why? In the middle.
to- Like this. Like
Yeah.
right there. No, I'm like the most cowardly World Eater player alive, man.
Those are the best ones, actually.
Really like you to come really close if you want to do it without spending extend range.
Yes.
You can finally come
So
and stand
if
really
you
close.
ever seen Glasshammer streams,
But
the way we
Angron,
used to have our
just
top
real
camera
fortunate, I don't think
is
we
it
can
was
anyway.
it was drilled into the
get
ceiling,
send,
hard drilled, so we couldn't really move it very well. Our lights were too bright, so rather than buying like a dimmed lights,
Cool,
we used
that's
toilet
done.
paper that we wrapped around them, and that dimmed the lights. So we know something about makeshift.
Yeah.
If it works, right?
Jack Armstrong says, did the clocks not start in deployment? Oh, the clocks are running, man. Round time is running. We've still got 3.5 hours to go.
Oh, I see. So you're talking about this clock right here. I assume they're just using another clock. Because that's the clock I provide if players wants to use it, but obviously they don't have to.
Yeah.
The clock's just there.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
even
I
if they
think that's
forgot-
just there. I don't think either player at the moment feels. Trust me, Thousand Suns World Eaters is not a matchup that eats your time.
What it is trying to do,
World Eaters
Thousand Suns kill them in
don't
waves.
do it like their movement and their combat, so they're not actually that slow. They don't take particularly long to play. And T-Suns only have a few assets to actually use, so a lot of the time gets eaten by the T-Suns players just working out where to spend their magic beans. But
And
once
look
they've
at
done that, they're absolutely fine. So I think this one will be quite snappy, but compared to yesterday. Dan says, "Who's playing? Can't see it on the screen."
You should be able to see on the bottom.
So down on the bottom there, we've got Vic Vijay playing T-Suns and Lehann Smith playing World Eaters.
The logos look very similar when you look at it.
What, sorry?
The logos for the army. So T-Suns
Yeah, they
have
actually
the
do, don't they?
wrapped
That's
snake.
interesting.
It both looks like thorny rings.
Yeah. Ah, yeah, they're not so different. Not so different after all.
I think
If
they
you ignore
hate to hear
everything
that.
about them. Oh, fantastic.
It looks like a very aggressive deployment from World Eaters, which is what you'd expect. Angron is far back. I don't think Angron just wants to get one shot, but the Forge Fiend, I think the Forge Fiend is there just to get in a good position to hide and then protect some lines.
Yes.
Because you don't potentially want to keep him back and make him useless, because as you can see,
All good?
you can't really see him
Cool.
unless you get
good game.
in here.
Let's go for it.
Let's chat you through our mission today, guys.
There we go.
So we've got
Good
Linchpin.
luck, brother.
Good luck, bro.
Yeah, Linchpin. Thousand Suns going first.
Important things about Linchpin. There's more primary to be got outside your deployment. Fairly straightforward scoring other than that. But the big twist with Linchpin is that there's no cap on primary really. So if you get on a bunch of points at some stage in the game, you just get big primary swings. So this produces big end game swings, but it can also mean if you get in a dominant position, that's quite tough.
Oh, I see which country's England. Vic Vijay is England.
Oh, sorry, yeah. So Vic Vijay's playing for England, and Lehann Smith's playing for South Africa.
I didn't add the flags. I'll see if I can.
Let's get
it done.
Louis says, tell a Zinch fan and a Corn fan you aren't so different and see how far they throw you. Cool. I reckon the Corn one will throw me further.
Start over here.
So it's England, South Africa down Blaine's Hut. That's what's going on. And yeah, Paul's got it in the chat. Linchpin has massive flip potential at the end with Secret Mission. It is bonkers how many points you can score in the final 10 if you're going second.
Yesterday, right? It wasn't Linchpin, but it was the disappearing objective.
Yeah, we saw it on the stream. Yeah. You know, Chris had a huge differential.
35
and then 35 points come in at the death. And so you've got to be really wary about that. And that again, I think we're seeing that with all the pairings in these early rounds in the pods. It's actually, you can say, oh, X, Y, Z, it's this colour, it's that colour. I actually think it's very hard to model until you're about midway through your game where we're actually going to be. So you can have ideas about what's going to happen, but you need to be keeping a very close eye, and that's what our coaches are trying to do at every stage.
We need to do the clock.
Geek of all trades says the Zinch one will throw you with his mind. He sure will. Maybe he'll just throw my brain out my nose. Call it a day. Could send me to another planet. Yeah, absolutely. Could send me all the way to a different dimension.
As long as it's cooler than in here.
Loopy tentacle arms, could be a real disaster. So.
As long as it's not humid and hot.
I'm going to stay away from both of them, I think.
Do you want to get murdered physically or just launched?
Or just in your mind. Very, very good.
So, Thousand Suns going first. They rolled a 6. However, you got scout moves from Ward Eaters.
Okay, so T-Sun's taking the first turn.
Yeah, that's why you see Ward Eaters kind of hiding into the ruins rather than moving
some defensive plays from the World Eaters.
Because remember these, and let me know if you can see the telestrator, you can see the lines. But the squad was here, and rather than moving down here or trying to make way, they're just hiding in here.
This is an interesting situation now for Vic, because as we've just discussed, there's massive endgame swings available for the World Eaters here, being on end of 10. So, as we've seen in a few of the matchups, it is now on the Thousand Suns to make things happen, set the tempo in the game, do some damage, hopefully.
For my scouts. Cool.
So the clock goes like this, so that's my side.
Okay. Sounds good.
As all confusing as it is.
Oh, the clock is now
on
in
this
play.
side of the clock. Okay, cool. Good luck.
I think they'll be all right, boys.
All right,
this is more time to play the round than most players have in any singles event.
Talk to me. Owe you my blood offerings before you have to make any decisions.
Swissly in the chat. Hi, Swissly. Nice to see you.
I technically control no objective.
Glad you can see the drawing.
Awesome. Because I did it for half the stream yesterday. We
had Nurglings in the machine yesterday.
It's more of a skill issue from my side.
Swissly says Tom knows loads about the matchup. I sure do. Davey beat me in about a turn with his World Eaters. Well, probably the first time he was using them, because the Exalted 8-bound trap went off, and I was like, oh, I am dead now. And we were practicing for an event. I told Davey and Aaron, who was with me, I was like, there's actually no point playing the rest of this game. I'm just crushed at this stage. All that happens is I get crushed. Aaron was like, no, play it out, see what happens. We played another turn. I got crushed. So there you go. That's how that goes. Louis in the chat says South Africa already wins on the beard front. That lad is majestic. I fully agree.
Absolutely.
There's some very strong hair game there. He's a warrior man.
Looks like a man you want to go out drinking with.
I think Vic's beard of late is also pretty sharp, to be fair. I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah. But it's a fitting image for a World Eaters player versus a Thousand Suns player.
I agree. So quite neat and tidy on the T-Sun side, much more wild and vibrant on the World Eaters side. Dennis says the World Eaters player looks like someone who loses anger on turn 3, gets it instantly back on turn 4.
Absolutely.
Oh, I hope not. I hope not. Lee Churchwood says, can't wait to get my World Eaters on the table. Yeah, I mean, I'd say I'm terrified of you in any combat army, Lee. Just stay well clear of me.
So I love gun lines, but if I were to play a combat army, it's Black Templars or World Eaters.
Fun, isn't it? Yeah. Just fun. We got shot. Nassim catching strays in the chat, as you'd expect from Tom Brown. Can't grow a beard. No, I suspect not. He has tried a couple of times.
To be honest, I cannot grow a beard. I'm massive. I have a baby face, and the best I can do is a neck beard, and a very patchy
I
neck
can do
beard.
the illusion of one. I can do some stubble where you're like, that might be a beard. It's like, it won't be though. It never happens.
And I cannot clean shave because I look like a baby. So.
Davey says you then beat me in the next game. Yeah, well, I did learn from it. I try and learn from games. A lovely time with you, Davey. Richard asks, does either player have any reserves? I'll take a little walk and just check that, boys.
Yeah, so that's... oh, Tom? Do you want to take a note of what's in reserve so we know?
Let's get these cards in. Where are my cards?
This is mine.
Yeah, your reserves.
Oh, you have my reserves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to cut my deck? Anything?
So,
Can't do Call the Horde?
we found that's our downfall,
down,
that we
Blanks.
don't write down what reserves players have, and then we're not sure what's coming in. It looks like the secondaries were drawn for Vic. He got Cleanse and Bring It Down. So, Cleanse, very doable, not too bad. Bring It Down. There is a Forge Fiend, and there is a Mutalisk Beast. So, Mutalisk Beast will extend Magnus's range to 36 inches. So, as I
we're
was
back
saying,
in the
Tom,
rim.
yes, Vic drew his secondaries. He's going to Bring It Down and Cleanse. So, Cleanse is pretty straightforward, can do that.
Yeah.
Bring It Down. Normally you'd say, oh, that fortune is pretty hidden, but it's Thousand Suns. The question is, do you throw away Exalted Sorcerer on the disc to do out of line of sight?
2 units of 3 here, isn't it? So
I suspect Vic would probably like to get rid of the Forge Fiend.
11,
Victor's already at 0
17,
CPs. Did he spend
29.
something? He might have just not added himself one.
Yeah, he may not have just
I
put it.
doubt he had
May
time
not have
to
applied
do
it yet. We'll see.
I'm
Might
sure
have
the
swapped the
players will
card.
figure it out.
The other thing here is that, so for the World Eaters, I've just checked the reserves. They have a Forge Fiend in reserves, which is always good. And just a little baby squad of 8-bound in reserves as well.
Okay,
Oh,
just
sorry,
to have
before I
some
move, I am going to use the crystal here.
Okay.
Oh, Crystal to 1. That's probably from Bring It Down.
Yeah,
I
so
guess
the
you-
Crystal-
Or Cleanse.
Crystal makes a lot of sense. I think, again, we're talking about the tempo situation. Tempo has to be set now. Being on first turn, it needs to make
Got
some
20
things
Cabal
happen.
points.
Sounds good.
So his Cabal points drop because he's moving the Crystal squad.
I'll just add... there we go. I could add CP to Vic on the laptop. I'm just not going to do it because I'm not sure if he spent it. He will know if he didn't spend it. So.
Of course. Magic asked, David, show the team pairings for a sec. Yeah, very happy to. Let's just get those pairings up whilst Vic does his bit of movement.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah, Richard, you're right. Ingressing 8-bound is so much fun. Again, you've got to use rapid ingress, guys, or you can't be my friend. It's not complicated. Here we go then. So just running through the pairings again, we've got Sisters into Dark Angels, Chris Kinnear's Sisters. Alex Harrison Votan in the Votan Mirror against Josh French. Vic Vijay's Thousand Suns playing into the World Eaters on stream right now. Boris Mityev's Accursed Cultist Spam Chaos Space Marines into Vanguard Onslaught Tyranids. Tony Chu's Eldari into Tau. Chris Radford's Grey Knights into Necrons. Nassim Fushane's 18 Bullgrin into the Thousand Suns. And Manny Chima's Blood Angels chasing after some pesky
Manichima
Grey
60
Knights.
Blood Angels with hammers and things.
Team Jump Pack into Team I Run Away From You and Giggle. So we'll see how that gets on.
I can see Vic is really trying to get that fortune because he wants to, you know,
Yeah, it's
first
got a
of all,
puzzle.
that's a lot of damage output gone. That's ranged
Yeah.
output. That's the only ranged threat. Bring it down points. He wants to push the differential to potentially get another 20 nil.
I'm not going to take the crystal unit up.
Okay.
I'm
He's
just going
changed
to play
his
a lot slower.
He's changed his mind.
Oh,
Not going with the crystal. Not going with the crystal.
I like having these ones on my side of the board.
Yeah,
I
got
played
more
a little
support for
slower
Africa.
than
We've got
that,
a bunch
so
of bunch of
we're gonna
supporters, way more vocal than the England supporters for Vic.
Yeah. I can see the case for using the crystal aggressively. I understand.
Maybe he just figured I don't actually need it because with the Mutalisk Beast there with extended range, maybe he'll be able to get that anyway.
And the
or
risk
he
is,
just
the
decides
risk
to
is
give
just
it up.
losing that unit too cheaply, right? Magic says, I think pairings went well for Team England. Yeah,
Yes.
we were happy enough with the pairings. We were happy enough with the pairings. So once you're playing into strong, well-prepared teams like we are, ultimately you're never going to get everything you want, and you have to navigate that. It's about how you do it. And it's fascinating watching 8-man pairings and how complicated that is and the things you have to give up to get what you want. A lot of love for South Africa in the chat. I'm here for it. Really cool.
I can see why. because they
Second
look
team
like
from
great
outside
guys.
Europe that we've played. That's really, really fun. We're huge fans of it. I'm just loving how international WTC is gradually becoming.
There you go. We
I
got
hope that
Go Vic.
carries on. Go Vic. Yes, Jack Asher's in the chat. Lovely to have you here, Jack.
Okay, it looks like the cleanse unit's coming out, still
Thank you.
streaming.
Yeah, here come the little idiots.
Screening.
They will definitely live for a really long time. I promise you that. These cultists are here to stay, people. I think they'll be on the backfield objective come turn
That's the
5.
line of sight.
Here we go. So here comes the Exalted Sorcerer on disc. So yeah, Vic's playing a bit more patiently.
Yeah, he added his CP back on, I can see. He noticed.
Going to try and get rid of the Forge Fiend if he can.
On the other foot, I should have probably made the up start at 1. Because he always started 1, right?
Should we go to the top-down camera for a little bit to start getting the kind of macro view of what's going on here? Yep, so there we go. So you've got the Sorcerers coming out. You've got Cultists coming out in the screen. And I think what's spicy about this is that Vic's coming quite hard on the World Eater's stronger side.
And to
Quite
give
exciting.
you an
Quite violent.
idea of the range, this is 30 inches from here to here, right?
Yep.
There we go. So I assume this is 3 and a bit, so this is about 6 inches.
Absolutely.
So from the edge of the board, this is 36 inches. So Magnus pretty much needs to just move somewhere here,
Absolutely.
and he'll be in range of that Forge Fiend.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got True Demon Lord in the chat. Nice to have you here, Franco. He says, show them the true power of Tzeentch. Franco is a big Tzeentch fan. Used to run some Thousand Suns in soup with demons back in the day. Geek of All Trades says it's a public holiday in South Africa. That's so exciting. Shout out if you're in South Africa right now and you're having your time off and watching the SA game. That's really, really cool. And against blimmin' England of all things as well.
Yeah.
And
it's a good day to be
Peking
watching.
says they're
those
here
two
as chairman of the
sorcerers just with
Tony
an
Chu
18
fan
front
club. Oh God,
Well,
aren't we all? What a legend.
He lost yesterday, so he better redeem himself today.
He did lose yesterday. He did
It
lose.
was a bad matchup, but we
A
still
really
made
bad matchup.
we still made sure to remind him
Yeah.
that he lost.
It's very funny. That's it. He'll be really hungry to redeem himself today. So I'm very curious to see how he gets on into the Tau.
Although it is way more fun if he loses because he can go up and go, "Are you the captain? Why did you lose?" He loves that.
The boys do love dishing it out, but it's a pairings game. People sometimes losing is baked into what you're trying to do.
You always sacrifice someone to get a good pairing for someone else.
Exactly.
But it's still a lads holiday and a lads team and a lads game.
Yeah, you got to have
So
some banter.
naturally, the way it works, the least scoring teammate
Got to get a bit of Josh.
will get that.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't do it any other way, to be honest. And it's a very good day to be watching 40k because you've got 7 or 8 streams running, so you can go and watch pretty much all the teams
Yeah.
So you said
that you might be
with an 18
supporting
on the
and
front
see
guy.
them on the
Yeah,
stream.
this guy.
Okay.
Yeah, this one.
6+ Gaming
that's right.
is
It's
slating
like a
Franco in the
little
chat. I don't know who that is.
Oh, is it?
Saying Franco is
I mean,
average.
like, we play with
You
from
leave
the
our
right, so
leave our
it's
teammates alone, boys.
You tell me that's 18.
Oh
then.
man, Edward Painting Hands, what a name! In here with some SA flags, that's
good.
beautiful. That's what you want
gets
to see.
to just over the wall on the 18.
And Peter says Tony may have lost his game, but the real winner was the game of 40k.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
we're
I
perfectly
agree.
fine.
And also,
And,
yeah, shout out.
can you fit both there? Because this guy would be like back here,
Or
right?
maybe just the front one guy?
Shout out to Chief Fan who beat Tony. Lad was
I think
delighted.
you've
It
got
was
a
really
little bit more
cool.
space. Yeah, this guy's definitely
Matt
short.
Robertson of Team England, his first child was born yesterday. I was trying to get him to call the child Chief Fan. I don't think he's going to though. I did
That one
try.
I'll do with
Yeah.
that. Cool.
Thank you.
Existing UK has asked, has Nassim been fed to the T-Suns in that matchup? Nassim is never fed to anyone, Existence UK. That's not how Nassim works.
Nassim goes.
We'll
and
see how he
scores.
gets on. We'll see how he gets on.
Nassim is very good at pushing scores.
Yeah.
So ideally, you want to put him in a matchup where he
He's
gets
more
points.
settled in his.
He likes
He's
to
more
kill.
settled in his list than anybody else in this team. He's played, I'd say, verging on 150 games with some
Yeah.
variant.
Not
of
many
guard.
people are bringing guards. I
No,
mean,
exactly.
He's very good at it.
And that was it. Just literally so polished that he just carried on through nerfs, through slate changes very happily. I've played against him a bunch in the last few months, and he's just lethal, absolutely lethal with guard. Curvy Commissar's in the chat. What a name! Absolutely brilliant name. More South Africa flags. Love to see it. Keep shouting out the South Africa flags. It's amazing to have you all here. We're really, really excited to be playing against them today. Really, really
Sounds
cool.
good.
Franco and whoever's currently piloting 6+ Gaming have made up. That's good to see. Play nice or I'll come home and tell you off. George says Gaskell's a perfectly good strong name for a child. Yeah, I agree.
Easily.
Can you imagine
Completely
being in
agree.
a
What's your middle name? Oh, Maguruk Thraka. Yeah, fair enough.
imagine being in a playground and calling your kid over?
Gaskell
like,
Robertson.
Gaskell, come down.
Exalted 8 pound. 8
I'm
pound,
here
normal
for it.
8 pound.
No, normal 8 bar. Sounds good. Sounds good.
So Magnus is coming out.
This is just out of 29 of the front 8 pound unit.
Vic keeping his distances,
Basically, just out of the
healthy
charge.
distances away from the advanced and charging murder balls. Don't blame him at all. This is why it's a fascinating matchup. Like I think in some ways it's frustrating for the World Eaters player. You're trying to catch an army that doesn't want to be caught, but if at any point they catch the T-Suns, they do catastrophic damage. Just absolutely catastrophic
Can you
damage.
just put this over the front model there? Oh, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Vicky's just trying to see the threat range of these 8-bound in the front.
It's rude how polite he is, you know.
That's the thing,
He's
he's
always
polite
so
until he
grateful.
kills
He
you.
thanks you, smiles,
Yeah,
and he
this
ruins
should
your
be-
hopes and dreams. Outrageous.
It's the
Shouldn't be all of those things at
It's
once.
the false sense of security. That's what it is.
Louis in the chat said, on the other hand, if you think the child might be a disappointment, call them Farsight. That's hilarious.
Right, so
I've got time for that. I've got time for that.
psychic phase. We're gonna go
Psychic phase.
for
Here we go.
I don't have a psychic phase on my buttons.
1 temporal surge on this
Let's
guy.
take a break. Let him do
That's
his
not
thing.
the thing.
He's gonna do reduce the cost of a stratagem on himself.
Sounds good.
We're gonna reduce the cost of another stratagem over here. And that takes us to 5, 6 is 11, 17 cabal points. I've still got 6 left in the bank.
Cool.
And aim is your Forge Fiend can't fit through.
So we've got some reduced
I think
stratagem
that's very reasonable.
being used in 2 places. And it looks like a move again for the Exalted Sorcerer to pin and block
Yeah,
the
he's
Forge
moved
Fiend.
block, right?
Yeah, yeah. he's moved
These
on.
Exalted
It's moved
Sorcerers
right up
are
to the edge,
nonsense
just to be
machines. And now that you don't just get battle tactics when you reduce
cool,
cost
and
strategies,
then we've got
Thousand Suns are
the-
much stronger with it.
Shooting, we're gonna spend my 1 command point for the turn. And we're gonna throw indirect fire into the front unit here.
Okay.
We're gonna start off with the Arcane Vortex guy who's just within 18 of the front guy. Go for
Of
that.
course.
So shoot this. Here's my hazardous check before I start. Number of shots. 10.
Good start.
10.
Top 6 for 3s.
Top
So
6.
2s.
Twos,
Is it
re-rolling
range
ones. Yeah. Oh, re-rolling everything. It's AP2, ignore cover. I'm just going to flip 1 to a 6.
Cool.
And let
Those
you
are
roll
dead wounds, and then these are 5 pinballs.
They are. It's 2 damage each on those.
Clock to me for the Finland pants.
So they've got a 6-up Film of Pain from their
Yes.
blood ritual
Plus
or
2.
blood
Yep.
something.
Guy dies.
Blood things, it's called.
Second 2. Guy dies. Next 2. Lives on 1.
Okay. Take 1.
Dies. Cool. Squad.
So what you've got there is the
Nice.
an artillery
And then
hosing
we'll go
down
with
from
this
the
Exalted
Arcane
Sorcerer
Vortex.
on disc is just going to shoot into the other 8 bound over
So
there.
the strats Vic made free, I think, looking at it, would be a range extend and an artillery strat.
Number of shots is 4. Wounding on 4s.
No, they're not. So you
You've
can
got
see
2 lots of
exactly
dead
why
wounds
the
there, bro.
nerfs for Torrent are going to
Nice.
affect T-Suns.
The first one
Literally none of this is possible
3.
after the
Yeah,
update.
it was after the rules cut
The
off.
Exalted, so 5 up Finland pants.
This is
So
all
he does a 1.
pre-update because the list was submitted a long time before that change came in, and Grey Knights
he
and
dies,
Thousand Suns
exactly.
really
And
need
they're
it
just minus 2 move
to play this event
Sounds
properly,
good.
the way they're designed.
And that. Oh, the cultists are going to cleanse on that one objective.
Of course.
For 2 points. I'm going to discard this.
Okay.
So I gain a CP. And that is the end of the turn.
There we
Okay,
go, the
that's
Forge
you.
Fiend.
Okay.
I don't
Vic's
need to do
happy to
anything.
just block it.
We'll
Not too
scan
worried
again.
about it if it can't see anything of value.
Cool. Good discussion. Clock to me.
Blocked it,
Gonna go up to 2.
deleted the 8-bound, the nearest thing to push onto his castle. And it looks to me like he's
it's
now
cool. Go for
secured
it.
himself a spot in the
Storm
centre.
hostile and
It's going
behind.
to be quite
Don't
hard
spoil
for the
Don't
World
spoil
Eaters
that.
to
So, we'll
challenge
go back
in
in.
their first turn.
Bring it down. Keep that behind enemy lines. When drawn in the first battle round, I can reshuffle, so I will.
Okay.
Because I'm not getting any lines, no thank you. Locus. Bring it down to Locus. Okay.
So,
let's
Lehann
start.
draws cards.
Okay.
Locust and bring it down.
I'll pop it in for you. You carry on thinking.
Thank you.
Classic horrible Vic behaviour, helping his opponent out, putting the scores in.
Shocking.
He's just awful. Can't stand him.
Do you have a grudge with Vic after the game?
I just love the bits. He's great. It's just the only angle of attack I've got is how nice he is. Tom X says, lovely stream, guys. Very professional. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Tom
Glad
X.
you enjoyed it.
You're the
MVP
best.
is 10.
We love you. Hope you're doing
D10.
well.
Sorry, move 10.
Move 10, yeah.
And then 12 for Magnus, and yeah.
No, we're having fun. We'll have to do it again, David. It's been a really good time.
Definitely. Anytime you have time, you feel free to come.
100%.
Could make. And it's Dave for double move with him, with Magnus. And these guys are OC2 apiece.
Those guys are OC2 apiece, yeah. So I could get 6 on there maybe. With a nice advance on the double move.
Big. It's nice to have the name on the back, even though they covered it up, you
The
know who
first
does
move
it.
will land them at 14 unless they advance and they fly. Sitting around
They
here.
move 10 base.
10 base.
Only 10 base.
Only 10 base, okay. Don't think you're shuffling Magnus over just for them. So realistically, with a double move without Magnus, would be touching in on that very far side. TCP. Move the spawn up. Put them in that exact spot. Move the jackals up. Shoot me off. Sticky it for don't, and it's mine. My home objective will be sticky for the jackals.
Okay.
Thank you, Kafal. You too.
So,
And thank you, George. Yeah, we're
guys,
doing
move
the
blocks
best.
to be discussed.
Tom is definitely
And
carrying
then,
the commentary.
sorry,
I'm
just
just
remind
trying
back
to
up, you
press
were outside
buttons
of
and not
29
forget
on
what I'm
these
doing.
from the
I
8
mean, you've got a hell of a lot to do here, man. I can't exaggerate how many buttons David's got.
Deal with this. We've already got
All I have to do is sit down and talk. Anyone who knows 6++ knows that's my whole deal, right? I'm just wandering around like a little lost baby, hoping people will do everything that actually matters whilst I just talk.
Everyone has a job, right?
Yeah.
You're good at talking.
I know what I'm good at.
I'm better off not talking most of the time, so I can happily press the buttons.
We've been a good team, man. It's worked well. Magic says, imagine loving the stream and not donating, though.
So
yeah,
why
for
are you
sure.
not donating, Magic?
I mean, we'd love some beer money. We'd absolutely love some beer money. Wouldn't say no.
Yeah, go on, Magic. I donated to your stream. I donated £1, but it still counts.
And then, sorry, your last exalted is the guy that was over there.
Yeah, there's one
Cathal's in the chat. Thank you, Cathal. Hope you're well. I'm really glad that you guys are enjoying it. So this is new ground for me. I've never commentated before, but it's really fun. I mean,
It's fun, right?
what a gig to have as well. What an event to commentate on.
Normally what happens is the game ends quickly and you just walk around the hall, look at the games. But now we can sit down, look at the camera angles,
Phenomenal.
and pretend like you know better than the players, right? It's like, you should do this, definitely. And then something goes and win, you go, oh, that's why you don't win.
Great comeback from Magic says, I didn't say I love it.
The thing is, I knew he's going to say it.
I know, he's outrageous. Outrageous.
Got this in the space we want around.
Martin Dorr says, morning all, hope everyone's well, another busy day at work, yeah.
Yep.
Shout out, let us know. I know all the South Africans are on holiday, it's good for them, but if you're at work with quotation marks, let me know. I want to know who's at their desk watching some Warhammer on the sly. That's what it's all about.
I would hardly call it work, I would say, casting. It's preparing before casting, that's the hard thing. Casting itself is just...
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean,
it's sort of natural.
The set, I mean, I didn't see the full setup when you guys arrived, but it must have been nuts. There's cables everywhere, so many bits of equipment to interlink together.
Yeah, just getting this thing up.
Phenomenal tech.
I'm just going to spend my last 6 Cabal points for him to be able to do a free strat.
And yeah, as 6++ Gaming says, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe on the video, guys. Do come and support Glasshammer. Obviously, there's going to be more and more streaming coming from Glasshammer. Oh, thank you very much for the beer, CP. We appreciate that so much. That's really kind.
Yes, we'll get to spend it on that great whiskey beer, whatever it was called. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
It's amazing. Thank you.
Obviously, if you don't like and subscribe to 6++ Gaming as well, you want to hear more of me nattering away about 40k with my teammates, a whole bunch of content out there. Get over to 6++ Gaming and get involved in the conversation on that there as well. Jack Tight says, what if my work is Warhammer? Is this work? Yeah, to be fair, your life is Warhammer, Jack Tight.
Yeah, if a tree falls in the forest.
I'm right in saying
I just shot my pen lid at you. Sorry, I was filling with a pen, 5 minutes at you. Outrageous. Louis says he's working from home, gets to paint minis on his lunch break. That's the job you want, isn't it?
That's what I do usually.
Work from home, paint some models. That's it. It's the dream. My mate Adam Richardson, always painting something at his desk at lunchtime. Mark Hancock says, bank holiday in South Africa. That's fantastic. I hope you're enjoying yourself. What's the weather like in South Africa at the moment?
Probably about the same climate as it is in here.
Martin says he normally sits next to the boss man, but he's on holiday. Beautiful.
Great. So you've got about 8 streams to choose from
advance the spawn
when you're pretending to work.
Yeah.
for a 5.
True Demon Lord says, no one
so
talks
they
about
go
40k
8
better
base.
than you, Tom. Oh, I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. I'll take that all day long. It's just good fun, isn't
Toughness
it?
5.
It's a nice
They've got a
conversation
4
to
up armor
have.
save, and right now they're on a 4 up film and pain thanks to my
Let's check in. Let's see how the world is getting on here.
Yes, sir.
And a 4 up armor.
So he's getting some spawn. Getting some spawn on the move.
4 wins each. And the healer in each command
He's got the
phase,
Feel
so
No
he just
Pain
does
buff
damage to
active,
one
which
base.
means Chaos Spawn in World Eaters are 4 up Feel No
D3 in
Pain.
each command phase.
Absolutely hilarious. One interesting facet of the World Eaters T-Suns game is that T-Suns have to get on the points as well as shoot World Eaters off, or they'll use that sticky objective strat.
I'll let you have that. Carry on.
Yeah, conversation about the indirect fire. Yeah, that's why this list is so potent, right?
One
You've got
iteration
6
is like that
wizards,
line.
all with flamers,
So
that can use indirect fire from their safety.
13.
Yep.
One of them's juiced up with the Arcane Vortex,
Yeah.
so he's got 2 damage shots, re-rolling his wounds if the opponent's on an objective via the rubrics. Very, very effective.
Unfortunately, the FAQ came in after the
That's
submission
it. So
deadline, so
It's going to be
wasn't
fascinating. I mean,
able to
I think
use.
this whole style of T-Suns has
If
been
you fancy
completely
Overwatch and
obliterated
Jackals,
by that FAQ change.
got a free
That might not be a
Overwatch
bad
as
thing
well.
in the long run.
You
We'll
just
see.
know how to use it.
But you'll see T-Suns in thousands in CSM lists
Yeah.
because they're just running around advancing with flamers. It's still great.
Six Cross Gaming says this will be you next year, Jack, live on stream at WTC. Jack Tight is more than good enough to play at WTC. It's just seeing if he fancies it. I back him. I think it'll be in a few years' time at minimum he'll be playing.
And we'll absolutely keep you updated. It's just
We'll go 13.
we probably won't know much
Back
for
to the
another
space, just
40
yes.
minutes to an hour because
Yeah.
it's still in early stages and people move up.
What toughness is he?
There won't be any explosive things because the only time
explosive
explosive things happen is when players are told to push. But right
Nine
now,
wounds on the
just play
unit.
to the pairings.
Yeah, there was absolutely no instruction for pushing at the moment. Overall
That's fine,
projections and
so
scores were
we
quite
want to
happy.
achieve
When that's the case, you don't overdo it. You don't take things. Don't make risks you don't need to make. I think that's why Vic decided not to move his crystal at the start of the game.
That's
Like,
the
I don't
singles
need.
move,
I
right?
don't
It's like,
need.
"Ooh, I
That's
can
such
kill
a
this."
singles move. It's like, oh, I'll uppercut you. It's like, no, you don't need to. Just grow into the game. Take your time. So I think probably taking that back and not doing it was the right call. John and Gibson asked, will you keep us updated on the other tables scoring? 100%. Every time we get a result that's going to come in, I'll have a wander around the tables in a little bit and get a sense of how the games are playing out. We're still too early in the game to really know.
Yeah, exactly.
That first couple of turns, you don't get an awful lot of information.
And whenever the full score comes in, we will show you the schedule with all the scores so you can keep track.
Yeah, completely that. Cathal asks, who's on the mic today? It is David of Glasshammer, Tom Lomond of 6 Plus Plus. It's the dream team you never knew you needed. Here to take some names.
6 plus plus hammer.
6 Plus Plus Hammer.
Yep.
Glass Plus Plus.
Yes.
6 Hammer.
Said these guys
Whatever
move
you
10,
like.
right?
They do, yeah.
So
Hammer
with
game.
just
It's a dream team
regular
collab.
normal moves, they touch in here. So you need to get like a nice.
Mark
advance.
Hancock says
Yeah, I need to
UK
get
summer
like a
where I
3 or
am,
4
wet and
pumping
rainy
in, right?
temperature 13. Oh, I'd take a bit of rain
So
right now.
I
It's
put
been
my
very
spawn
warm here.
bases
So it's annoying.
like so.
And thanks very much. And yeah, John, if there's any games you're curious about, I'm more than happy to take a look over and have a walk around and let you know the game
Then
state. So you
put
just
it
let me know if there's any
advance, back
matches
to your
you're
base
interested in.
needs to clear.
When I get a quiet moment, I can
Are we
go and
guys
eyeball
following
it
over
for
the back
you.
of the base again?
Back to the base.
Here to
Back of the
serve.
base. Not to be an engagement. You're looking at like a 6. Not to be engagement with this guy
Sure.
on this side.
Oh, look.
It's like a
How-
5 to
I
get
can't
to
move
there.
through the walls. I've got to go around. So.
Oh, you can't move through the wall.
Yeah, so it's really tough for me. I've got to
Okay.
go to that side.
Okay. Yeah. No, in that case, we'll literally just screen off this corner.
So we've got Chaos Spawn coming out.
Exact corner.
This is always how the World Eaters like to start the
Keep it.
game. Looks like the ones on the top are probably going to try and eat that screen of cultists.
Yes,
Or
because
had
you need
enough
to make
of
way
it.
for 8 bound and under.
So I'm reasonably happy with that outcome. I think we'll just stage the 8 pound. So they won't be on the objective. I think this is slightly misplaced.
Okay, yeah.
Got 8 round staging. They don't want to be on the objective because they don't want to get flamed to death by rubrics.
If you do, like for some reason want to charge me, we'll be within 6 to heroic. Or this side, not that.
I'm going to let David handle the remainder of this World Eaters turn for a minute. And I'm going to go and check in on the Manny game and the
Jackals will
Votan
advance.
game as requested.
No,
I am
let us
your
know how
humble
it goes.
servant. Oh, also, hello, Nogel Matthew. It's bloody wonderful
How are you
to have
doing,
you here.
bud?
You star.
Gonna start screening out the crystal squad.
So there you go. I'm left to press buttons and talk, so don't keep me responsible for what I say because I talk and then I think about what I say. Yeah, the Votan mirror will be interesting. It's gonna be explosive, I imagine. Whoever goes second has a decent advantage because they can just come out and score at the end, and the opposing player has to force something happening.
That's okay.
But like we said, both players are playing the army that absolutely fit them. This absolute lad from Team South Africa is playing Ward Eaters, and Vic, the Common Collected, playing T-Sons. Two polar opposites. It's great to see.
Just getting an angle. It's just not worth moving the 8-bound out. Both is going to come up here to stop this angle, so we have to come all the way out here to be able to do that. That's fine.
Longer beard wins, you think? Hey Scotch, how are you doing?
So
Hope you're gonna enjoy the stream. There's plenty of them to see. I think about 7 or 8 streams going currently. We'll be covering most of the England games, if not all of the England games, if we can do it. Might get Team Poland on. All depending on the stream allocation, because there's a lot of streamers and everyone wants to stream a game.
We'll move the Forge Fiend, we'll rotate. And we're just going to put
We're
our
back,
base.
baby. So, news from the front lines.
On the 24.
Checked in on the Votan mirror.
Get this angle.
It looks like a mirror, people. There's Jaegers fighting Jaegers, there's Warriors fighting Warriors. No one wants to use anything valuable yet. It's all the little idiots fighting in the middle, handing out judgment tokens like no one's business.
Do you know who's gone first?
I think Alex went first.
Which is a downside.
I think Alex, overall in the mission it's a downside, and especially in a mirror where you've got similar kinds of applications and tools.
Where could I
But at the moment, neither side giving anything away. And I think just trying to keep it tight.
Are they similar lists, do you know?
Broadly similar, yeah. I think Alex has a second land fort, and he's got more bikers concentrated in larger blocks. But a lot of the same assets in play. It's the Votan Index, guys. There's only about 8 units.
So angle and also just move.
And Dennis says, in the fight between dwarves, longest beard always wins. Well, I've got bad news. Both these boys have poor excuses for beards. Just stubble. Stubble going on. Nothing exciting. And as far as the Manny Grey Knights game goes, we've got a Dread Knight landing in behind the Blood Angels. That's exciting. Blood Angels are just creeping into position in the midboard. Everything looks pretty intact at this stage, so nothing serious happening yet. Looks like the Grey Knights just having their turn. We're going to wait and see what happens next.
You could come here with the Crystal Squad, then that's
And it's South Africa playing Team England.
That's
South
right.
Africa is World Eaters, Team England is Vic Vijay. I was meant to add flags in the morning, but I was running around and forgot to do it. And it's kind of awkward to do it now.
Don't you worry, guys. It is Team England against Team South Africa in the World
Blue player is Team England.
Championship. Vic Vijay, one of the best UK players there is over the last few years, playing Thousand Suns. Lehann Smith playing World Eaters.
Chat saying that the dwarf game is going to be very judgmental.
Oh, hell yeah. That's a grudging. Scotch says, just tuning in now. Morning, lads. Lovely to have you here. Spicy pairings. This one's spicy, Scotch. I think the Votan mirror is quite spicy. Very intrigued by Tony Chu's Eldar into Tau as well. That's an interesting
For
game.
defense,
Yes.
for attack, he's got 5 attacks at 6-1 D3 dead wounds.
6-1 D3 dead
Hitting on
wounds.
2s.
Okay.
Mike Porter in the chat.
Hey, Mike Porter.
Miss you here.
Yeah, you are missed, Mike. Had a fantastic game with Mike Porter Sunday morning at Sheffield.
So they're going to go 9.
Best games what the I've played in ages.
Did you win?
No, he beat me, man. I held him though. It was a good game. It was 12-8. Had a good go.
Great, it was close.
But yeah, fantastic game. And he'd been 20-0ing everyone all day before, so I was happy enough with it. We had a lovely game. Really fun to play Mike for the first time.
Not there, not getting a line.
Just screen the crystal. You don't want any T-Sons jumping in behind you and killing anyone for free. These N1 need to connect very badly.
Yeah.
And what it display recognizes I'm going second, so I have an advantage, so I need to stage and not die while
It's got to
staging.
be patient. It's got to avoid losing the assets too early. He knows he's got his reserves coming in, so there's going to be a sort of counter push to be made with some of the reserves at some point.
So Tom, is Warhammer coming home?
Is Warhammer coming home? We'll see. We'll try. We'll give it a good go, guys. A lot of games to be played yet. Some very big games to be played. I think this 8 is really good though. And what I will say is they have worked their asses off. They've been very, very well
Yes.
prepped.
Yeah, okay, so according to
An
both,
awful lot of
these
TTS
guys will
played.
get to move this way.
Drinking ban for the
Basically what I'm
weekend,
trying
that's a
to
big
see is
Drinking
thing.
how can I
bans
like
until
VG
Sunday.
and stretch all the way there?
They're
to
taking
just
it
cover a little
seriously.
bit more of the space
And
wants to
they're
be there.
respecting their opponents. The
I'm
amount
gonna
of
lose
pairings
currency.
thinking that's gone in over the last few
So we
days
won't
is huge.
be able to do both.
I expect
so
that's going to be our
stay
whole night
together.
tonight. Pairings after we get through the pod.
Yeah, that's
Working
the other
out what's
thought. Like,
coming
if there was a way that I could,
And yeah, Mike
like
Paul says
have-
respect
if
for
you kill
Drakari.
off the
Definitely,
unit,
yeah.
then one off
Drakari have
the
solid
unit,
game
good
into Blood
space.
Angels.
I
But Mike
think
did all the right
realistically-
things.
okay, so
Don't
that's
spend
what
your
I
CP,
think was,
lads.
realistically,
Save them
we
up.
don't
You're
get
going to need
achieve
them.
that. So
You start grenading in the first couple of turns, I'm going to eat your face.
we'll save that for second prize, which is to come and stand on the inside of the wall. Back guys can only get to there.
That camera chose the perfect spot to cover everything.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Looming down.
And so pick these up. Should I turn watch though?
No, it's all good.
Okay.
Having had a walk around the tables, the overall feeling on the round at the moment is that it's pretty much looking as
Okay.
expected. One or two
I
scores
think
dropped
that's
down a little
it
bit
for our
because you've gone
movement.
first rather than second.
We're not going to bother moving the
But
8 pound because
overall,
I've got no
the
intention of getting
projections are
Overwatch for
pretty
free.
healthy.
I think we've done all we can to try and save them from anything except an up-down. Like, it's going to hurt,
Amazing.
but it's going to be what it
That's
be.
the best way to kill.
Okay, cool.
Jack
So,
actually telling a story about Cypher doing 7
shooting
wounds to the
phase.
lion, who then died to an exploding rhino.
What
Locust,
was the
we're
best
gonna
way to
spot
kill a
us
tough
full
character?
CP.
I'm not
Just,
exaggerating
I'm
when
not
I
gonna
say
shoot
that
you 'cause I
last
wanna
week
cost a bit of
I
space over
saw
there, so
Cypher
these guys will charge the compass.
one-shot Illuminor Seraz in a
Ooh.
CSM versus Net
Really?
contest. That
That's-
is
that's
just
nearly
not something that,
mathematically
that is
impossible.
not something that should ever happen.
Nope.
Absolute insanity. It's one of the best things I've ever seen in my entire life.
6 ups on 2 of them.
That's an Overwatch, if I can gather.
Like both, okay.
Hey, let's go.
And then the damage.
4 damage.
4 damage, 4 filler pains. We'll take 1.
Take 1. Go.
One damage
Okay.
at the spawn.
Take that. Clock back to me. Take on the back guy.
For a Fino pain is
Spawn
always
copying some
bonkers.
Overwatch.
Charge. Was 6. Think it might be short.
Just checking whether the
6
spawn
looks
made it.
about right.
We're within
Does look-
7. Yeah, okay, we're all within 7. I can base this guy, so I'm going to have to. I can base this guy. Seems better. So this guy will go here.
Spawn coming in to try and
Sorry about that. And
It's
then
okay, of course.
6 will go here.
Yep.
Cool. And then in Bacardus will charge over here.
Spawn just trying to put a dent in that
For a
cultist screen.
5. Am I within 6?
Vic
I
still
don't
has
think
the
so.
ability to
That's
counter
gonna
charge,
be really
obviously,
close. Would you mind
if he
just
wishes
going
to.
Someone in the chat's telling Lehann to full send.
Just out, yeah.
Cool. I'll spend my CP
He
to,
is a
roll
wardy
that.
display. He is
Okay.
gonna full send at some
And
point.
Warriors are one of those armies, a bit like Blood Angels. You know
Oh!
after the first turn if you're playing
Carter's just
a
chills.
good World Eaters player or a Blood Angels player,
Oh,
if
good.
they haven't come straight at you with everything. If they haven't done that, you're like, oh, okay.
Let me see this tank shot.
This is going to take some work. This is going to need some
Really like
unpuzzling.
that base there.
As fun as the full send
Right,
is,
saying these guys advance?
you can just get hurt so
you have a
badly in reply. Especially on this board. Look, I don't see where they can get into action early without being in big trouble.
Fuck, needs must. Okay, Fortune will charge.
Oh, big boy.
Just Kilpatrick says Seras
Yeah,
can
get
die. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think so either.
Happens.
I've fired entire Votan armies at him before, and he's
I
been
had
fine.
one shot when he lost.
One emo boy did it on his own.
He tends to fail all his saves and all his filler pains sometimes
Yeah.
when you need him to live.
Jackals will charge.
But the Exalted Sorcerer just getting charged.
Yeah, you want to get rid of that thing.
Lad who flew up to block them off.
Um,
Again, you can just see how these little disc whizzes just cause chaos.
I mean,
Just
if you-
yeet one
if you
out,
let me have
trigger
a
all
six,
the
I'll take a
indirect,
six so I can
do some
put-
damage.
Keep guys over there. Okay, so thank you. This guy will absolutely have to go in. Wall is actually super convenient.
The wall helps.
Just check to where does it come.
Lord Invocatus failed his charge into the Exalted Sorcerer, so he's staying where he is. Good spot, Mike Duff.
So I think our very first guy will go there.
Oh, thank you so much, 20 Phoenix, who's given us some money for a tequila or 3. Really appreciate it.
Oh, we're racking up the beer and tequila
It's quite a
amount.
dangerous amount now, isn't it?
We're gonna roll out
Yeah,
at some point. Yeah. We're already old and barely waking up in the morning, so it's gonna end up really badly, I bet.
So we'll do it with this guy.
John
Thank
Gibson
you, lad,
says,
appreciate
real Votan or your cardboard boxes? My Votan made it to the WTC. I didn't forget them like I did for ITT.
Okay, we wanted this one again.
You were still painting them recently, weren't you?
Yeah, well, no, I had to go back to them and just make sure they met the rubric for the event. I wanted to make sure they were of high enough standard because a few of those bits were rushed together for England team events and things, so they weren't looking very pretty. But they look very nice now.
Okay,
But yeah, anyone who follows 6+ on our YouTube will know. I once went to a practice event with my team. Left my entire Votan army at home and we had to proxy a bunch of crates to be my
I
Sagittars.
hate proxy and stuff.
Me too. It kills my whole soul.
Just so you know, this is the Exalted Sorcerer, because it's quite hard to see
So
from
he's
the
getting
top.
bundled here.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna die, but then that's why he's making sure he's gonna
Lehann's
die.
just using him to get a bit of movement, I think, as much as anything.
This guy's 7, so we can go to
It's just a bit sort of shame for Lord Invocatus that he didn't manage to get the move.
Then we can
Get
fix
up
some
the
of
board.
it with the consolidate.
Claire Holmes is shouting on for Lehann. Yeah, damn right. Come on, Lehann.
Fucking trying with
Oh,
that and spit
I
there,
see
but
what's happening.
anyway.
The telestrator keeps getting switched off when I change the scene to show the schedule. That's why it's always on.
That's what it is.
So,
Blooming nurglings.
just to show you again, this is the Exalted Sorcerer. Right there.
It's actually a very accurate drawing of what he's about to be.
Stage read,
Yes,
stage read,
with a few
stage
splats
read,
here and there.
fine. You've got the ball points for a reroll.
Got one command. No,
A real Votan or cardboard boxes? Yeah, that's probably what he's referring to. It's the the replica.
To be fair, now I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
Will a Forge Fiend and Jackals kill it?
We'll start with this one over here.
Or is there a risk here that that sorcerer lives another turn?
There you go. We're into the fight phase.
Down 3 wounds. So D6
Let's
plus 2
see.
attacks, D6 plus 3 on the charge. For good start.
Big number.
Very good.
The overall pattern on the secondaries here for the World Eaters is quite interesting. They're not going to score anything.
No.
5 attacks.
That is
and then
not
plus
ideal.
3 and plus 3.
They only scored 2, so they're probably pretty
Leon
confident
fours.
in not scoring much. But you know, they're going second. They just want to remove assets from from Thousand Suns being able to actually score.
Swinging in the air.
Paul James in the chat correctly
And then I'm
states that
7
I
on the
once
charge.
left my entire army at an event, didn't realise until a couple of days
So
before another
6
event.
on the charge.
That is absolutely right. I left them at Glasshammer actually,
No.
and Manny very kindly rescued them and brought them to the next event for me. So thank you, Manny.
4 left.
Mike Duff in chat. Hello, how are you doing? You reckon
love
the
you, Mike
Zerg
Duff.
survives? We'll see.
I think without the Lord Avocado getting in, there is a chance. There is a chance that the sorcerer survives. See how the spawning boys get on. I think Lehann is hoping here he can kill enough cultists.
got, 3
Oh no,
attacks
he's not
based
done
on
enough.
the
They've made a dent. They haven't done
Threes.
enough.
So that's the Forge Fiend.
And,
So that's gonna be some primary for Vic.
3s. Just 1, 80.
3 up.
1 damage.
Down to 4.
Cool.
Down to 5, sorry.
Okay. Then the rest of the squad, rest of the Jackals, we won't fall in because we're reasonably happy with the positioning.
Yeah, if the
okay,
Exalted
so we'll
Sorcerer
start with
does
the
live
dishonor.
here, it's huge for
Four
Vic
attacks
because he
based, 5
doesn't
on the
have to
charge,
throw
each on
another
force,
asset
running for
away
Angron. Thank
to
God.
apply his nonsense.
Okay. And then strength 4, strength 5 on the charge, so 3s. 2 AP 1s, please, or 2
Yeah,
damage.
love for
please.
Mike Duff in the chat. That's damn right. Mike Duff's a hero of the England team.
Okay, cool. And then we've just got 3 little guys in combat, so they go up to 3 attacks each on the charge. So 9. Hitting you on 4s, 6s explode, reloading for Angron. That's
Kenneth
So
Watt
never
says,
gonna
"Oh
be
wow,
healthy.
Vic has a beard."
Three
Yeah, oh,
explosions.
it's sharp. It is a
and
sharp
then
beard.
strength 4 on the charge, so winning you on 4s.
I actually think you should probably just keep that. It's pretty good.
3 saves. 0.
Put it on me. It's close to. It's down to 1. It's fine.
Nice. Your attacks back.
Did you want to consolidate or anything?
Since I now have to come towards you, not particularly, I guess this guy will move closer to you to take that spot.
Yeah, it
and
looks like the
close it,
sorcerer's
and
made
then
it on
these
that
guys will
objective.
restore
That is
coherency.
very
That's probably
spicy
the
for
day.
Vic.
Nice. Okay, back over to me.
He's got some real problem.
So over here,
He can now cause mayhem in that corner without actually needing to throw any other assets away.
the 4 cultists,
Pretty tasty.
2 attacks each. 4s,
Maybe the World Eaters should have gone for a tank shock on him.
5s, nothing. Over
Forge
here,
Fiend
the
might have been
Exalted on
played there.
this will punch.
Heals D3, knock him on first. I'm just gonna put them back now.
We'll punch your toughness.
Toughness 10.
I'm going to punch your cultists here. Got 5 attacks, 2s and 2s. All hit. All
There we go. We just had
no saves here,
no
just
save.
deep
another round of
damage.
interviews being delivered.
2 lots of 3, 2 lots of 2.
Yeah, shout out to
1,
Jacob who's providing all the
me.
lovely extra content with
So
his
lots of
views.
3.
Some really cool
I'll
stuff coming
read all
through.
successes, I guess.
Sure, yeah, good idea.
Try and have that on before the
two.
streams in the morning, before
No,
while we were
two
all
die.
faffing about. It gives
Two.
you
It's
something
gonna
to
be
watch.
right after this game as well.
Yeah.
It's gonna be way
Oh,
more
more after the
gameplay.
game.
4 die,
Amazing.
and the
Beautiful.
1. Okay, 4 die.
It's only a matter of time till Team England have a 24/7
Yep.
news channel.
I should invoice them for that and happily can do that.
Yeah, it's not a bad gig to get, is it?
I'm sure they can provide plenty of beers.
Oh, damn right.
Okay. So I'll discard both my cards. I'll gain 1 CP.
Now bring me the chat back,
and
David,
over
when
to
you're
you,
ready.
sir.
Click it over to me. Perfect. So on my turn, I get my cards and then I'll do my leadership
So we
check.
just do next round, right?
Mike
1
Duff said
CP
he didn't
for
have
cards, and
CP for tank shot. Yeah, that's a shame.
Yes, he did say that.
That's a
Okay.
shame.
then- Great.
That would have been very nice.
Denial and love this. Okay, now I need to decide if I spend. So we both gain a CP. 2.
Just showing Vic on. Yeah, there we go. CP now
Who
up to
cares
date.
about primary? I'm going to roll the leadership check.
Okay.
Always rolling the leadership
No
check.
fear.
6, he fails. So I don't get any primary there.
Okay.
So
3
I
points
just
for
get
your home.
3 for my objective.
Sounds good.
Okay. And now we plan.
So command phase for
Sorry,
Vic.
just 1 second. Talk to me. I just want to update my coach on the round. Coach!
Go!
Where's my coaches? Coach! Bottom of round 1, I'm going down on my estimate.
Okay.
All right, cool. How's the rest of the round progressing?
We're down in a few estimates.
Not surprising. Okay, cool. Thank you.
South Africa team slightly adjusting their
Nice.
predictions.
All good.
And it's fine to keep
your
that
score?
conversation on the mic if you're wondering, because in WTC you have to speak English and your opponent needs to be able to hear everything you
That's
say.
it.
That's why it's not
It's all
secret.
very above board. You can only do it at the end of your turn.
Mhm.
Call over one of your coaching team. You can report
And
back.
there is a way around it, which
It's
a lot of
very
teams do, which they hand you a color sheet and you point at what you're predicting.
Yeah.
That's the only way around it, really. And some people do it, but I don't think it's that big of
in
a
the
deal.
chat says, Coach, I'm about to get table. We don't know that just yet.
We did go to a team event, Glasshammer, one of my teammates. We did the pairings, everything predicted, looking great. And as I'm doing my turn 1, my teammate was over. I failed all my charges. I'm gonna get 20-0, and I'm like, oh
Yeah.
no, that's always a great one round 1.
The old failed charge.
Yeah, World Eaters players. I went for all charges turn 1
We had
and
that when
failed
we
them
had
all.
Ed Watts took his green tide to the ITT and it was just
Mhm.
come back and basically like, oh, I failed one of my long charges. I failed one of my magic teleporting charges and you're just like, oh, great. Okay. The list really lived or died on charges.
Yes.
Jill
Oh,
says
can
tries
you do
frantically
your
to
lessons
organise
for
fun
one?
activities so I can sit and watch the WTC streams all weekend.
Sorry.
Mate,
How
I'm,
about-
I'm delighted you're enjoying it that much. That's all I'm going to say.
Exactly.
Yep.
How about you get them in?
How
Get
far
them
this
to watch?
game has come that it can be a genuinely entertaining
It does,
stream
Scott.
event. I think it's
No
key.
reels available. It's exactly
All having
that
all the
on
other overlays and other things going on. Ultimately,
Yep.
all you guys nattering away is what makes it fun as
No
well.
advanced and charge access.
These are the blessings.
We'll take +2 to move and the feel no pain.
There's no
Plus
advance
2 to move and
No
feel no
advance
pain.
and
Holy
charge.
shit. Okay. Oh, that changes a lot. Oh boy.
So I think the blood tithe roll there.
So you got +2 move. Okay, so these
sir.
boys are
Might
23
have
threat now.
thrown things up.
We still got a fortune in the reserves and a unit of 8 bound.
Okay, not even on
And I
the
just
objective.
nicked Tom's notepad just to write down what blessings they have, just to
Yeah.
make sure we know.
So what's he got? The feel no pain and +2 move.
Yeah, for round 2.
No advance and charge is massive for Vic because it makes it so much more easy to map what's going on in the game.
Back of the base. 10.
It's
Back
actually
of the
one of the
base goes to
downsides
here.
with Blood Angels. I know Blood Angels are incredibly strong
Any
right now,
model
but
in
no
that
advance
space
and
is
charge in
fine.
there is as speedy as they are. You do know where they're going to be. Whether you can do anything about
I've got a
it,
back
quite
shot on
something
this
I would
guy
say, Mike.
on 1 wound left.
Absolutely.
We're still going +2 move.
It looks like a massive board presence from Thousand Suns. When we looked at the list, obviously it showed less rubric squads, but it didn't look like that much. But when you actually look at the footprint on the table, they do pose a significant.
You just have to command a real portion of the board. We saw that with the Saka game, right? You just take over a chunk of the board, gradually annihilate anything that can get near you, and then push out later. It's a real slow burn of an army.
Look, we've got
why I
perfect
can't play them, because I am too bloodthirsty. I want to make stuff happen too soon. But they are one of those armies that just grows inexorably into the game in the later stages. And Vic deciding not to go for the throat turn one to set him up a bit better to do that.
So Vic drawing his secondaries, which are Aria, Denial, and Established Locus. Middle of the board is looking very juicy.
Yeah, both very reasonable.
Need to get something in there, but
maybe
also
you can shove the Mutilith in.
Exactly. Do you go for the big locus and sacrifice something, or do you just use one unit to do both locust and the middle objective? So the Mutalisk Beast, it can do both things, but I can imagine Mutalisk Beast wants to shoot into that Forge Fiend, right? Because it has decent shots, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Maggie goes here.
Got the Vortex Beast moving forward. I think he'll look down there to try and take some spawn out.
24 of the back one. This. These guys are going to try and desperate escape forwards.
Sounds good.
They have to do a desperate escape anyway. One left.
Wow.
Cultists get
But I
eaten
only
by
need the
spawn
one.
as they try
Only
and
need
break
the
out.
Just need the
One's
one to
alive,
go
that's
in
all you need.
save.
Boogity, boogity. But all he needs is the screening effect of that cultist. That's what they're
And
really
that
there
just
for.
pushes Angron all the way back to here.
Sounds good.
And stops where Angron
And the
can
Forge
land
Fiend
as
can't
well.
fit through. Dead.
20 Phoenix says warm up the laser beam. Oh yes. There will be a little bit more damage coming in this round, but we'll see.
So you can see if you're ever curious, you can see the clock in the top corner.
Yeah.
This is Vic's side, obviously. It was a bit confusing because I walked up to Vic and I was like, Vic, you're on the blue side over there, and Vic is like, well, but it's Hammer and Anvil.
Yeah.
So it's just very awkward for the players to figure out I'm on this side of the table.
Yeah.
Because normally in the tournament you kind of blocked off by table to table, but then here is a freestanding table, so you tend to just stand on the Hammer and Anvil side. And I can see that they're constantly moving back and forth, trying really hard to stay in their camera angles, what I asked them for. So I appreciate that a lot.
Very sweet of him. Daniel Porter says, oh damn, England have a stream. Is that the Danny Porter? I hope it is. I hope you're well, Danny.
Yes, I hope you're doing
That
well.
guy's in that space,
And if it's
know
you,
that.
I might be streaming Team Poland games as well at some
Oh,
point.
hell yeah.
So that might be a thing.
Mate, I'd love to see some more of those.
Yeah?
Dan Brooks says special beam cannon from Magnus soon. I reckon so.
Got it.
A 36 incher.
Just on
Yeah.
I go there.
Disc Wizard just causing all kinds of havoc in the backfield there.
Is that 1 inch?
A second, I'll be right back.
Yep.
Thanks very much, Danny. I really appreciate that. You're an all-star. Hopefully we do get some Poland games at some stage. It'd be really cool to have some Polish on the screen. Kenneth also said he's here for me. I appreciate that. What a lovely bunch of men you are. It's beautiful. Just a man nattering about 40k too excitedly. Now, George, my opinions on Votan. Votan is a faction. I like him. I think they're solid. The Votan Index is this really lovely, honest, chonky thing. It's tough. It shoots. It can play the game. It's got all the tricks and tools to play the game. What it doesn't have is absolutely insane jank and high
So
levels
basically
of
you're trying
nonsense
to
that
hide
some
him
of the top
from
armies do have.
coordinate.
And I think it does tend to struggle a bit in some of those.
Very close.
But it's just a good, honest 40k army, and it does it well.
Oh,
I've had a
that's
lot of fun playing
fantastic.
mine. The models are great.
Okay, so
I'm really excited to see what they do with the book, whether they can link stuff a little bit,
point
add a few more ways to play them and build them. I really hope they do.
to the spikes.
Give me a little
That
dwarf
is very
dreadnought.
close. You mind if we
Give me a
call it
berserker
right?
character that gives them advance and charge. Yes, please.
I don't know,
Yes, sir.
joking,
That's what I want. And then I think they'll really be going places. Not quickly, of course, but they will be going places. John Swallows in. My goodness, it's like a who's who of awesome people in the UK scene right now. I'm enjoying myself. John Swallows in.
There's one right
Hope you're well.
Yeah, we're good.
I hope the business is going
Judge!
well. Prestige Wargaming, shout out to them. We're in business with them at 6 Plus. John Swallow's new venture. Really exciting up in
Let
Barnsley
me see if
area.
I can move anything else
Go and check them out online.
while we're doing that. Hello, Jay. Jay, we've got a really close line of sight call here.
I think you have it.
Where there's a forge fiend here, and we're just trying to see if we can see this one guy there. The Exalted on this.
Oh, right.
See the spikes there.
Right. Who's got a box of cards?
Lots of cards. Here you go.
On the box. Thank you. Right. Nudge that little guy there.
Pleasant Kenobi is in. This is getting out of hand now, guys. Far too many awesome people in the chat. Outrageous. And yeah, I agree. I think a big second splash for Votan at Christmas. That's what I've got. That's what I'm banking on, boys. I love the models I've got so far. About 2/3 of the England army for Votan at this event is my Votan. I love them to bits. I'm really enjoying them. And just give them a few more units, a few more tricks and tools, a few more ways to hurt you.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be great.
No, it's okay.
Can't
so you
wait.
can see me, right?
It's like the tightest.
That's fine. No problem.
Okay.
Thanks, Jay.
You've got literally every bit of cover.
Are you happy with that movement? Do you want to change
No,
it?
I don't want to do it.
Cool.
I'll die.
Jay was just assisting with the ref call there. We've got the Exalted Sorcerer just working
Rather
out
not
lines of
die.
sight. I think basically Vic wants to tuck
Usually
it
not dying
in,
is better than dying.
But
get
you've
a
got
little
two
bit of line of
command
sight,
points.
Yes, sir.
use it to call in the indirect. That'd be my guess. So they're just working out whether
Not the
they
end
can
of the
see
world
it
if
from
I
where it was.
die. So I know I'm not going to get to a safe spot. The forge fiend's going to be able to shoot.
Yeah.
I'm back. Anything interesting I
Might
missed?
as well get to an
Anything died?
advantageous spot.
I might as well get
No,
to a
they're
spot
just
where I
working.
push your deep strikes
Nice,
back.
yeah, still on. They're just working out where they can put the
I
Exalted
go.
Sorcerer and do different things here. You see. Pleasant Kenobi says a land train.
Over to
So here's the
there.
thing with the land train, right? I'm here for it.
Would you like to overwatch?
I love the concept, but also what Votan don't need is another big vehicle that can get blocked somewhere.
I detest the
Yes.
thought of you having
Give them
free
something
resources,
quick.
So yes, I am going to go ahead and
Dwarves
watch
with
it.
jump packs and flamers and axes,
We obviously
something,
charge ourselves
something
outside
that
of the
can
aggro
reach
and
out
reroll
places
range.
they couldn't already
So
reach.
we're just going to be
Be really
this the way
nice.
God intended.
I
start,
like a
four shots.
gyrocopter. I think like a
Just leave
storm
one.
speeder.
Sixes.
It's a gyrocopter. Maybe you
One
can
six.
transport stuff in it. That'd be
No.
sick.
2 up.
I'm sure they will
One
get
save,
the
sir.
land train eventually. Though. My other pet project, like, what I think they should have is an artillery gun, but it's not really artillery. It fires moles
Nice,
out of the
nice,
ground.
nice. Cool. Come on,
And
back
then
to
the
you.
moles come out and
moly.
attack
I'm
stuff
down to 1 CP.
on the other side of the board. I think that'd be fun. Pretty bonkers though. Pleasant Kenobi wants a land train that's fast, but
How about
only moves in a straight line back and forth. Yeah, and you've got to set
Sounds like a plane.
you've got to set the tracks up for it at the start of the game.
Oh, like you've got the high trains in
You just
America
run-
and
you
Japan.
just run it. Got to run your plan your rail route.
You use it
It
for
can move
fortifications
anywhere
on
on
the table.
that at any moment, but it can only go on that line. Yeah, Louis wants dwarves in sidecars. I'm here for it. I like that.
You do have dwarves in sidecars. The big bikes. I mean,
Yeah, but we can
it's
go-
a
we can
back
go
car
bigger.
more than
We
a
can go
sidecar.
bigger.
Yes.
I want a bike with 4 dwarves on it.
There you go. More sorcerers coming out to do some damage.
Yeah, getting involved now.
That
Getting
forge field is
closer.
coming down, right?
Oh, it's going to depend what the biggest threat to the army is.
So what have you got behind that ruin? Lord Avocado, Angron.
Yeah, we've got a lot of love for trains in space in the chat right now. Maybe the land train is the thing to do. Maybe that's the way.
Let's see a little bit of a zoom in. So we've got 8 bound in there.
Yep.
What's this lad? Oh, it's the. So that's the big guy from the squad.
That's right.
I've got no idea what it's called. I always call him the fat guy.
You know, I have no idea.
I know he's
I'm
big
going
and
to call
hits.
him Dave. Dave's the
Fitting.
biggest. Dave gets the cool weapons. Dave's the last to die. I doubt Dave's going to get on this game, to be fair. Tomic says, oyster cards for the land train, yeah. No, it's going to be nationalised, mate. fully free automated now.
It's gonna
Land
be
train
grudge
for the vote
tokens to
time.
get on.
Yeah. Grudge tokens to get on. Oh, man. Yeah, Warp Spider is correct. The Land Fort does have couplings
Yes.
on
This
it.
is all screened out.
Quite possibly
Screened
we
out.
see
Got these guys just to run at you.
I would know. I
An
have three.
addition.
Zangor and Light
that
in
you
the
could
front, you're gonna
attach to.
advance.
that would be good fun.
That's
I have a
6,
Votan
let's
army.
go.
Yeah.
And I have never played it.
You've not played Votan?
I've played them when they released, and I played 100 infantry.
They're
for
good fun. They're good fun. So I started playing them when they had a 29%
Only to
win
push
rate
the strike back, nothing else.
in early 10th edition
Mhm.
because I'm a sucker for a lost cause. And they're good fun. They're good fun.
Zangorians.
Another army that GW's actually brought back to life with effective balance changes really well.
Votan is very tough to bring back to life in a way, because if you do it wrong, in a
Oh,
wrong way,
yeah.
they will just absolutely
That's it.
destroy everyone because
They're
of the volume of
they're
shots.
actually a bit like Tau in that regard, where like you have to manage them quite carefully because just the sheer weight of guns involved is pretty scary. Which is appropriate because them and the Tau are pretty good mates. They trade all their weapons. There's a lot of ion and rail stuff in the Votan tech they actually got from the Tau. Anyway, that's quite enough about the Dwarves. Let's get back into Chaos Land. We've got all sorts going on down here. Thousand Suns getting into position. This is a much more assertive push from Vic on the board this time.
Sounds good.
This is the goal turn for T-Suns. It might not look too impressive because it doesn't down the mid-board, but remember it's 36-inch range.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everywhere you want, effectively. That out of line of sight is what makes them terrifying.
Yeah.
That's why the nerf to the Flamers is such a big deal for them. Because you don't want to go back to Bolters. Flamers are just too good.
Got some Lord of Skulls love in the chat. Unfortunately, there are no Lord of Skulls in this list. The Humble
Triple Lord
Forge
of
Fiends
Skulls.
in instead. I've played against Lord of Skulls World Eaters a couple of times. It's fine. It's only fine, guys. The
A lot of schools can now jump through walls.
It can. It's also got a 3-up save. 3-up save on a thing that big. Bonkers.
I'm playing
terrible.
Knights, don't tell me about
It's
it.
terrible.
All the
Unbelievable.
all Grey Knights have 2-up save,
Yeah.
and then you've got a massive Knight the size of a building, and you go, well, I've got a 3-up save, so do your bolters are actually wrecking me.
Complete nuts. More like, is anyone rich enough, says Geekable Trades. It's not a cheap kit to buy. No, you're absolutely right.
You'll be surprised how much money people spend in this hobby. I know.
Oh, it's crazy money. It's bonkers money.
But you don't see it as expensive because you justify it by, it's my hobby, more other hobbies are expensive, or I
Yeah.
don't smoke, smoking is more expensive. And you cope with this so
you
much.
do, you do.
If
We
you
do
have
a
a
lot of
partner,
internal
it's harder.
bargaining, right?
Yes.
A
If
lot
you have
of
a partner,
internal
just hide it from them.
Oh, yes. Oh, goodness. Wives and girlfriends would be mortified if they knew how much was getting spent on this stuff.
How much was it? Not much, I got it on eBay.
So Pleasant Kenobi asked, what was the Flamer nerf mentioned? That's a great question. So in the recent FAQ that we've got, it's not in play for the WTC because it's come out too late. Essentially, you're not going to be able to use torrent weapons for indirect fire anymore. So
Purgation squads.
Grey Knight
1000
Purgation
Suns.
squads, Thousand Suns with their indirect Flamer weapons,
It's the
no
only ones I
longer.
can think of.
Can't do it anymore. So it's a big change actually to those two armies, particularly to Thousand Suns. 'Cause it's a real tool in their arsenal that they've had. I think it's interesting. It's a big hit to Thousand Suns. Love to see what the builds that follow them look like. But you can understand the logic, right? It's quite hard to flame people from behind a wall. Mind bullets.
Doom bolt somewhere, which I should really be doing.
Oh, CSM Demon Engine list will have all the torrents. Okay, I see. Yeah, you don't run into many of those, but when you run into them, that's usually terrifying. Because, you know,
Yeah, and Soulforge is pretty scary. I like Soulforge. It's a fun detachment.
if I only had time to do some painting for myself, I would probably be getting that list done.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have 4 up Fiona Pay. So 1 Doom bolt, strat, that's 19. Okay, we got it.
Yes, quite often you see it
So,
on Facebook Marketplace when
we are
the
going
partner
to
is
let
selling
you go
off someone
rapidly
else's models
Yeah,
after
I
they
know.
either passed away or
I
left
know,
them,
I know.
and they don't have no idea
I've
what
got
the
no
value
idea
is.
what the value is.
Cool.
And people are savage.
That's actually something. There was one thing I do actually stress to anyone I'm with is this stuff
Doing all of this
retains its
screen out.
value. It's important that you know it broadly retains value. Don't undersell
And
it.
then you're pushing me down.
Honesty pays off
back to
eventually.
There.
Yeah.
Line of sight onto this objective is pretty much all of it. Certainly all of it that I can deep strike onto.
Pleasant Kenobi says, I'd argue flames can find the holes and cracks more than bullets. That's totally reasonable.
But what if
Don't
there's no
know
holes and
that I
cracks?
care.
Bullets
Yeah.
make them.
yeah, we don't know. But yeah, it's a weird ruling. I get it. I think we're at that stage in the edition where
the
everyone
range on the
remembers
enemies comes
indirect's
again? Sorry,
really
one more time.
boring to play
24.
against, and we want to get
Okay.
rid of it.
So basically the entirety of the objective
And we go around in a
and
circle, don't we?
Magnus
It'll be back again.
is very able to go 33. Yeah.
You got it.
Chat's absolutely bouncing today, guys. Lovely to have so many of you in and piping up. Thanks for thanks
great
for
to have
supporting
good
us.
engagement.
Keeps it spicy.
Makes our life much easier talking to you guys.
Angron's in the chat.
Ooh.
Angron talking about the flaming nerve in the chat. I assume that's because he's sat at the back of the board at the
I was
moment.
about to
He's
say.
got time to text. He's just on his phone.
Isn't he? Aren't
He's
he supposed
chirping
to be
away on
bugging the front
YouTube on
lines?
his phone. Yeah, he's not in action right now.
He's supposed to be chasing Magnus down, but instead of he's hiding away.
How are you feeling about your general's decision to park you in the backfield, Angron? Are you enjoying it? Or is it a bit frustrating?
Could put a forge fiend down to have more stuff.
Oh, thanks very much, Pleasant Kenobi. Really appreciate it.
It's General Kenobi.
Can't come in for General reserves.
I love how you read the name again to make sure it wasn't that.
I think no. Cool. Go for it.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone hates indirect.
So I was gonna do
unless you use indirect.
But there's a genuine, like, there's a holistic balance point here. John Drake is a Drakari player. Look, I'm a Drakari player as well.
Fit through that gap.
Drakari are phenomenally strong when there isn't indirect in the game.
The one
It's
with
one of the most obvious pieces of tech for Drakari. And this is what you find when you adjust one thing, another thing benefits. So sneaky elves benefit from indirect.
There's a lot of
range.
collateral damage.
Whichever way you cut things and adjust things, something else thrives in its place. So
I can see with my eyes.
it's a permanent balancing
He
act.
can definitely fit through there.
But happy hunting for Drakari right now. I'm going to enjoy
Yeah,
myself.
it's such a pain for you. So I'm going to bin off Doombolt.
Okay.
And instead, we are going
to staying at home.
Angron
What's
says
that,
their
Mate?
username's Angron, but I've
Yeah,
actually played
that's
Thousand
it, mate.
Suns for
That's
all
your
of 10th
place.
edition.
So I'm going to do...
Angron doesn't have anywhere good to go for this game yet. It does feel that way at the moment.
Sounds good.
Then we're going to do a free
I
stratagem
think
on
if
Magnus.
that's the case, though, you just put him on the line and
And
make stuff
with
happen.
the Lord of Forbidden Law, we're
He's
going to do
coming back
another
anyway
free
if he
stratagem
dies
on him.
potentially.
So that takes me to 17
I guess
cabal
Lehann's
points
playing
back.
for the late
I've
game.
still got 6 in the bank.
Sounds good.
And that's right, Pleasant Kenobi. It's a balancing factor for certain types of approach. I love playing little, nasty, sneaky armies who love to come out from behind walls and cause mayhem.
Over there, right?
Yeah.
But I can fully appreciate that some armies are incredibly annoying to play against if they don't have ways of digging me out of
I
there.
just don't want to catch you off guard.
Oh, when you spend
Everything
a
in
CP.
balance, right?
Yeah, when I spend a CP.
That's really nice.
I don't want to catch you off guard
But
like
you
off
have,
the
you still have a CP.
I have one, yeah. Sorry, I don't want to catch you
That's
off guard
so
with this
cool,
one.
man. That's actually a really good play. So maybe I need to accept Invocatus is going into me. Rude, man. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you.
Don't like Glasshammer, man. What can I say?
So I should really put 3 models on there, shouldn't I? One. I don't even have to shoot them then. They will go into me, but I don't really care. That's fine. Thank you. That's very kind. So I will Temporal Surge, and Invocatus is free to do Invocatus things.
Hell yeah. There's a guy just right up against this wall, so just make sure you're outside of an inch.
Okay, and then free strat. Instead of one of the free strats, we could go for the Temporal Surge over here. Yeah, I'm gonna do the second Temporal Surge here rather than a second free strat. Cool.
All
He's
right.
gonna go there. Angron's base can't land in that space. Invocatus can't fit through.
Sounds good.
So as you can see, Vic is really not letting the World Eaters move right now. Blocking them up in their position.
That's the best way to deal with Angron.
Okay, we're gonna spend
Use
both of
your
my command
crappy
points for
cheap units
indirect
and just
fire into
block
these
his
guys.
landing
They've lost
spaces.
the advance and charge this turn. Just makes it so much easier
Yeah, Magnus
for
has
Vic
got the
to
whole unit.
control where they can be.
Yes, they just go 12 inches, you land here,
We're gonna
I will
start
land
off with
here,
the
so you have to
Exalted
go
Sorcerer and
before
this
then,
shooting
and
at
you
this point.
block off all the useful charges, and without exposing himself, he cannot get any
Number of
decent
shots
position.
is 5. Wounding you on 3s.
Dennis in the chat saying, yeah, an overpowered army
82
feels like you don't
cover
own your
these,
wins, no one wants to play
Yep.
you. Yeah,
Sixes.
I agree with that to an extent.
3d3.
When an army's strong, there's a certain kind of player that really wants to
Here's
play you,
three,
and those are the ones
last
that want to
one.
win.
4.
You know, win the toughest games.
Take 2.
But for
I'm
casual
killable
and
those
social
guys.
and local games, yeah, it's
Four
awful.
not just the
I really
best,
hate
man.
it.
Just a
I always
bit.
like playing something that's in a sensible
The
balance
Mutilate
place
Vortex
myself.
Beast will shoot at them as well.
Sounds good.
Number of shots with the D6+3 profile. These dice are busted.
The Glasshammer dice. Yours and truly.
Here comes the pain.
Threes. And then strength 9, so threes. There you go, mate. AP2, but you do get cover here.
Cool. So I'll get 5 ups.
Yeah. They're 2
One.
damage each.
Okay, so there's a guy on 2, so
Yeah,
we'll keep
first
taking
one.
him out. He
Down to 1,
wants
second one. He's dead.
Dead.
Third one. Down to
Takes
3.
1. Cool.
We've got
So-
Spawn taking a pasting.
They're so tough to kill.
Yeah,
The
they
Spawn
are.
are great.
I love them.
I'm not the big fan of the
Absolutely.
model itself. It's a bit outdated. I can't wait for the new one because I'm sure it's coming at some point. I think the kit is as old as me pretty much.
You're absolutely right, Pleasant Kenobi. The communication is really good here. It was great yesterday on stream as well.
Over
So
on
Chris
this
Kinnear's
side,
game on
the
stream against
Exalted on
Seppian
disc
playing,
is going to shoot at these guys.
Okay.
playing his Grey Knights. Lovely collaborative game. That's what we're here for. That's
Wounding
what the
you
team
on
want to be
fours.
having all the way through
Oh,
the
sorry. 1 dev wound, 1 save.
Pretty much what
2 not
competitive
covered.
40k is.
No.
No,
Just
damage,
communication
The whole
and
thing
a
is
lot
a
of
dialogue,
stress.
right?
1, 3, 4 damage.
5 up Philippines. He
That's
does.
1. This 1 isn't anything, is it?
No.
Oh, this 1 is my guy. He's on 1.
Okay.
Paul
Next, we'll go
Spider says Vic
for
has a big brain. Yes.
the Arcane
Yes, he
Vortex
does.
squad.
Very
Will
cerebral
shoot at the
player.
same thing.
I don't
All
think
the other
there is
guns,
a more
so all the
cerebral player in
non-psychic
the
attacks will
UK.
go into Chaos Spawn here.
Sounds good.
So we'll
Next
start
level.
off with the psychic attack.
Absolutely
Do I
next
fail
level.
my hazardous check? I don't. Number of shots is 9.
Oh, let's go.
9. Wounding you on 2s, rerolling everything. I'll reroll the 1s.
Equal trace as both players playing at such a
6.
gentleman level. Yeah, I completely agree.
So there you go.
And actually,
2 ignore cover, 2
The
damage
one
each.
that merits
Rolls.
the most respect is actually Lehann,
One,
right?
and then
Lehann's
two
already
damage piece.
reporting
Yeah,
difficult
the 2 cost me
position,
for
worried about the
Philippines.
outcome to his
Thank you.
coach.
For this many.
But he's
2 at a
playing,
time.
he's
First
chirpy,
one.
he's sticking,
There's-
it, sticking,
oh, sorry, there's no wounded
sticking to his
characters.
guns, and he's
Second
not
one.
not letting that get the best of him. And
So
that's the
that's
really
one.
difficult thing to do, right?
One
When you're in
more.
a tough situation, is keep
Dead.
playing,
One dead.
keep your level.
Next 2.
Vic
So-
is very good at tabling you while smiling.
Dead.
Oh yeah,
Dead
smiling
so far.
killers, mate. That's what we're about.
Next 2. Third one dead.
Last one. It's down to 1.
Cool.
3 dead, down to 1
Yeah,
on the
that's
last
exactly
guy.
right, Kazza. An eloquent dismantling. That's what you get with Vic.
You're more
I've
aid
got my
bound
little
hitting
sorcerer's
murders.
psychic attack. Might do it.
That's just cruel.
Oh,
Cool. So this guy is
poor
getting
old
on
8 man
4
are getting
saves,
taken
firing
apart without
direct.
ever leaving
It's
this building.
systematic eradication.
Yeah, and you can see that is the unit that Vic respects the output of the most. That's what he's targeted the whole way through the game. Ultimately, it's the 8-bound that
One
win this
hit.
game for the World Eaters.
Rerolling. Nothing.
Angron does what he does,
Right.
but the 8-bound have the trapping, the 8-bound have the
And then
raw output to just body
we've
T-Suns
got.
units.
Oh,
So
the rest of
they've
the
gotta
guns.
Yeah. Into this one.
So 3 flamers and the little flamer can go as well. So that's 8, 14, 19.
Paul says don't let Vic's friendly nature on stream
Wow.
for you.
Yep.
16,
He's a vicious
19.
Don't get it
murderer.
wrong, he's a killer. He's a
Serial
killer.
killer. We can tell.
You don't
You
control
don't get to
objectives,
the
so
top of the
wounding on
UK
5,
scene without
rerolling
being a
ones.
killer.
Sounds good.
Doesn't mean you can't be nice while you're doing it.
Okay, AP2 on the 6s, 1 damage, and AP1 there.
So these will be 6 ups. None. And these will be 5 ups. None. And then all of these will be 4 ups.
20 Phoenix says Vic needs to start a
One,
side
two,
hustle recording
three.
bedtime stories. You're damn
One
right he
die,
does. I've been
16
shouting about this for
No, no one's
No,
wounded.
oh,
Flipping
he'll back up.
years.
So 1 dies.
I
so
would
next one
listen to
starts
those all night.
So what we need
Way
is
around you
you
want.
and Vic commentating on the game, and I will just press buttons.
Oh, like a late night radio
ASMR,
show with me
yeah.
and
And
Vic.
then we've got the
I
story
think that'd be
cannon.
pretty good fun actually.
Yeah.
We'll get it done. We'll do it
Yeah,
Wounding
sometime.
on
definitely
3s,
fun.
wounding on 3s.
For anyone
one
who
dead
isn't
wound,
aware of
2
Vic's
saves.
podcast, by the way, do
AP1
check out
and
40k
one
Fireside.
Fireside
One
podcast.
Oh yeah,
One
so
damage, yeah.
they win 4 up from the pain.
very,
It's
very
fine.
good.
And oops.
Some of the best content
5
there
ups.
is out there if you want the really top level players' perspective on things. Vic and
Do
David
5
Gaylord.
ups. Make 1.
Vic
4
brings the
ups.
smooth, calm perspective.
one.
Dave Gaylord isn't afraid to pick an argument.
Damage 2.
Both
Damage
very,
one,
very
aim
smart,
on 3.
talented
Oh, yeah,
players.
Bounce 2.
Counted to. Cool, that's all the shots from that unit. The
Let me know in chat, by the way, if
Infernal
there's any
Master
games in the wider
will
round you want
fire
me to
at
go
the
in and
spawn.
check on.
Makes
It's
sense.
probably time I have a little walk around and see what else is happening.
Actually, we'll do it on the guy with the Umbralific Crystal. Hazardous check. It's fine, number of shots. Every time, what's going
Yeah,
on?
Pleasant Kenobi's completely right. How you communicate in the game and how you play the game,
All right, big
you
boy.
can be working on that and do that really well, irrespective of your player level. Completely agree. We can almost to an extent have to sort of divorce the two, right?
Exactly. Always communicate
You
your
want to
intent.
always be communicating
Okay,
well,
you got
whatever
4
your
dev
outcome
wounds.
is.
Because it's so easy to brain fart.
Yeah.
I do it so often.
3 dice. Cool.
Oop, my dice tray decided to just lose all focus.
Still got some giggles going on from Lehann. Love to see it. It's great.
Cool, and then
Not sure what's wrong
Magnus is going to do
That's it, 20 Phoenix. We should do a Prospero Burns reading with it. Just get him reading it, extracts from Thousand Suns Law.
shots into the spawn, and the 2 damage shots into this last guy.
Our dice cam's having a moment.
So the 3 damage shots.
There we go, it's
3.
back again.
There we go.
I fix.
Hitting on 2s because you can see
Lucky
this
it was
guy.
an easy fix.
Rolling. Wounding on 2s. Rerolling. That is 3 dev wounds, but then 3 saves, AP2, but you do get cover.
So 5 ups.
That was
Okay.
6
And
damage
then
total.
6 damage total. 4s.
Oh no, it's not enough.
No, it's enough.
Oh, the last
Champion.
spawn has
And
bought
then
it.
into this lone
That's
8
a real
man. I'm
tragedy.
owed a 1 on number of shots here.
I had such high hopes for that spawn.
You know, Gamblers fellas, he's supposed to go in the positive direction, right? Like, not in a...
Force rerolling.
There you go. If you ever had any
And then
doubts about playing
force
competitive
here,
40k, you
so
can
it's
see.
like 5
It's
on
the
shot.
top level
okay.
of play. They're
Force,
just
the
one of
plus
them is
1.
getting absolutely murdered in the corner, just having fun, laughing, just having good fun. That's what
Okay, so
40k
you
is
got
about most
5
of the time.
saves,
Damn
81
right.
ignore cover.
Unless you're getting
Yep,
murdered
so
for
this
like
will
the
be 4
4th game in a row, then probably a bit down.
Failed
Yeah,
very
it can
many.
get
Eight
tough,
damage
right? And I think we've all been there where you've had a couple of losses already and you're in a rough spot and then you get
7,
another
8.
one.
Or when you fail
But,
6 charge rolls in a
Nope,
row,
gone.
and you go,
I
why?
honestly think having a solid mentality whether you
No
win or you lose is
charges anywhere,
absolutely
that's
crucial if you want to have any
Okay.
interest in making it far in this game.
So I get area
So
denial.
there's so many
5.
players who get scarred by bad
I'm going
outcomes
to
or
bin off
losing and then it
establish locus for a command
stops them
point.
developing
Makes
really
sense.
because they don't pick out harder
And-
games, shy away from harder matchups, don't develop in the right way. So yeah, just got to be able to go in and have a laugh and have fun with it. It's
Okay.
a massive strength.
Got to me.
So Vic got red
I'll
Alpha
get 3
5
points
and
on
no
primary.
Locus.
Yes.
So he went for the damage instead.
Yeah, went for the damage.
I think
And
he's
go
pretty
to
confident
speed.
in the fact that I'm gonna do enough damage to catch up on points to push my
I
differential.
think if you're looking at it, I
We
think
don't
Vic
really
is
double
focused
shots, everything is dead.
entirely on primary.
Yes.
Oh,
I think primary is his plan.
Because remember,
No, that's
scoring,
fine.
po- scoring points is as important as denying
so
points, so he's
cards-
focusing on both
Exactly
fronts.
that.
Recover assets and
But
containment.
what you would say is that for all the damage and
CP and
offense Vic has
containment.
put in, he's actually not built up that much of a score
We're
yet.
certainly going to bring a force
So
field
let's
up.
see. Maybe there's a way through for the World Eaters. Maybe there's something they can do.
Talks to me.
We will see if there's a way.
Do you need
back.
your coach? I'll go grab him.
Oh, it's fine. Coach!
Got a coach update going through.
Yes. Mine is going up.
How's the round looking?
We're a little down. So Saki is predicting a 10. Ryan's in the lower end of his prediction.
Just hear this
Kyle's getting blown out.
updating on the round.
Me too.
Josh is pretty stable, but on the low side of it
Other
all.
side of it, okay.
Dev is like very consistent. Every time I talk to him, it's like 10, 11, 10, 11.
He might
And then this one,
There's a
Matt
chance this might go
is,
up.
but he's a bit less sure because of the game's supposed to play out a little bit.
54, 56. So currently we're tracking towards, we need like 30
Yeah, there's
points.
none. Should be
I'm
fine,
assuming there's
yeah.
like just no room for anyone to.
No one said anything about pushing or anything.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
kind of like if someone says something, I'm just going to pump and tick the thread because
Okay,
like
yeah.
we at this point we're just free rolling on
Yeah.
on a 20 that pops out of nowhere, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So
Okay.
But
Mine is
where are
down
you
on that.
further down,
Further down.
how far down?
I just, further
Vic gave us
down.
a thumbs up, so that means it's going well for him as well.
I think that's a reasonable assessment. I think. The
Yeah,
World
we
Eaters are
can
in
hear
what-
that
what
the
we
South
call a
Africa is a
headlock.
bit down.
Yeah, the World Eaters are in a proper headlock here. They've lost so many assets without ever getting out of their own deployment.
Absolutely.
Really, really brutal.
OC4.
Yeah,
OC4,
and it's like you say, the
that's it,
teams is great for. It's completely different playstyle. You play for different things, and that's why he called over his coach.
Exactly.
Lehann did. So he knows, oh, do I need to push or do I still play safe and just try to keep differential as little as possible?
Yeah.
Do we need a
exactly.
miracle? Do I need to just bum rush everything and see what
Exactly.
happens?
Got an interesting conversation going on in the chat about how much you can afford to drop on secondaries. So, dropping points on secondaries in this game right now does really hurt. I think it's a question of what your goals are, and you've got to remember Vic is thinking with exactly what he promised in his matrix in mind, and then anything beyond that is a nice bonus.
Yes. If he wasn't, he would be calling coach over. That's how we know the game is going as predicted.
If he's letting points go and not panicking, it's because he's very content with the current board state and where he thinks things are going to end up.
So the World Display is now figuring
What I
out
would certainly say
the
is
secondaries.
it's very hard to see where World Eater's primary is going to come from in this game.
So there's a potential
at
for
this
secret
moment in
mission.
time.
But
Secret mission has potential, but
I don't
I
think
think they're
there's
going to keep getting wizards flying through there, bringing a bunch of artillery pain and mortal wounds for the next couple of
killing
rounds.
battle line isn't
And
great
I just
either.
don't know how much is going to be left at that stage if they don't break out and start doing some damage. Thousand Sons are one of those armies, if you don't hurt them to
Enough.
a greater degree than they are expecting to be hurt, you are in trouble.
Yeah, because they keep their cabal points.
Exactly.
They do all the
They're like, oh, I
shenanigans.
lose two. I'm still getting to do everything I want all game. It is on you as the other player to do them enough damage and catch them in enough places to stop that happening. Passive play into them or
'Cause as you
holding pattern play into them is
as
so
long as you can
fatal.
double move and doomball, you're good. And now there's an Ahriman for a free power as well. So.
Yeah. Tomek says, interesting to see Kyle as coach for England while he coached South Africa last year. Yeah, Kyle loves the South Africa boys. He's actually been working with their Tau player this year through his Pure Tide program, so he knows them well. But obviously, he's had his country's call. Kyle Grundy, a top UK player. They wanted him in the England roster.
He'll make sure to remind you.
Answered. Oh, he does love to mention it, yeah. Not shy of confidence is Kyle Grundy, but we love that about him. Yeah, so I've seen, you're weighing up alpha strikes and aggression versus secondary scoring. It's also the CP, right? The CP, being able to generate extra CP to do more damage in your subsequent turns, or use your defensive buffs. This can be a big consideration. Thousand Sons are one of those armies that have a lot of tricks and tools they want to use.
I want to go to the center because the Infernal Master butchers us.
You notice that the turns themselves go pretty quick when stuff's happening. It's what takes the longest is the cerebral part in the beginning. Which secondaries do I kick?
100%.
What do I plan for? Because it's not only being able to do a secondary, it's like what do I sacrifice to do it? And World Eaters are in a very tough spot because they lost a lot of their threat and a lot of their chaff. So now whichever unit does an action or goes somewhere without doing damage is just dying for free.
You're absolutely
And
right.
you're not winning the war of attrition here.
Yeah, for
Angron's still in the back doing absolutely nothing, and he's a big chunk of points. He needs to do something.
I'm really feeling for in this game. I think you have to use him as a big old distraction Carnifex, I think. What we have seen, this is the problem with the current T-Suns build, is Lehann hid. Lehann deployed sensibly and hid, and he still has taken horrific losses.
And Pain Celestine says if you're trying to push the points, you would consider a low-scoring turn just to do damage.
Absolutely.
But even if that happens for us, they score absolutely zero and do damage. There is nothing they can do damage to that Vic cares about, because Angron cannot get in any good spot without advance and charge. The Forge Fiend is stuck in between the walls. He cannot get out of that corner.
Yeah.
And there is a single
literally
cultist blocking
one
Angron from
cultist.
jumping over.
Yeah. It's just a nightmare, isn't it? Nightmare situation for them.
And once the cultist dies, Vic gets the CP.
Yeah.
So it's just lose-lose situation there.
Thousand Sons cultists are incredible for what you get. Scout move, CP when they die, can interact with all the Cabal powers. Incredibly good.
Yeah, if Angron wants to do anything, he has to go the long way, right?
Yeah.
Where is my mouse? The hardest thing is to find your mouse. There's a small dot. So Angron can potentially fly out this way, but then he just sat here getting shot.
Yeah, he doesn't get to connect with anything going that
Yes.
way.
They measured, and the 12-inch movement goes like here. And because of that cultist, Angron can fly here at the closest. And again, he's not charging anything.
Maybe
there.
this was a game to rapid ingress Angron.
Potentially.
Maybe that was the way. I mean, Vic's a master of screening with nonsense. But at least you make him do it.
And there we go. We can see the secondaries being decided on: containment and recover assets. So
Beautiful.
recover assets extremely difficult.
Those are good secondaries, but you have to have some board presence.
So he can easily score all of them, I think. but then everything that scored them dies. And you don't want that, right? You want to kill the threats that are right in your face. But Vic made sure that he's outside of the range of Angron, who cannot do much. Lord Avocado cannot go through walls either, so he's also stuck behind that corner. So
We'll start moving these 8 bound.
if I show
Your
you
reactive
that
moves, just
angle,
when I end or when I start as well? At the end. Okay.
there you go. That's the
We're
worst
gonna try
situation. You
and
can
see
see it
if we
better.
can end outside.
There's one squad of 8 bound that
Like somewhere
needs to do
around there.
something here, because
Yeah.
if not, they will die again.
Exactly.
If
Shot,
it's
getting
feasible,
shot
so
out
our
of line
deployment
of sight.
zone ends here. So if we put a guy outside the ruin,
So that's for containment.
we won't be able to fit enough, so I'm going to have to give you an
Or
opportunity
recover
to
assets.
reactive. That's fine.
Because you have to
Yeah,
recover
so
assets
then
in your
deployment,
deployment,
yeah,
no man's
yeah.
land, and an opponent's deployment for max points.
Just
Or
trying to
kill
get
off them.
himself
Shuffle
some
them in to
points
get
on the
Hody
board,
within
isn't he?
9, because some of them were out.
But I think this is a really bad moment for action
Fortunately.
cards.
And you have to
Bodies.
survive to get
Yeah,
them.
that's-
So Thousand Suns will just go, okay, I've lost nothing for the past 2 times. I will sacrifice that unit to make sure that dies and just cut points.
Absolutely.
Would you like to reactive move, sir?
Yeah, sure.
Let's go, dude.
Speedy.
Looks like a
He's
6.
got a full 6 reactive move with his floaty goatees. Here they come.
Floaty goatees. So Vic is gonna just block the move out onto the objective, and again you cannot get within an inch of them to stand on the objective on the other side of the wall without charging them.
Saying we're getting some cracks on the mic cables. We'll keep an eye on that. We had some yesterday, so we'll keep an eye on it. If we
It
have,
does happen sometimes when
Yeah.
players move around a lot.
if we have any issues, we'll
It
sort
just seems
out.
a one-off. If there is an
If
issue, I
it
will-
becomes insufferable, we'll
Yeah,
tell
I'll
them
fix
off.
that. Yeah.
There. Just talk to me about your
And yeah,
intent
I
here.
think
Do you-
everyone's saying that the
do you wanna,
Angron
like,
needs to
block
push.
base
That's
size gap
absolutely right.
through here?
You play like he's going to die, right?
Okay.
And you make him
Okay.
dying part of your plan.
Yeah, his
And
job is to go out. Do
He's
something.
gotta go
Second
out.
Squad. We'll move around.
That's the main strength of Angron. He can come out, do a lot of damage, destruction, and then die and come back.
He's the only thing that you get back, you know.
So back of his base.
And
will
next
go
turn, it's
5.
possibly the only thing left
Well,
on the
plus he's
table that
moved,
is a
so we've
considerable
got
threat
6
for
left.
4,000 Suns. Is
Exactly.
if these 8 bound get murdered with warp side,
Why is there?
it might be tough to
Why are there
push
this
any
many
threats
8
up
bound?
the table. Up the table.
Tomek says
That
Lehann
is
seems to be
one
losing
too
the mental
many.
game. I don't know.
That's
I think.
the regular.
Yeah, I think it was a very cautious
Sorry,
deployment.
this is an exalted. I'll swap him with the.
I think the hope was obviously to grow into the game later, especially
Um,
going second on a mission with so much
one of the
primary
dead guys,
available. If you
apologies.
but
Okay,
ultimately,
so we're
yeah,
gonna
he's
lose a bit of
found
movement.
himself very egregiously
Back of his base
pinned.
will be 6 to get around.
And you get this
Stay
sometimes.
outside
I
of
think
an
players
engagement.
don't
We've got
want to
5
be like,
left.
oh, I deployed too openly and then I had lost,
There.
took some casualties turn 1.
7.
But actually, ultimately, some
Yeah.
casualties is okay if it actually gets you in the
Back
game.
of his base 8.
And I agree. War Eaters are meant to be in your face.
Gotta go.
You've got one
You've
turn
gotta
to do
go.
something or
Yeah.
you die.
And then if you deploy and you get first turn, you can take advantage of
The
that
Jackals
too.
are just
Yes.
going to mosey on forward a little bit.
But again, War Eaters' army are deceptively dangerous. If you come out of everything, they will kill everything. So it's where do you go?
Oops.
But I can see War Eaters
Well,
thinking,
eight
I'm going
on
second, I will score a lot at the end, it's linchpin, I will play safe.
fine.
But then Vic, with a very
These
good move,
Jackals,
just move blocked.
This back
Absolutely.
guy is back of his base within 15 of the board edge.
Oh yeah, let's see it.
So
So
he's going to
you
move
say
forward.
that,
His 8.
if Angron is killed, Magnus runs rampart,
Get
but
your containment.
Angron is meant to come out, kill a
Make sure
bunch
you're
of
outside
stuff,
your
die,
deployment
and
zone.
come back.
Segment is this
That's
line.
that's the big benefit of him. He's 450 points, I think, or something.
Yeah.
So he needs to die and come back to pay for himself most of the time.
This is 20.
Yeah.
Because he most likely won't kill 450 points of stuff in one
What
lifetime.
the hell is this one?
He needs to do
Yeah.
it twice.
Oh, have I got the wrong side? Yeah, this is the skinny side. That's the long.
That's the long side.
That's the long side.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
you're right. The guys are right. The
Sure.
terrain also compounds this problem, and I think this is where
See if we
board
can do
pick
that
might be
without being
quite big.
walls, that's all.
That is likely
Yes,
not
it's a very
possible
tight
then.
corner, very easy to screen out if you want to
Mine is,
fly out.
the
But
wall
suffice to
would
say, the
be-
guys have poured over all of these maps. They know exactly what the opportunities and risks are.
And
all
obviously
for
this
their
guy's
armies.
blocking out quite a bit of movement.
Right,
I
I've been
guess I can
told
go
to,
through my model here.
Check on the Votan game, so I'm
Stand
going
on
to do
this
that and
side,
see if I
I
can
guess
get a
that's
general
fine.
report for you guys as well. So I'll leave you in David's capable hands to see in a bit.
20's there. So he needed to end on the other side of 20. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit that. You mind if I borrow your 1 inch?
Yeah, no problem.
No, then I'm going to be able to fit that. Got 8 inches. 8 inches. There's definitely not going to be another model there.
No, so this is the part of the pairings process where you try to get on the England side 1000 Suns into a good matchup, and this seems to be a good matchup, which Vic already 20-0'd last round. So it's a big win in a pairing process for England, I feel like.
I think that's the best we can do. We go here.
You reckon it was Vic sweet talking, calming down the berserker rage, keeping him back in his deployment zone so he can just score?
Angron's still alive.
Yes, Vic played into Warditas last round, and he's playing into Warditas this round again. So potentially this is their plan.
Hello, friends.
There you go. We've got reserves coming on.
Okay, so we're pushing it back
The
this
second
way.
Forgefiend.
Question is, can I see your MDB from here, and do I have range? Definitely have range. Can you just confirm for me what the line is?
Oh,
Right there.
to the Muclid? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can currently see me. You can probably tuck in a little more if you want.
Okay. You just make sure that I can get 6 inches from Angron, like so. Okay, yeah, then the tuck doesn't matter that
Yeah,
much.
is that as far as you can go? Because I think the line's even better than that, because
Okay.
it's up to there. Yeah,
Up to you.
that's good.
Okay, cool.
Oh, but you're just off the board. That's
Just put
Yeah,
him on.
sweet.
There we go. Okay.
nice.
Okay. Angron's going to run his 14 behind the terrain.
What happened here?
FM6 of that dude.
Like this? I think this guy's been nudged backwards. I think he's a little closer to you.
Has he been nudged? Yeah, just. I think he was
Something
like right
that.
up against
Was
the
he
wall.
right up against it? Yeah, something
Because,
like that.
because you
wasn't he?
blocked me off specifically so that I can get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine.
No worries.
Just put him where he should be. Okay, so these guys are going up for containment. And he goes 12, he ends there.
I can hear the crackle of one of the mics. I'll mute one and see if it's the other.
Oh, yeah. Side, trying to stay outside of an interview there. And then the most,
my
the line
headphones.
of the 20. Sorry,
Hello,
just
everybody.
outside
I've just
the
whacked
20,
myself in the
line of
face with my headphones.
there,
Don't know how I managed to do that.
All holy within 9.
Oh, so news from the round.
Just tell me if you're happy with that.
It's all holding pretty steady. A few of the
Yeah.
predictions are going
Yeah,
up,
it's
actually, if
confirmed,
anything.
yeah,
So some of the games looking quite good.
Shoot that there.
We had a
Double move
Crude
will
Shaper
end up
assassinated
here.
turn 1 by the Eldar, which changed their prediction positively. Manny
Sensible.
actually lost a Calidus Assassin to a rogue Dreadnought that snuck in behind and flamed it to death, so that's pretty funny. We're all enjoying that. Magnus failed a big charge into the guard, so Nassim's Bulgrim are
think
currently
that's
wreaking
it.
havoc in that game.
Yep, Nassim
What
just
I'm
brought
going
me
to
his
happen.
brute shield that came
cool.
off
Yeah.
of the
that's
magnet.
it for
It's
movement.
absolute mayhem in the middle there, but
Go to
Bulgrim
shooting.
where Bulgrim want to be.
Do you want to spend any Cabal points for rerolls?
And Chris Radford fired his entire Grey Knight army into a Necron unit, didn't kill it, and now it's growing back. So if anyone's in any doubt how that goes,
First fortune.
more or less has anticipated. But the round's holding very steady, looking very solid. Oh, and for the Votan, still very much a mirror. Just everything going on in the middle. Josh definitely holding his own. Holding his own, playing well.
Good start, and then we reinforce, okay?
Okay, cool, yeah.
Lots of little assets still just trading in the middle for now, but Harrison feeling that Josh is playing a great game. That's a very tight, close game. That's my boy.
5 ups, 2 rerolls.
20 Phoenix says, presenter hits self with recording equipment. Who had that on their bingo card? Yeah, that's my, yeah. If you know me, you know I am prone to accidents.
Very nice.
4 damage so far.
Okay. Cool. Second fortune, can rinse and repeat. You will have access to Angron rerolls. Number of shots. Hitting you on 3s, rolling for Angron.
Good thing.
I missed all of the conversation about the extreme variants, but you're completely right. There's some matchups that just are swing matchups.
I think this one too.
Ultimately decided on a bunch of very important little variables that can go hard in either direction.
Here we go, bang. I fought 2
It's
of
fair
them.
to say, Thousand Suns are an army that can blow out hard if you play
Takes 2
them
more,
wrong.
so
I
just
know
6
because I do that
total.
all the time. If you have any advice on playing Thousand Suns badly, let me know. I can sort you out.
Cool.
7.
Then charges. We'll start with 8 bound into Bongos for a 7. Gonna have to base with absolutely everyone. So we're gonna come and we're gonna base over here.
Yes, so these Zangors on the objective 4 at the bottom are getting absolutely mauled to
Get
death.
pummeled here.
This guy can base there. And then Invocatus into your sorcerer.
Oh yeah, I think I'll Overwatch here.
Make sense?
Number of shots is 3. Top is 6, you said?
Yes, sir.
4. 3 saves, AP2, ignore cover.
So 4 pinballs. Fell 2.
Takes 2d3. 4.
6 up filling pains. Make 1, so he takes 3, so he's down to 5. Okay.
Yeah, South Africa are
charge.
great. The guys look really fun, just like the Chinese team yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Friendly, smiling. All the
Absolutely.
games look to be really light-hearted and fun.
100%.
Reasonably happy.
Really great bunch
Sorry,
of guys.
I forgot to declare containment, if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course, man.
Yeah, thank you. Cool, so that's it for our charges. We'll start with Invocatus because fun.
Let's see, you've got final in combat.
survive.
Please don't. Okay, so we've got 8 attacks, 7 base, 8 on the charge, hitting you on 2s.
Got anger on rerolls. Doesn't need it.
Out anyway. And then strength 6, strength
Oh,
7
yeah.
on the charge, so 3s, and then 6 are dev. So one dev.
Having another
Terrible roll.
having another go at killing the exotic sorcerer. He's out of there. He's dead this time.
Oh, so many ones. Okay. We won't consolidate because I
See,
want
that's
to
for
stand on
everyone
the
saying
spot.
Glasshammer dies on
Plus
bust.
5 is his
Then you
wounds.
see the
So we'll go over
five
to that
ones.
side. So the 2 little guys, I've got 7 attacks on the charge each. 3. Cool. Hitting you on 3s. And they are strength 6, strength 7 on the charge, strength 5, strength 6 on the charge. So 3s. 3 only ones for their own ability. These are all AP2, 2 damage apiece.
They're dead.
Cool.
And the floaty goatees have bought it. They are.
Consolidate to get close to the objective to get off the base plate.
I've taken one of your arms with me.
Vic has punished
God,
Lehann
that's
by
wicked.
taking one of
Okay,
his
cool.
unit's arms.
Thanks.
Outrageous.
Okay, so
Why Vic's
consolidating,
such a
touching the
bad guy.
objective, just getting off the base plate, and calling it good. Yeah, cool.
Nice. Did you want to deal with this cultist, by the way? I've got one cultist.
There's absolutely nothing that I can do against them, right? Like, they're doing an action, so nothing's happening that. That's going at the MVP. Like, he's just going to be the bane of my
That's
Still a
existence.
cultist. cannot believe that there's
Okay.
still a cultist blocking.
Did you do something secondary?
main
That's what
way
happens when
out.
you don't even have
Containment
pistols,
checks,
right? The
all
pistols will be like, yeah, cultist dead.
Oh, goodness gracious. What was the force fiend doing? Did that not shoot?
Okay, next battle round.
It did shoot.
Yes, sir. Battle round
Okay.
3.
I've got cards and then
Good
battle shots.
grief.
Yep.
Sometimes when it's going wrong for you, it just goes wrong
Defense
for you, doesn't
stronghold
it?
and storm hostile.
Clock to me, my blood offerings. 6, 7, 8. I've got no rerolls on these.
Okay.
Pate Celestine saying it's a big pairing win for
my
England. Yeah, I
God,
mean,
what?
so World Eaters.
We'll take
Is that anything?
World Eaters, I
I'll-
mean,
we'll
you'll
take
know
our
because
patent at,
Vanilla
plus
talks
2
about
to
this
move
every week
and,
on Stat Check,
kill the
but
pen.
And the
they,
Philippines.
Both of
they
them are at
can
least,
achieve
yeah, it's
huge
a
wins,
doubles.
but they have to be paired
Automatic,
very
yeah.
carefully.
Okay. Still no
And
advanced shots,
like someone
so-
pointed out in chat, Vic seems to be targeted into World Eaters whenever he can, getting the
Indeed.
20 last round,
Indeed.
potentially getting a 20 in
Don't-
again if he
don't-
can start
don't
scoring.
don't make anything of that, boys. There's nothing to see here.
So I got
Okay,
13.
5, 5.
Yeah, 13.
You leave Vic alone.
But yeah, suffice to say, they are an army where, because of the sort of slightly monodimensional nature of the army, if you can frustrate and have logical counters and can put them on boards where they struggle to do their thing,
I feel like the World Eaters
they're
had
very
a,
vulnerable.
I feel like World Eaters had a sound plan to go through that gap. It's just Vic realized that and pushed that
Blocked it
cultist
right
squad.
off.
And the thing is, that cultist shouldn't have been alive.
Yeah,
It lived and it jumped across, and just blocked 2 turns of moving for World Eaters effectively, which is massive.
yeah, exactly that.
Because just Vic's, it gives Vic,
21 devour
Vic time to
points.
stop the threats coming over and allow him to kill threats one by one rather than having to deal with everything at once.
Drunken Orc, good to have you in the chat. Says, feel like Angron should have come at bottom of the table instead to threaten Vic's home objective. Yeah, I think I'd have been tempted to try that. Put a bit more in the push in that direction. We certainly saw that's certainly how Vic played it at the top,
Oh,
right?
Jack, thank you.
Very
Just for my
aggressive
face.
push.
Thank you so much, man.
Vic once again just thanking someone. What a
Yeah,
horrible
it's
man.
because it's very hot, so
He's
MVP
brought
coach
a-
bringing over
Brought a
some.
cloth to wipe his face down with. Shout out to everyone giving Lehann love in the chat. Appreciate it. He's a lovely man. He has acquitted himself well here in a very difficult situation, I think. Hello, Go For It Painting. Nice to have you in. So, where are we heading to now? That's the end of the World Eater's turn, right?
Hey, the crystal
Yes,
boys
so
are
Vic
flying
drew
up in the
defense
sky.
stronghold and storm hostile objective.
Crystal,
Down to
Unprolific
18.
Crystal's now happening.
Yes.
So, Vic toyed with using this right at the start of the game. I think he's got a little bit more space to work with now.
Before I give myself more free 8-bound.
Very curious where he's going to attack the crystal, where he's going to try and work an angle and push with. I think he's obviously got a situation now where Angron's kind of got to go on a magical mystery tour around the edge of that building to get anywhere relevant. Gives him a lot of space to hit the other assets that are further up in the board. Oh, the Mutalith Vortex Beast is going on the run.
Yeah, it's eyeing those 8-bound, probably gonna charge them and trying to one-shot them and call the objective, right?
Yeah.
No, these guys in the back are just scooting around. That's an Ahriman squad from what I can see, because that massive unit of a sorcerer next to the squad seems to be Ahriman. He's a massive model, beautiful skull.
Vic, I think here, very aware of the big primary available in Linchpin.
They're still available.
Now is the time to start clearing and pushing. You can just strip enough assets off the board, stop the World Eaters being able to get back in the game.
You can see Vic shot ahead on primary this turn. He got
Yeah.
13 primary.
Exactly. There's no limit. There's no cap on Linchpin. It's
And
an
like I said,
insane mission. So
Vic
you
is
can
good.
literally score 3 in the first 2 turns, and you're like, I don't mind.
So I believe Vic needs to be 56 points ahead to get 20 0. And I said he needs to start scoring to get that big differential.
time
And
now,
this is where it's coming,
This is where
right?
it's
He will
gonna
definitely get defend. He will definitely get storm hostile. So you know that's starting to push, and he'll make sure to deny any primary.
There's a very
But
reasonable
you-
chance
you-
he's
you could
pushing
see
for
the
20.
start of the move, so you can-
Might not quite make it.
Yeah, carry on.
Will be
But he's
close.
in a very good place. Jack Davis Fletcher in the chat says, come on,
Way
England. Go and do
better
your
when
job,
I
Jack.
roll first.
Let me do mine.
No, keep it on.
Our commissar, our head coach, he's the glue that holds this whole thing together. Absolute legend. We love Jack.
I go, we've got an orc player making charges.
Yeah, there's an orc wiring. That's why we didn't bring orcs. I couldn't handle it.
You hit on.
Oh yeah, if I don't
Don't
get
need
the
it.
mag in time,
Don't need that.
Yeah, from England. Yeah. Cool.
am I allowed to slide tackle someone as soon as he starts? You know, just get up and
Banned it
run.
at UKTC. You can't do it now.
I knew what I was doing. No problem.
Let's go, dude.
Obviously,
It
I
is
saw that
terrifying when
happening.
someone behind you does it.
Divine the future.
What do you think about the WTC terrain in general? So, in England we don't play on that terrain too much, other than Robos events at Element Games.
Yeah.
So there's not much experience on them, but I quite often attend Team England practice weekends if they come down to Glasshammer and play on them. I always enjoy playing on them. They're very heavy compared to the standard layouts in England. But remember, it's a standard terrain for pretty much continental Europe tournament scene. So it's a very well thought out and very well tested terrain.
Yeah.
If there are ever any issues or complaints, it's getting adjusted immediately.
Yeah.
All the gaps where you can fit and not fit through and what units fit through are deliberately made that way.
Yeah.
To stop and prevent some things doing certain things and to encourage different type of playstyle. On top of that, to kind of alleviate the downside of having so many walls around, you've got charging through walls rules, so you cannot just stage one inch behind the wall and be unchargeable by infantry or beast. So I think it's a very well balanced terrain. It is bit heavy for my taste because I play gunlines. But to be honest, playing Chaos Knights, this terrain was absolutely fine because you've got artillery, you've got rampages going through walls and knights going through walls. But if you have no ability to move around the terrain like Imperial Knights, it is a bit oppressive, I'd say. It doesn't favor Imperial Knights at all.
Yeah, there's a
but
reason
then again,
there's none here really.
Yeah, there is. It dictates the meta. So the armies coming here will be fine on this terrain because they're wrote for this. But if you're just a singles player playing UKTC or Glasshammer or whatever your local area uses, it will be a big shock to the system. You really need to get used to that terrain and write the list specifically for that terrain.
Yeah, I'm still learning really, Tomek, if I'm honest. You know, this is my first year even really knowing WTC really existed. It hadn't really been on my radar until Contact Lost, your wonderful podcast, did all that coverage last year. Caught my attention. It's very different. What I like about it, I like the fact that the angles are kind of offset in different ways. It's not like, you know, a lot of the angles and kind of geometries in play on some of the other sets are pretty lined up with each other, but actually you've got kind of counter angles and cross angles with the buildings and the ruins. I really like that. Makes it a bit different where your firing lanes are. Takes some figuring out. And moving around them is different. And we've had a few games we've covered in the last couple of days where the actual opportunities for like just locking down and holding ground centrally are misleading. It's not easy to do it at times. But yeah, I mean, it's a really cool dynamic set. There's just so many variations on it as well. That's the main thing. The fact that you've got a million different ones for each round, that's awesome.
And I believe this is a light table.
Yeah. But I think on my list of goals for next year is actually learning how to play on it properly rather than just styling it out with my UK list.
So this is another thing about the WTC terrain. There's a lot of layouts, right? So you've got medium, heavy, and light. This is the light layout because you can see there is only 2 big ruins.
Yeah.
And the rest of them are small. So whenever you get on the footprint, you're visible with true line of sight.
Yeah.
Medium terrain has 4 big ruins, and heavy terrain has 6 big ruins. So the terrain varies to be even heavier. This is the lightest version of that terrain you'll find.
Absolutely. Taff Jones in the chat, lovely to have you here. Says Glasshammer Gaming, the Vale guys at Firestorm. Oh, what a venue Firestorm is, incredible venue. In Cardiff are moving to it for the smaller events. Yeah, I'd like to see more of it out in the world. The new UKTC pack is good. I actually think the GW sets in 10th are really good. But I just think let's have a sort of triple threat meta. Let's have all 3 of those in play. Obviously, there's the Glasshammer terrain now, big Glasshammer events as well. Let's just have a bunch of different styles. I love having to figure out different styles at different events. Just take advantage of that variation. I think it's awesome.
Yes, so obviously I'm Polish. I've played in Poland as well. The terrain moved from homemade pieces, just being your typical bad terrain where you get a gun line, it will just kill everything. It moved to WTC, and WTC is just a standard in Poland now at all the events. And I do agree. Basically, if you look at the UKTC events, they used to be a heaven for gun lines.
It was a shooting meta for a long
time.
Now
it's changed a little bit. I haven't played on the new layout yet, but it looks much heavier.
More combat friendly now.
Yeah,
They've changed it quite radically.
Glasshammer terrain used to be the heaviest combat favored, but when they changed the towering rules, all the windows in our medium ruins changed that to then be not as heavy. But we've got great staging positions. Then you've got the WTC terrain, which is pretty much what you see. So it's just whenever you see an event, Glasshammer terrain will be favoring combat, UKTC terrain will be favoring shooting. But now it's all moving in towards shutting down shooting as much as possible because it's getting oppressive. And based on feedback and GW rules, it all rotates. But yeah, WTC is not very popular in England, unfortunately, and surprisingly, right?
I think it's growing.
It is growing because with the more team events and more pressure on international events, people want to practice on something new.
Completely. And we've got some Polish bants going on in the chat. So
yeah, they're saying they don't believe I'm Polish.
God bless.
Oczywiście, że jestem Polakiem. I can speak Polish. That's what I said. So I can cast in 2 languages and I can press buttons. I don't cast very well, but I can do that.
Oh, mate. You're a pro. You're the only one of us who hasn't whacked themselves in the face with their headphones. Absolute pro. And John Swallow shouting out Prestige Wargaming again. They've got full sets for events. I cannot wait to get out to a Prestige Wargaming event. We need to plot that, John. I want to bring the whole team up, get involved. Which reminds me, here's some self-promotion, because I'm very good at self-promotion, possibly the best. Do hit like and subscribe for Glasshammer Gaming if you haven't already. Leave them some comments, let them know how you found the stream, anything you'd like to see done differently in the future. They've got a bunch of events coming up, some big majors, all the little RTTs which David is running as well at the Glass House. So do get on their socials and their webpage and check those things out. And if you like the chatter I'm bringing to it, you can come and support 6++ Gaming on YouTube. Hit like and subscribe, leave us some comments over that way. Myself, Chris Toll, John Scribbins, a whole team of maniacs for you over there, talking all things 40k on a regular basis. So if you like having a good time and learning about the game at the same time, come and get involved with us over there.
The opinion on whether I'm awesome or not is divided among people.
Having hung out with David for a few days, having not really before, I played him once, had a lovely time, great game, but he's a good lad. His brother's all right too, they're good boys.
We're bearable.
It's quite funny watching them together because, like any pair of brothers, they're both just thoroughly fed up with each other all the time.
That's when you realise I'm not just fed up with you as a person, I'm fed up with everyone as a person, because that's how I am, right?
Oh dear. Jack Asher's playing at Firestorm in a couple of weeks. Yeah, amazing. Have a great time, man.
Yeah, Firestorm is a great venue.
It's just beautiful. It's in like an old car showroom, big glass window walls, nice upper mezzanine for the games. It's just super cool. Obviously, Cardiff's a very fun city as well. Definitely on the list of UK cities I've done things I regretted.
You can see Coach Grundy in the background behind us over there.
Hey, the big man.
Watching the games.
Yeah.
You can see the...
He's not optimistic for their tower player. It looks like Tony Chu's turning the screw.
I think it's Target Priority or Contact Lost next to us. The German stream. I mixed them too.
Contact Lost is Polish.
Polish. Yeah, so it's Target Priority.
Target Priority.
And then you've got the Spanish stream further down, and then the Swedish stream further down. So there's a bunch of streamers. You've got Wargames Live that way. Then you've got the French Wargame that way. And then you've got the Polish guys set up somewhere there back at the entrance. They actually have a breeze because they're in between the doors. They didn't appreciate it at first. Talking to them, it's like, oh, we're all the way down there. It's like, yeah, it's great. We're in the corner with no airflow. I mean, the fan saves our lives, but
the fan, I actually
is the
couldn't
MVP.
Imagine not being next to this fan in this building.
I try to turn it.
I think I'd have died, David.
Yes, I try to turn it to the players sometimes, but literally a minute without it, then you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
It's
I
coming
actually
back.
think it's very sensible they're not doing 3 games a day in this heat in here.
It will be very
I think it's
taxing.
actually a lot for the players. The ones who'd done War Masters looked exhausted by the end. The Frenchmen who were still playing at the very dead.
Yes, doing a War Master and then WTC, you have to be a trooper. It's really tough.
Yeah, these players are just built different. I can play that many games, it's just that I will absolutely lose 2 of them playing like an idiot. Oh, Tom Green's in again. Bloody love Tom Green. You'd love that Votan mirror over here, Tom Green. You'd have got involved. Let's have 3 Votan armies playing against each other at the same time.
Votan threesome.
Yeah, let's do it. Votan threesome. That's a grudging. Oh, dear.
But yeah, thanks. I'm glad you enjoy it.
Yeah, really.
It's a lot of fun to do as well.
It's so fun, isn't it?
I only stress out while setting up. After that, it's all fun.
Yeah.
There you go. Kyle just spilled his beer. Horrible person.
Right, first off, Mr. Midnight Clad, you've got the coolest name in the stream chat today, so well done. Fellow Night Lords fan, love to see it. Been playing the Night Lords detachment in our TTS league over at 6 Plus, having a great time with it. It's actually better than you think. Quite like it. As for the rest of the round looks very strong for England. I think predictions are generally moving upwards. The interesting game, the one I'm most excited about, is Alex Harrison versus Josh French, the Votan mirror. Because Josh is holding his own well in that game. I'm excited to see if Josh can pull it out. He's giving Alex Harrison a run for his money there. I think broadly otherwise things looking pretty good. Predictions pretty much playing out as planned. So yeah, solid. And once actual scores start coming in, of course, you guys will be the first to know.
There's still hour and 40 in the round, so
still quite a way to go, right?
I assume 30 to 40 minutes we're going to start getting
I think we'll start
more information
getting
coming
scores.
in.
Yeah, I think we'll start getting scores.
Because it's very tough to gauge. Remember how many games we've casted now?
Yeah.
And you look at the table, oh, this one is winning. And then you come back and it's a draw, or oh, this person actually got tables. So it's very hard for Tom walking past the tables to figure out what's going on on them. It's
this
impossible.
Is the thing with linchpin is that there's big end game swings. So whatever you think is going to happen, someone can still jump back into a game right at the death. Especially if you're on end of turn. So we don't want to call anything too early.
The best it's going to be.
Ave Dominus Nox indeed, brother. In Midnight Cloud. Let's go. Skin capes forever. All my favourite factions wear skin capes. I don't know what that says about me.
Claire with big love for South Africa.
Yeah, Claire's been supporting them all the whole way through. And yeah, Josh has been giving Alex a really good game. So let's see how he holds up.
And yeah, I can confirm Firestorm venue.
Oh, it's beautiful.
The new one is beautiful. I've been to the old one,
Yeah.
but I loved it because the food was always so good. They had a cook and
Yeah.
very good fresh meals. The venue was nice. Terrain wasn't very competitive, but they improved it
I
over
think
the
now
years
they
very
are.
well.
Yeah, they're moving to WTC now.
Just wrap it safely.
I actually met Jay, the head coach, in Cardiff for the first time. We
Oh,
played the
nice.
mirror match.
Well, mirror match, nice.
Mhm.
How'd that go?
Yeah, so all of them just
Explosive.
down the building.
I lost the Custodes captain in Overwatch,
Oh,
and then 2 nights in chain explosions.
oh my word! Literally explosive.
One knight exploded, killed my knight, which exploded, and
Oh,
killed
the
another
old
one of my
chain
knights.
reaction. My word, that's
Okay.
awful.
So, end of movement phase, the Mutant Vortex Beast Aura
Drink through the heat.
is
Yeah,
no
that'll
more
have to
balloons,
be.
so you've got Battle
The
Shock.
chat helps us with that.
Oh yeah.
Thumbs up.
All good. And then we are going to do
Yeah, thank you to everyone who's contributed to our beer money fund as well. We really appreciate it.
Temporal
helps
Surge
out-
on
helps
the
So
out
we're
a
gonna,
lot.
gonna throw up some beers for the Sunday night
he's got
celebrations
plastic
when we
things.
win this
Yeah.
damn
Yep,
thing.
yep.
second
When the
Temporal
band's
Surge on
lifted.
this guy,
Yeah.
and then this guy is going to Doom Bolt. Cool. Sounds good.
Oh man. And we've got some Doom Bolts happening. One thing that's been interesting watching Vic play this list, he's not actually Doom Bolted as much, has he? There's been a lot more use of the indirect strat and the free strats than the Doom Bolt.
He's
But
just going to
I think
stand to
this
make
time he's
Angron's
thinking about
movement a
Doom
little
Bolt.
awkward.
Tom Green, you hero. Get the Britney Spears in, indeed.
Definitely will. I think we now have like 10
this
whiskey
guy.
beers in
Oh
us.
my word.
So that's
We're-
gonna be
we're
a
in some very real danger
vicious
now.
cycle.
Oh yes. If you wanted my voice to be even huskier on stream than it already is, you've
There'll be
you've
beer
guaranteed
gardens
it.
full of teams celebrating, and we will be just lying down on the floor.
Yeah, damn right. Damn right. Tomek Tweak says all the unfounded confidence. It's all tongue in cheek, Tomek. I believe in these players though. I think we've got
Stella?
some fantastic players in this team.
No, we're not going for Stella. And here we've got number 2 and number 3 beer in the world, which is the whiskey beer. I don't remember what it's called, but it's incredible.
The England boys have had everyone else at this event telling them they're going to finish 5th for the last 4 days. So
Well, they did last
if
year.
anyone's going to be confident in us, it has to be us, I'm afraid.
It's coming home. The cursed
Absolutely, it's
phrase.
coming. I mean, that was ironic from the start as well, right? That was always a joke.
Oh.
People don't really appreciate.
Over here, and then the
When
Doom
we
Bolt
say it's
into
coming
Lord
home, it is a
Invocatus.
joke.
Yes, sir.
It's supposed to make us look silly. We're not
D3
trying to
plus
flex
3
on everyone.
for 6.
Oh, Invocatus got hit by 6 from the Doom Bolt.
Oh, brutal.
Make one. So
He's got no pain.
Got it.
Totally fine.
Then you're on the
Captain
objective,
Caveman
so
says Tom is notorious for being able to hand his liquor. No, I'm not. I'm a delicate blossom. You put too many beers in me, I will break.
You were pretty good last time. We were
Next,
just
we're
sat
gonna
around
go
with the beer
with-
garden.
I was okay. I held my own on the arrival night. I did okay. Actually, considering how much I had,
This guy
I'm pretty
shooting
impressed on
the
myself.
Exalted
You outdid Chris.
I did. It's a low bar.
They're not exalted, are they? They're just normal boys.
regular exam.
Oh dear.
Force.
No, I held my own.
These
help
are
my
able
hand.
to ignore cover.
North.
Steep for each, bro. So first one is 3.
Sixes. He dies.
Second one is 2 plus 2 is 4. Takes down to 1.
So I think the Lord Invocatus is melted now.
Yeah. Now the 8 bound and 9 on the objective.
8 bounder taking some hits now. Crystal Squad has arrived in a very aggressive spot.
Muclith Vortex Beast will shoot at the 8 pound we're gunning for.
Sounds good.
So he had D6 plus 3. 5 shots. 3s. And 3s. It's AP2. You got cover there. Oh no, you don't have any cover.
Nope. So 5 ups.
This is 2 damage.
He dies.
8 bound now taking a battering from the
One
Arcane
left.
Vortex Squad. Oh no, sorry, Crystal Squad. Got 1 left.
That guy we leave alive.
This guy's getting charged, I believe.
Where are you here? You are 6 inches miles away, okay.
Yeah, Vic is checking for potential heroic interventions. And you can
Yeah, it
see
looks like
what's
the
waiting.
Vortex Beast is coming to play, right?
You can see what's waiting for Vic there.
Over here, we're
That
going to
beast
go
is gonna
for
get charged,
the
but I don't think
Infernal
Vic
Master
minds
is
too
gonna
much
shoot at the
because he's
8
gonna
pound.
do a bunch of damage
So
into
is the
them
Soul Reaper.
before that happens.
And then these 3 flamers are just going to go into the cultists.
Makes sense.
So the
You
3
see here, the
flamers.
Crystal Squad has got the jump on an 8 bound squad for what
It's
feels like the
11.
3rd or 4th time.
Yeah, so if
These 8
that
bound
dies,
haven't managed to connect
That
on their
dies.
terms at any point in the game.
Threes
They've been
rerolling
picked
ones.
off mercilessly by Vic. And if you're in any doubt about what wins games for World Eaters, just look at how mercilessly Vic has
they all
targeted
just
the
go
8
straight
bound.
through.
Yes.
Hasn't tried to hurt the Forge Fiends, hasn't tried to hurt Angron.
So that kills 5.
Bin those 8 bound off because they will win World Eaters the game.
2, 3, 4, 5.
And then we've got the Infernal Master into the 8 pound. His hazardous check is fine.
Are you good at
His
karaoke,
number of
Tom?
shots, 7.
So, David, yes,
Wounding you
I'm
on 4.
quite a good singer.
Rerolling
Okay.
I used to sing
One goes to a 6.
in choirs when I was a little nerd,
3
and then
saves,
in rock
82
bands when I
big
was an
hit
older
cover.
nerd. So I've done a fair bit of singing, so I quite
One
enjoy
damage.
karaoke. My go-to is Livin' La Vida
2
Loca.
dead wounds and then these. Yeah.
Okay, quite like that
Uh,
one. Suits my
so
tenor
one
range.
dice.
Yep.
How about you?
Terrible.
And then that's
Terrible.
always the cannon to the same target.
What would you sing though? What would your karaoke pick be?
See,
One sustained hit.
I'm very internalized, so I probably just wouldn't attend.
There's 3
That would be my pick. Probably just staying calm.
1 damage
Or
each.
So
making fun of people that
You'd
did sing.
sing. You could sing the John Cage 4 minutes 33 seconds song, which is completely silent.
Okay.
Hopefully, the
over
only
on
thing I'll
this
have to
side,
sing this
we'll go with-
weekend
Yep.
is It's Coming Home.
Good lad. What's the Polish equivalent of It's Coming Home?
Magnus is going to shoot
I don't
everything
think,
into this
I don't
There
fortress.
isn't
think any
one.
country has an equivalent of such an egregious song. It's the English thing. That's why only English
Oh,
fans
beautiful. Yeah.
support it. We have football chants,
Yeah.
but that's about it. I don't even remember them anymore because that's how long I've been since I've been to the football game.
And
Sticky
then
Nickers
you
says
can
Flamer
use
indirect
the
is
fours.
balls glad it's gone. Yeah, that's fair enough.
I agree.
I genuinely am curious what the hell a
these are
T-Suns
82,
list
so
looks
that'd
like
be
without it, you know?
Okay, 3 damage.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
you
there's
can-
Magnus in it.
I know there's
Nine.
Magnus in it, yeah.
9 total. 3, 6.
My favourite way to play T-Suns is the old teleporting Terminator brick.
Yep.
Hey,
One,
look, we've
so
got a
1,
£5
2, 3.
coming in. More drinks for Tom.
Little shot.
Beautiful,
Oh,
thanks,
no.
Jack.
You're gonna end up like Chris if it continues.
And 3. 2s.
You really want to take Tom out.
4s. No, 5s.
Jack knows I can't function on hangover. He's doing it on purpose.
So far. That's fish.
We need to. Well, we now have the funds to play a drinking game. To
Do-
whenever I press
oh,
the wrong
that's
button,
what
we
we
take a
should
shot.
do. Yeah.
Cool.
That would be dangerous.
Might be quite fun for one of the evening rounds of a drinking game.
You see, you're small and light
And
so-
fragile, mate.
and that too.
Yeah.
And you can be carried home.
Over
If I
here,
get pass out drunk,
we'll
I'm staying
fire
in the venue.
just the sorcerer into
Because I
these
don't think they
guys.
have folk. They have
No one
pump
else is
trucks.
shooting.
Get you out on a
Yes.
truck.
The problem is
We
I'm
use
the
Manny's
driver.
trolley for his
Sorcerer
blood
has 2
angels. Just
attacks,
drape you over
2
that.
shots with a psychic attack. 1 hit, 2 hits near Magnus. So once, oh no.
But thank you a
team,
lot, Jack. We appreciate it.
So both of them are 1 damage.
Okay, 5s.
Fine. And then his
Yeah,
little
you're good lad,
flamer.
Jack. Thank you.
3 shots, 4s, rerolling 1s. 1 save, AP, 1 damage. There's 1.
Another 1 dice.
Nice. The Exalted on disc will shoot at Angron, not Magnus.
I mean, if you want to shoot it
Like
back,
almost targeting his own unit there.
5. The -2 doesn't work on him, so he can still move fully. 5s. Just 1 lot of dead wounds. 3 dead wounds.
6s. Takes 2, so down to 14.
It's looking
And
pretty
then
sad for the
charges.
world eaters
We're
here.
gonna
They're-
charge-
Every time they try to
Oh,
move
we'll
up on
shoot this
stage,
cultist
they
at
get
you.
picked off
For
by
the
a
hell
wizard
yeah.
bullshit.
The hero cultist.
brutal.
Let him get his due.
Grenade launchers, D3
So I
blast.
think Lehann's push into the midboard has kind of
4s.
been muted before it ever even really
4s.
began.
No, 3, sorry. 2 saves.
We'll start with the 1 guy that's in cover.
Yeah, let's do
Zero.
it. I
I'm
think it's
definitely on
0,
board
yeah.
with
So,
using the
5s.
crystal in the late game like he has.
1 damage.
5s.
And you bet up there just waiting to slap a bunch of wounds on Angron if he tries to move.
Okay, that
now as
cultist
well.
is going to charge you. Get him in there. 7.
Tomek says
Well,
Angron
best
plus
timeline.
Magnus equals Angus. Yeah, you're damn right.
That ended up in my
Exactly
deployment.
right.
I could do it with
Infernal
Angus.
Master Squad will charge you.
Yes, sir.
I had my first Beastie Burger a couple of days ago. Good
I
grief.
haven't had it yet.
Mate, it's so
I might
good.
do it today.
I had it, and I was like, the danger would be I have this literally every day forever. I don't think I can do that. It will kill me, but it's so tasty. Mechlin in general is a wonderful town. Big
I mean,
fan.
I don't have much left to go looking at my physique, so I might as well indulge.
Nothing to lose. All in, to the hilt.
The Muclid Vortex.
If you're gonna
Beast will
die, die
charge
happy,
that 1
right?
8 pound.
Absolutely.
Would you rather die happy and full or dieting? Just think about that, right?
Damn right.
I'm going to move 3 with a free pit.
There you go. The beast makes it into the
You're
8 bound,
miles away from heroic. so all good.
Almost.
avoiding
Yeah, I
heroic
think I'm just
intervention.
out there.
I mean, the one that matters is here.
Yeah,
Because you've got 70 million attacks on an MBB,
I have.
so I'm not handing you the cultist. Thank you very much.
He's going to stay there. That is all my charges. So you can't interrupt, so we'll just start off over here.
Ashley's absolutely right. Lehann is a champion. He will get a big round of applause
I think
after
he
this
has
game
to
for
base
being
you
such a
here.
good sport.
His mighty beard made it difficult to mic him up, so I
He
had
is
to.
fearless, like the world eaters themselves. He's completely fearless. Hasn't
we've got
gone
one
for him
guy who
this
can't
time.
fight.
I
Here
think he
is the
should at
Infernal
least
Master.
get to connect into and kill some things in his next turn.
Yes.
Thank
One
heavens for
sustain.
that.
Cool. Twos.
The problem is,
One
if
flip to a
you
6.
go out and try to connect
They're
with
all straight through,
that
so they're
unit,
D3 damage each.
you're gonna get
D3 plus
overwatched.
1 actually. Is the
it's gonna
arcane
hurt,
vortex.
right?
Exactly.
Because
Two
it's
lots of
flamers.
2 and 2 lots of 4.
Okay.
So the
I'll
only
reroll
potential
successes,
target is
just
Mutalisk
plus 2.
Beast,
No, 2 die.
and it's
Lots
not
of
the
four.
ideal target for 8 bomb.
Die, so 4 gone. I think that's the squad.
One guy left.
One guy left.
Here's the sorcerer's attacks. One sustain.
2, 3. No, that's the lock. 4, 4.
Is it?
Yep, that's yours.
Oh,
That's your cultist,
Oh.
right?
fantastic. Cool. Can't pile in or anything. The Mutilate.
Yes, sir.
5 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Okay.
6.
Let me roll it, and then I might CP reroll one of these.
Okay.
One CP. Goes to a blank. I need the Overwatch. I will CP reroll one. 2 saves. AP2.
That was a bad roll, but
I've got
might be
CP on
enough.
my one as well. Damage on these?
4 damage.
4 damage. Break 2
So
6s.
whether this Vortex Beast can take out an 8 bound.
It's kind of funny, but also I need to CP for absolutely nothing.
I don't think it's
We
worth CP
spike
because
out
it's
of
still
our
4
mind
damage,
as
which
well,
probably
and
kills him anyway.
funny if
But
nothing
if he
else.
releases him alive,
I
it's
will
potentially
reroll that.
nothing.
We're both not smart
That's
here.
less
No.
CP.
4 damage.
Okay, that's 8 damage.
Have you seen 4 6s?
Quite.
So he dies.
The Vortex Beast has run over the 8 bound.
Cool.
And again, you can see the thinking here.
And that will be the end of my turn.
Lehan's going to come running out to try and deal with the Vortex Beast, and then
I get
those
Storm
remaining
Hostile.
assets down in the south
Yeah.
should
Rocket offense
get
on, I'm not
battered. But
gonna
I'm curious to see
Okay.
whether Lehann can dig himself some space down there,
And, yeah, it's your turn.
work his
Cool.
remaining assets into the game,
Okay.
and at least
one
clear
phase.
off some of these pesky
1,
Thousand
2,
Suns,
3,
right?
4, 5. So that we need to take when we get there. I'm gonna gain a CP. Okay, so I guess
Yeah,
we
we're
try
gonna
and
see how
risk
Boris is
what
getting
we
on in
can.
about probably 20 minutes when we're gonna be able to get some.
Kill that, probably, if
Yeah,
not.
Juicy
Boris's
details.
game was always an interesting one, right? The Tyranids Vanguard into the Accursed is quite interesting.
Okay,
Um,
so
I
but
think
I'll-
Boris
I'll
is
get-
confident in his CSM from
Engage
talking to him.
Boris
He knows what he's doing.
He's played a ton in the last
like the
few
worst
months. He's
timeline.
worked incredibly hard to master that list.
What else do we potentially use CP for?
So I
this
think,
turn?
I think he's in a good spot. We'll see.
Like a +1 to wound.
Battleshock can throw some curveballs for the older Cursed
That
Cultist,
guarantees
though.
we're not getting points.
I've experienced it firsthand.
You're going to Overwatch. You're up to 1 CP, yeah.
Jack. High point. I don't know if it matters now.
So we can keep cleanse. We're not doing engage. I will spend my CP on cycling engage
Okay.
for overwhelming force.
So
Okay.
what are you on? Overwhelming force and
And cleanse.
cleanse.
Overwhelming force, always good. Voltage wants to go in and kill something, but cleanse, not great. But I'm sure there is a spare cultist
Okay.
somewhere to do it.
But no CP. Going on with Warhammer. We want to kill that. That's an easy point. Those are easy points. We would like to be able to do the cleanse. To do that, we'd have to move a whole bunch of stuff into a very open position. I have to take you off quite literally all 3, otherwise it's big sad panda. They're going to end my army this turn, but they're not scoring you right now. So I think I just have to ignore them. Right. And then your Infernal Master can obviously still see this guy.
Yep.
So you do have an Overwatch opportunity there.
Just the Soul Reaper and the Infernal Master.
That's fine. If you Overwatch that, then it means you're not overwatching with the Vortex Master and you're not overwatching the Jackals.
Yeah, I
or
think I'm
the
with
MBD
Piotr on that. I certainly don't
control.
think I don't think Purgation squads deserve to be to cut down
Yeah.
really.
The thing is, quite often with balancing so many rules, you get collateral damage you don't
You do.
predict,
You inevitably do.
and then you cannot just go back and change it right after. You have to wait until the next release, kind of, unless it's an egregious error.
Exactly that. Yeah.
Yeah, because
you've got
the
Cabal
team
points
promised
available
to
for
do
rerolls.
consistent rules releases. They don't want you to buy a unit that then gets nerfed and then unnerfed, and then you just go back and forth,
No
and people get annoyed
rerolls,
with
and
that.
if you overwatch me, then you don't have a blank. Okay. That's something at least. That's something at least.
No.
That doesn't give us anything, so once we go back, slaughter this dude. That's points, that's points. Most of the turns are Falcon we get out. 7 and like a 3. Don't think I'm gonna get to see him. There's no way I get to see him. So we would have to charge him. So like coming out of here, coming out of here. So we'd be able to do that.
Yeah, Lehann is trying to plan his turn out because again, he knows he's in a really bad spot. Every event he moves, there's a potential overwatch, and he needs to decrease the differential as much as possible to help his team score. Because even if they lose the round, the amount of points they scored is important in all the tiebreakers. Because tiebreaker is you've got the wins, and then if you tie in wins, it goes into points, right? The big points.
Yeah, and that's South Africa will want every possible point they can from this pod to try and improve their own seeding and their own placing. And they were really close into Ireland yesterday, like really close. So they'll know there's a very real chance they can beat China. Very good value, I'm sure, in that game. And it's just trying to give themselves a nice, strong finish in the pod.
I know, talking to Dan, yesterday Team Wales versus Finland. Finland was 1 point away from winning.
Yeah, it was a hell of a game.
Yeah, so every point is important. That's why
it's huge.
That's why in your game you really scrap for any point you can.
That's what I love about teams. Even a loss matters right to the end. Entire rounds can be won by one hero who wouldn't lie down when he was in a headlock. I think the main issue Lehann's got here basically is he's got very few swings left to actually stop Vic's aggressive presence on the board.
Coach!
Yeah,
and if he takes those swings, I think what he has left gets brutalized in reply.
I think this is effectively where he's going to be asking.
So at bottom of 3, how's the rest of the round looking?
Okay.
Okay. Is there anyone who's not down on the estimate?
Orion's on, Josh is
Just
on.
face this way when you speak so you can hear.
Sorry. I was looking to see what the other guys. Orion is on, Josh is on. Just pulling Anthony, but I think he's close. Everyone else is good.
Yeah, so the blue ones are very good. It's just there is a spotlight above the dice tray, and the blue has widened it, and it reflects very well. So we decided to resort to the orange and black that are always visible for your enjoyment and ours. And thank you, Anthony.
So if I move, yes sir? Then slightly up. Okay.
Glad you're here. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Great to have you here.
I know that tone, man.
I'll get Tom on the mic in a minute. He's kind of talking to my brother right now, but I really appreciate all the donations. They help a lot. The beer fund, the travel fund, the stream fund,
so as long as I
getting topped up.
move my forge fiend, I've got +2 to move because I don't have advance in charge. So if my forge fiend moves 10, I should be able to draw the same line.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I'll do that. Then we'll start with Angron.
There you go, Tom. We've got Anthony. Thank you for the game.
Anthony, you're an absolute star.
So like a 7 to get the back of his base
Anthony,
there.
round 2. Oh, that was
Before I'm
the
allowed to
Elder.
start moving in
Mr. Curry into Elder.
straight line.
It was a cracking match. I enjoyed that a lot. Very
And
violent.
he's got 7 more for his 14, +2 for the +2, so he's got 9
Anthony
more.
was a really lovely guy. I really enjoyed that Sheffield event. It was really, really good. New terrain meta in the UK was awesome. Got to play Mike Porter, got to play a bunch of lovely people. And I am always happy when Drakari are good. That's when life is sweet.
So the
Welcome and some other
Angron
colour dice
specifically
also.
got trapped in the back for.
Who's gonna shuffle
I feel like it
over?
was Vic's good reaction to the
absolutely.
Ward Eaters plan.
In fact, you
So,
see everything.
If I can get my
Whatever you
mouse, the Ward Eaters
Fortunately, only one
deployed
PC from
Angron
Pocket.
here. They wanting
you
him
don't
to be
want
safe from Magnus, and then fly out here and be a threat with advance and charge. Unfortunately, Vic spent 2 turns screening the way out with a cultist that wasn't meant to live, but lived, and he lived there just because the Forge Fiend was here, and Angron couldn't land anywhere but here.
Yeah.
So effectively he was stuck here for 2 turns waiting to countercharge, but there was nothing to countercharge. Vic played very well around it,
Yeah.
and now he finally advanced and came out this way.
Yeah.
The problem is he's now exposed, and you know he will more than likely die.
Yeah.
But
I think Angron needed to be used. We've discussed
Yes.
it before. I think Angron needed to be placed aggressively.
yeah, maybe not frontline, but like more aggressively somewhere
Be
where he
though.
can.
Could be,
yeah.
like literally could be, in as much as to get close enough to shoot Angron, Magnus then has to be very close to advance and charging other things. So it's
Yes.
like, I don't know that Vic would have gone for it. And I think there was options there. So yeah, Angron was used tentatively, and then Vic took full advantage of this particular terrain setup and just relentlessly blocked the top left. Wouldn't let anything out.
Yes. It definitely looks like a well-practiced matchup.
Oh,
And Vic is happy to go into it because he already 20-0 to the previous War.
yeah,
And he's
exactly
on
that.
the way to potentially do it again.
There's a very reasonable chance of someone here. We also have our first score coming in for the round, and it's a man who likes to finish his games before everybody else. It is Nassim Fouchain. He has inflicted an 18-2 on the South African Thousand Suns.
Whoa.
So shout out to whoever said that Vic was being thrown to the Thousand Suns. He's not trapped in there with them. They're trapped in there with him. That's how that works. Bulgrin doing Bulgrin things.
No worries.
You have a bunch of damage on you.
You've got 1 dead wound and 3 saves at AP2, so AP1.
Might go and see if he fancies sticking the headphone on and telling people how that game went.
Yep, no worries.
So he dies, and then the next guy takes.
A wound, and then the Soul Reaper is 4 hits with a sustain,
Very nice.
and 4 rerolling ones. 2 saves on 3 ups and 2 dead wounds.
Yep.
2 deads. Does he
Sixes.
die? He doesn't. 1 wound left.
Cool. This is at least reasonably lucky. Okay, so go there, restore to that, take that objective away, overwhelming force, overwhelming force. Okay, cool, so now the Overwatch is gone, blocked me, okay, cool. And then we're just going to try and make sure that this guy dies. Move out 11.
There we go. We've got Aidmond coming out to kill the Mutalith
So 4 inch
Beast.
charge, that's unfailable. And you've got 5 OC on the objective now, so you can start the transaction. And then we can go here, and then we can try and scrape what points we can. Cool, so that's it for movement.
And we're back. NASA's just packing his army away, then he'll come and give us a little natter about his game.
Yes, because the players were told to keep everything tidy or they're gonna get penalties.
Fair enough.
So stuff doesn't lie
Glad
around
I'm
everywhere.
Hitting you on feet.
Are the Necrons winning?
Are the Necrons winning? It's a tough one for the GK, the Necrons. Don't know how that's currently projected.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make a round later on.
I
In
will
about
be checking in. We're going to
2
start getting
minutes.
some scores coming in now.
Click on.
Yeah, when Nas comes
I
down.
know that
Okay, that's it for the
I know that
shooting phase,
Radford
charge
had
phase.
not
Decide
done any
maximum
damage in the early
after
exchanges, as you might expect.
So we
It's
really
just
wanna
whether he
get
can
up
leverage
here.
points out of it.
And we've got no CP to do anything about it. So Angron is going to select +1 to charge for his buff this turn.
Making sure Angron makes his charge.
Cool, so start with him. See if like anything of our
So we
plan
are going to get
survives.
to see some World Eaters kill some Thousand Suns now.
Finally.
Angron will charge.
Thank heavens for that.
10, so it's an 11.
So Angron comes flying in.
Angron's trying to make a
8
long
bound
charge.
coming flying in. And Lehann knows, I mean, the problem with the cadence and timing of all of this is that
We're going to come
Lehann's going to lose
there.
a lot of his big damage dealers before the meaningful chance for primary comes.
It's like the lowest point we could do this. Oh fuck, I missed my I can't do it at all. Yep, no, okay, this is the last though.
I'm
Anyway,
going for
cool.
so that's lucky for me.
Vibes. So yeah, it is what it is. What did I mismeasure? I mismeasured his base. It's 4, not 4.5. Okay. Okay, cool. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Just gonna focus on clearing those guys out. Then 8 bound is gonna go here for a 6. Do you want to do anything with that? I don't think so. Oh, sorry, they're starting the pens actually.
You guys watching at home, have we had any other interesting results coming in on BCP? Curious if any of the other rounds have got scores in yet.
Yeah, how are the
We
other
obviously had
teams
some
doing?
spicy results yesterday. Brian Sipe lost, Liam VSL lost.
All of them can get to the back over there.
Innis 10-10s, that's not very Innis. A few interesting scores across the rounds. Obviously our very own Tony Chu lost to Kifan of China. Always fun.
We've got 0 CPs, no interrupt. Okay, we've at least still got a 1-2 overwhelming force, so small mercies. Angron will use a sweep profile and try and butcher that squad.
Let's try it.
Come on, Angron.
Sweep profile, did you say?
Sweep profile, yeah. So 19 attacks on the charge. 9. Shit.
Careful.
Yeah. 9, 9, 1, 19 attacks. Then you want to
There
use
we
no
go.
rerolls because I just
That's
lost
what
one.
he does. That's what you want to see.
Something
Okay.
tells me he may do this.
And then strength 8, so choose.
Yeah.
Should probably have put him close to the other 8 one. Cool, that many AP2s.
Angron and Magnus
Just 5 ups
closer
on the whole
together
unit.
now than they've been all game.
Oh, there we
Maybe
go.
we'll get a Primarch
Angry?
showdown in the late stages.
5 and kills the character.
Okay, cool.
So the squad get
we won't go
annihilated. So
anywhere
the
because
Unbelific
we're not in
Crystal
range.
squad killed to death by Angron.
Yeah,
Well,
very
that's
good.
sad.
Which is what you would expect.
Cool, no slot over here. He's on 7 wounds. That's still above half, right?
Above half, yeah.
Okay. So we're going to start with the champ to try and give
Just
these
waiting to
guys
see
full
if
rolls to
the
wound.
8-bound can chew
so
through
the
the
regular
vortex
8-bound
beast now.
champ
This is
was
nice.
first.
It's nice to see the World Eaters actually getting to have a swing in the game.
He's got 5 attacks on the charge, which you on 3s. And then he's strength 10 on the charge, so when you're on 4s, you're rolling 1s. 2 AP2s, so 3 damage. 6 damage.
Takes 3, down to 1.
Cool.
Oh no, down to 4.
Down to 4. Okay, so now it's below half strength, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we can use the little profile on the 2 dudes and that big profile on the champ. Champ, 6 attacks on the charge, 3s. And hitting you, winning you on 3s and rerolls for twin length. Strength 14. So just those, AP3, 2 damage.
4 damage. He's got still got 3
Okay,
left.
very nice. Cool. Then the 2 little dudes, 6 attacks on the charge.
Vic is rolling hot. You can see the dice tray struggling with the
He's hit on 2s.
refocusing, and I know why. I'll
And
fix
then
that.
we are strength 7 on the charge, so winning you on 5s with full rerolls to win for the 8 pound and for all strength.
Nice.
Yeah, how many AP2s, 2 damage apiece, please.
Yeah. First half.
No, the auto zoom is off, so
second
I'm not
half,
sure
he's
why
got
it's
one
happening.
left.
I'll just reset it.
He's dead. Does he blow up? No.
Cool.
Pull it down.
Okay, we'll consolidate
There you go, it's
slightly.
back on. Should be
No,
fine
we're already
now.
off the base. I think we're reasonably happy where we are. We'll leave it like that. It's the end of my turn. I will get 5 points on overwhelming force, 2 points on cleanse. And that's it.
Okay, Lehann swinging back,
Got 1 CP.
removing a few of
Perfect,
the
yeah,
hard
my
targets from
turn.
Vic's list. That's good to see.
Both gain a CP.
Scored a route on overwhelming force,
next
scored a route on
round.
cleanse.
Oh, did you want a secret mission?
Yeah, we're in round 4 now. The game is progressing much quicker now when there's much less units on the board.
Vic just asking Lehann if he wants a secret mission. Lehann has some decisions to
About
make.
round
here.
4.
Essentially, it makes no difference whether he chooses to or not.
Remember,
in his
you're
current
going to max it
roster.
on primary. We scored nothing. So
I think it's worth doing because if you somehow muddle through,
So we might as well try.
yeah, you
Yeah,
lose,
there's no
you lose
downside.
nothing. You lose nothing. Right?
I think I will. Sleep the clock on me. I'll select the card, just put it upside down on the desk.
Yeah, I'll then...
Secret mission time.
Boom.
Not very World Eaters-y, I think, a
12
secret
points.
mission. They're not sneaky.
Secret missions, I'll kill you.
3,
I'm
In
gonna
secret.
kill you.
10, 12.
We bring the chat back, David.
Mm-hmm.
There.
Make sure I've not missed any of the nonsense. What we got? Innes is the king of 10-10, yeah, famously.
Innes is the king of 20-0 from what I've seen usually.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I got when I played it. Zero for Tom. In theory, this is the coup de grace turn for the Thousand Suns. They've got no prisoners. They've got a delightful sabotage, which at this stage of the game is really very nice. You're
Both
all,
of these are
all
probably
up in
gonna
the
get
opponent's
maxed.
home field. You can get some really nice ones. And we're going to get a Magnus Angron showdown here, which is always good fun.
And you'll get another 13 on primary?
But it's generally more fun when it's Angron getting to start.
Yeah, it is.
A bit less fun when Magnus gets to kick things off.
We're going to get a little bit of movement, so potentially good side angles.
Magnus is going to go -1
That
damage.
camera has such a bad tendency to cover
Clock to me.
that specific area where the models
Feel
move.
free to do so. I owe you my blood offerings.
Yeah. Actually, we're going to go for +2 moves.
We are purely and only focused on secondary, so we're going to go feel no pain and +2 to move. So the same as we're on now.
Okay.
Cool.
Do you want to overwatch these guys?
No, thank you.
Do you want to overwatch this cultist?
Nope.
Team's come over, he needs to fix a bullgrin.
Yeah, he fixed the bullgrin I made for Brian, and I'm painting for Brian. But basically, it's just the shield came out of the magnet. You know, whenever you magnetize something, you know, they tend to just fly off sometimes. But luckily, Army Painting provided the nice repair station in the middle,
Sabotage no
so
prisoners?
I told him to go and fix it.
Pet Cersei says, I wonder how badly supply drop mess with people's matrix. It's horrible. Well, this mission actually also is. These are both. It's good to just get these out the way early. They're horrible to map. We saw on stream yesterday Chris Kinnear was undone by the supply drop right at the end of the game.
So yeah, so not only did his opponent score 35 primary, but also 8 secondary.
Yeah.
So it's like a 43-point swing, which went from like 17-3 to 11-9.
Brutal.
Whatever.
Absolutely brutal. Pretty funny though. You have to laugh, right? That's what the game's all about. Oh, floaty goatees. More floaty goatees are coming to get involved.
So Ines went second on the supply drop against Hypercrypt. Yeah, I'm not the fan of supply drop. I'm not the fan of massive end turn swings, depending if you're going first or second.
Yeah.
I don't like RNG because it usually doesn't favor me. That's the main reason.
Supply drop is indeed goes second favoritism. But you just have to, you have to play a completely different game going first. It's crucial. Discovery says, afternoon, or welcome Discovery, love to have you here. Glad you have discovered us.
Yeah, we've got 1 hour left in the round.
1 hour left in this round, but there's going to be more this afternoon. So essentially you're seeing the last throws of England-South Africa. We're going to have the scores coming in very shortly, but it looks like an England win at the moment. I think the games are in a fairly comfortable spot. But at 3:30 today, we have a very exciting game. Yeah, it's England versus Ireland.
And my brother lives in Ireland.
Two teams know each other very well, play all the time. Ireland have had a great year, done really well. Performed very well. Home nations, Battle of Britain, got some great players coming through.
We are going to do Araman's free Doom
So on
Bolt.
Purge the Foe, very spiky mission. And Ireland have some excellent lists.
From this squad into there.
And all the talk in the town is that this is a big banana skin for England. So we're going to have a real sense of where the team's at if they can navigate this smoothly. Very, very exciting game. One I am very much looking forward to.
Got Vic doing some Doom Bolts. Free Doom Bolts.
Here come the Doom Bolts, baby. Yeah, so I guess it's time for Araman now. You know, we talked about this at the start of the game. This is when Araman can come out, do some free shenanigans, cause some damage.
So I believe this is the double move. Because you have to declare all your Cabal powers straight away and sequence them.
Cool. Next, we are going to go for getting rid of these guys off the board. We're going to go for the 2 Doom Bolts now. Cool.
Double Doom Bolt coming in.
There you go, you've got
so you
Magnus
go for
showdown.
no, +2 move.
+2 to move and feel no pain. Yes, sir.
Into Angron, Doom Bolt number 1, Doom Bolt number 2. So that's D3 for 1, +4 is 5.
5, 6s. Make 3. Okay.
Oh, Angron.
Okay, maybe Angron's going to be a bit of a challenge.
Shrugging
Not
off that
having
Doom
any
Bolt
of your
like nobody's
shots. Nope.
business.
Okay, that changes a lot. So he's down to 12.
Good.
God damn it.
Angron
This
shrugs that
squad over
Doom Bolt
here,
like no one's business.
Yes, he should.
Two
Fire
wounds
into
from
this
2 Doom Bolts.
thing.
That's bonkers, guys. Love to see it. Gives
Just-
Lehann
oh,
a bit of an
I
in
gotta
there.
get
That is
Sorry.
exciting.
Just those 3 guys at the front.
Sure.
So we have no flames. So the Infernal Masters hazardous check, number of shots, it's only 4. Wounding you on 5s and 1 flip.
Jack says, Ronald,
So that's 4 damage,
And
1
Ronaldo,
save AP2
the
here.
goat.
5 up.
Fine, so
shrugging
that's
it
4
off.
4
damage.
damage. 6s. No, takes 4. Down to 8.
And then the Soul Reaper Cannon. Oh god.
That's a bad shot.
As
Rolling
Vijay
ones.
says, that's the cat amongst the
1
pigeons,
save,
isn't it?
AP1. So 3 up. Good. Okay, that's all from that.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Sorcerer's Psychic Attack.
It's a lot spicier for Angron shrugging off that
One
Doom
dead
Bolt,
wound.
I have to say.
But Magnus also hurts in
Takes one more.
combat. He can slap with his
Oh,
sword.
that's the
7.
thing. Magnus can do absolute murder in combat. I don't know where Vic's
This
resources
squad
are
here
at.
will shoot everything into Angron.
Yeah, I think the thing is, I suspect he's still going
2
down,
Flamers
but
and Psychic Attack on the Infernal
it'd be
Master.
very, very fun if
So
he
the Infernal
didn't.
Master, hazardous check, fails it.
Magnus is now a coward because he's asking his mates to help.
Infernal Master
Doesn't want to do
number
this
one.
mano a mano.
2 or 3.
Infernal Master took hazardous.
One
Yeah.
boy. There we go.
You've rolled under 7 once this game. Calm
I
down.
know.
Vic's flavors have been
Wounding
bonkers.
you, +1 to wounds, so wounding you on 4s, rerolling 1s. Okay. So, oh, one of them's just 6.
Very many saves and 2 dead wounds.
Yeah, -2 AP here.
So 4 up involves.
Yeah.
We fail 3.
And 1 dead wound, so 4 damage total.
Cool. 6s. Make 1. Takes 3. 3 is down to 9.
Tomek says Angron with arms wide
Two
open. Is that
flames
all
into
you
you.
got? Yeah.
Apparently not, that's the problem.
I think the really sad thing is there's still
problem,
enough
that's what-
output here to kill him, and it's such a shame.
They've all got range, yeah? The flamers.
This should have been a
Because you want
one-on-one.
Angron to murder
Yeah, I
Magnus.
just, whatever else happens to Lehann in this game, what you want is Angron just getting to beat Magnus's face in at the end.
If Ras can do it,
This
Angron.
is
Let's
nice.
go, dude. This
Yeah,
game's easy, man. Like,
6s, rerolling 1s.
Oh, man.
1 save, AP2.
Is this
Alright.
all you can conjure,
He's good.
Salaman?
And then we've got the Psychic Attack from the Sorcerer, both miss, and then the Soul Reaper Cannon. 2 sustained. Wounding on 5s, rerolling 1s. Oh. Nothing. Cool. Oh no. He's got too many.
easy as.
He
Just let me
took,
kill Magus.
is he on 9 or 7?
9. He was on 14 at the start of the turn. Then you
He
took.
took 4 from the Doom Bolt,
Yeah.
down to 10, and then he took 3 here on this guy, so he should be on 7.
Sure.
Yeah. I hope that's right. Chat will let us know. Oh god.
Yeah. if Vic's wrong, chat will scream, so
I have
we'll
no idea how
know.
many fills I'm playing.
Chat,
I rolled,
just
so
scream
said
if
7,
Vic's
all
wrong there.
Yeah.
I think
and
he's
then
probably
that's all
right.
that then. Oh my god, I have so much to deal with. 7 rooms. Ah.
Phoenix says the wheels are coming off thick and fast now for me. It's curtains now. It's all over.
So, we are going to go with Araman's gun is going to go here.
Okay.
Spicy though. It's nice to have a bit of jeopardy in the as Vic attempts the coup de grace.
So is the Sorcerer's
There you go,
Psychic
chat
Attack.
screaming, but we don't know why. It might just be too much 40k.
The Strength
Mike
3
Duff
flame is
confirms
here,
it was right. Yes.
and then all the other guns are going to go into these 2. So it is 3 flamers and the Soul Reaper here.
So 1 man on a wound and a 3 man.
Oh, I see. Oh, I can see everyone into him. Oh, then that makes it a bit easier for me. All right. So we go.
Apparently, I went live on day 3, so I need to change the title of the stream.
What do we put here?
Are we day 2? I guess we are day 2. Feels like we've been here forever,
Strength 3
David.
flame is
Yeah,
definitely going
it's because it was day 3 technically for us. I'm just incompetent, that's what
The
it is.
Soul Reaper
If you
cannon's
include
gonna
the
go
hard
into round
drinking,
one
it's day
with,
4.
And every other shot's going to go into these guys.
Makes sense.
Let's see what happens.
Star Wars legend.
Yeah. Okay, Soul Reaper cannon into the guy in 1 wound. 3 sustained. And then wounding you on 4s, rerolling everything. Okay, there's 2 dev wounds to start. And the guy in 1 wound.
Okay. He's dead.
He's dead.
Cool.
And then we've got
That's fine.
everything
trouble.
else into that guy. So psychic attack first from Araman.
Sounds good.
Misses, of course. And then this little sorcerer
Iron Man
psychic attack.
literally never does
both
anything
hit.
with that stuff.
And there's +1 to wounds
Never.
of 4s. It's still dead.
Never seen him do
Rerolling
anything.
2 devs.
This is on to these guys.
Yeah.
So 5 up. So just 1 damage.
1
right?
damage.
Okay, cool. So down to 1.
And then the 3 flamers. It's 10 shots. 6, 8, 10. +1 to wound here because of Araman.
Yep.
It's force. Rerolling everything. So you control the objective.
Yep.
Okay, so 5 ups, 4 ups.
Okay, 4 ups. And 5 Philip pain. It's fine. And then
5 ups and
5 ups into 5 ups. So it takes 1 more, so that guy dies.
And then the sorcerer's little flamer into the cultist. It's 2. Rerolling.
There you go.
2 feel no pains.
Looks like I've done nothing wrong. I've just been
Take 1,
cooked
lose 1.
into thinking that I started streaming under day 3. Nope, day 2. All good. I'm sure this chat would let me know that this is not day 3. They're usually very good at pointing out any mistakes you make.
Magnus is going to go. What a thing. Oh my god, bloody Angron. He has way too many wounds there.
I do agree.
It's peaky. Magnus kills him in combat. Reroll some wounds for him.
But what if he doesn't?
Well, David,
Yeah, exactly.
if he doesn't, he gets punted into the sun.
That's why he'd rather shoot him to death.
I think we risk it for the biscuit here.
Yeah, we
We're
do.
going to go 3 damage shots here, 2 damage shots here.
Oh, he
And
wants
we're
to
gonna
kill
go
the
full rerolls?
Forge Fiend
Split
and
five.
This time
Angron.
it's happening.
He's
Okay, 3
going.
damage shots into the Forge Fiend.
He's going.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So take it. Roll hit.
Victor after
10.
trying to push for his
Force.
differential here. He's trying to go for the full
Rerolling.
coup de grace this time.
Oh,
Maybe
no.
slightly
Oh,
extended.
no.
He can't
2,
die.
I'll get
Yeah, you will
He's
get
I'll get
covered.
covered.
not
Okay, so
quite
the
there
props.
yet.
We're fine.
Okay, that was a waste. And then into Angron. 6. Oh, this is going to go really badly. 2s. Give me that again. Okay. 5s.
Ben Pierce says
Fives,
David
yeah,
did
fives.
nothing wrong. You're damn right.
Oh, it's 2 dead wounds and 1 save. AP1, you got no cover.
3 up.
So
Fine.
just 2 damage.
2 dead wounds. 6s. Oh, takes 2. He's down to 5.
And that should be enough. to
Should
finish
be
this
enough to
game.
kill.
Should.
But the 2-up 7 for Abinvon is really tough to get through.
The Exalted Sorcerer on disc here is going to shoot at Angron
Yeah.
It needs to get him down to that sort of 2 wounds.
for 5. Wounding you on 5s. Oh,
Oh no.
oh no,
This
what the hell is
is
going on? And then we've got the 3 guys over here are just going to shoot at the Exalted 8 bound. Force
Top 6.
and 5s. 1 save, AP1, so you get cover.
4 up.
You're
Fine.
good. Okay. All right. Now we
Yeah,
struggling
Mark
a
in the
little
chat
here.
is absolutely
so,
right. This is exactly why what it should have pushed over.
sabotage.
Imagine if Vic was having to puzzle this out at the same time as Lehann still having an army.
Yes.
That would have been spicy.
What did we kill?
Getting hit just has to be part of the plan. You can't
1
avoid
unit,
it
8
with
bound.
armies like Thousand Suns. They will find you anyway.
Yeah. That's the thing. If you whiff and everything's in your face, then it's gonna hurt.
Only takes 1 bad turn, then you're pulling their throat out.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Vic doesn't
We
want to
are
risk
going
not finishing
to
Angron and then dying in combat because that
Try
would
and
be huge.
sabotage with. I only have this unit we could. This cultist. This Forge Fiend's still alive when I thought he'd be dead.
Yeah, I decided it's not your day today. We prefer Angron.
Yeah, Vic's dice have been solid the rest of the game, right? But this is just one of those moments. And the thing with Thousand Suns, if you expose things to do damage and then you don't do enough, you are very fragile. Vic's going to have to work out how to style this out. Did he get killed for no reason? Is he going into combat is the question. He's taking his time here. Going to do some additional big brain time.
Can't move. Yeah, okay. Magnus is going to charge in there.
Okay.
Magnus is going. Here we go, boys. We've got the duel.
Into Angron. I didn't think you'd have this many wounds left on him.
Come to me, baby.
7.
I agree, PG, that you can't assume it would happen, but if you use Angron aggressively early, you get 2 goes
And
of seeing
then...
it there.
oh
right?
no, he's taking a picture of it too. Over there.
One for posterity. Lehann's taking a photo of the
One
duel.
command
This
point
is what
left.
it's all about, right? 2 Primarchs slapping. Magnus needs to do this on the first try
Over
or he's
here.
going to get hurt.
The Exalted Sorcerer on disc is going to charge the cultist.
Okay.
Come on. I'm rooting for Angron as well. I'm
I do
sorry,
have a
Vic.
CP for heroic.
Yeah,
Got to root
I
for
know.
Angron here.
I know it well.
And we've got some Space Wizards coming in. Lehann doesn't have an interrupt. That helps the T-Suns quite a lot.
Up to you.
Up to me. Let me just decide what I'm going to do. Well, these guys double moved, right?
Yep.
So there's no charge coming.
John C. reckons Magnus is better in combat than
We're on
shooting
the other
anyway.
side, so we're not going to get to smack both squads by
He
doing
is
anything
very
cheeky.
solid in combat.
How many attacks does he have?
It
he
depends
has
if you
5
count his
5
Doom Bolt
attacks.
amongst his shooting, I think.
3 damage each? Same as what other dude. Okay. It doesn't kill the Exalted, it does kill the Jackals. OC1.
C1.
So if I just do nothing, still have the objective, don't lose any Exalted. I don't like you having Exalted Sorcerers on discs. I hate him. I'm gonna kill him. Okay.
Okay.
6.
Let's see.
Gonna mean both of us are gonna have to base because I can't block it off.
So that's a heroic.
Okay.
All right.
Over to you.
Okay, Magnus. I'm going to use 1 save roll from Magnus
Sounds good.
himself. Please, Magnus, please. 2s and 2s.
Can Vic whiff again?
Oh, Lord.
Oh my god, that's a triple 1.
Oh, my God.
No more 2s, Magnus.
3 2s, Magnus.
No, 2s are fine. No more 1s, sorry. Okay, 6 dev wounds.
Oh,
My boy. And then 2 saves.
oh man.
2 4-ups. 2 4-ups.
Oh
That's a
no, he's
good
lost
start.
2 of them.
That's a good start.
Oh,
Okay.
You need to get 2 6-ups here.
2 6-ups. Here we go. This is huge. Can
2
Angron make
6-ups.
it?
Oh no. you-
No, he's died. Oh,
What am I
mate.
doing? Why am I doing this to myself?
It's just stressing.
Oh, good grief. Man, that was really tense. Unbelievable.
I'm sure
I
Vic
hope
didn't
you had
enjoy
fun,
that.
chat.
Unbelievable.
The Exalted on disc will fight the
Oh,
Icarus.
dear.
Sounds good.
Magnus gets away with it. That was peaky. That was squeaky bum time for the Thousand Suns.
But we did have a combat
Good
Primarch,
grief.
That again, please.
Primarch face-off. It wasn't
Yeah.
fair because
Two
Angron was pretty much
81.
dying after being
Problem is Angron's going to
shot
run.
with mind bullets.
Angron's running out of time to have another go now.
So first one is 1.
But goodness gracious,
damage.
that was very close in the end.
You'd think
And then the last
Ariman
one
in
is
chat
2.
is gonna be pretty biased towards Thousand Suns.
Stay exposed. You're down to 1.
Maximum
I don't
efficiency
have-
from
oh, I
Vic
have
VJ.
Down to 1.
Yeah, I just wanted to make it
Okay.
interesting.
Right.
Thought, I know, I'll do 2 wounds with 2 Doom
Your
Bolts,
turn
see
now
if
to
that
fight
adds
me.
some flavour to the
Cool.
match. It's certainly waking the game
Sergeant?
up, hasn't it?
Yep.
So,
Putting on 3s. And
Good
swing
grief.
14. So winning you on 2s,
oh,
rolling
that
for
would have been
20.
very funny.
3 saves, maybe 3 2 damage apiece.
4 ups. It's gone 2
And Magnus just gets to
Cool.
basically do whatever he likes.
And
just
Jackals
pinball
will
around.
activate, ready base
That's going to be
here.
Jenga, I
So
think.
we'll swing
Again.
around.
Just want to check if I've got 18 to Magnus here. I'm going to reroll one of those.
Cool, go for it.
No, still takes it.
Okay. So then we've got 4 Jackals. They're losing an attack because you charged me. So it's just going to be 2 attacks apiece, 8
what
total.
points Lehann can scrape.
Hitting on 4s.
Or how much of a differential we end up looking at.
Goes back in. And then
Primary
strength
looks
3
very
when you
solid
on
for
for
Vic.
5s.
But not world beating, likewise
No
the
rerolls.
secondary,
So
to be
just
honest.
2 AP zeros.
Saves if I fail both, I'm
I
dead.
think it's probably a marginal differential rather
That's
than
unfortunate.
a complete 20-0.
And the jackals can pile in if they want.
I think
Cool.
I need to take a walk to cool off after all that excitement. I'm going to leave it with you, David, and I'm going to see if we've got any other scores.
Yeah,
to
it's
report.
45 minutes
sabotage.
left, so they better have some updates for us.
Makes sense. You killed Angron. You killed my 3-man squad of.
Yeah, so it's 4 for that.
Yep. And ditching sabotage.
Yep.
Cool. I'll get 3 on primary.
3 on primary.
I need to pass battle shocks actually.
Oh yeah.
So we need to. I guess we get to see our cards and then
You do
decide
get
what
to
we
see
want
cards,
to.
yeah.
See that quickly. Sabotage and secure no man's land. That's a big meme. Do we auto post one of these? See what happens with the exalted. So on a 6, he fails.
Oh no.
So in that case, I will spend the CP to auto post the jackals.
Yep.
And for what it's worth, this objective becomes sticky at the end of my command phase. Means that we're stuck with sabotage. Can't cycle it. And you're absolutely getting that. You've got many CP, so moving the exalted quite literally just means we get overwatched. What else can we achieve that's even remotely interesting at this point? Don't care about Magnus. Ornament is going to be the last one alive.
Yeah,
so we
Anger's definitely
could shoot
coming
you with a
back.
Forge Fiend if you battle shock and you can't
Well, at least
overwatch.
hope.
Then at least we've got a resource. Having to auto pass sucks because we can't blood offerings when we kill something in melee to try and bring Angron back, so we're just gonna raw dog that in the start of the next battle round.
It's Angron's
So the
only
only
job
thing
to
that
come
could
back and
conceivably
recover.
get us any points is getting this guy to a position of relative safety and then sitting with the jackals. As far as the 9 points goes, no. So we might as well attempt this. If you use your Overwatch, I get to use the Exalted, which is at least funny.
You can see me. I can see you with those two.
Yeah, no, I'm considering moving here.
Okay.
But then your Overwatch gets full reloads to wound if we're on the.
I've got 3 OC. You're 3 as well, aren't you?
Oh wait, but it won't flip until the end of the movement phase.
Exactly. So I wouldn't get 4
Okay.
rerolls, just 1.
Cool. So we're gonna put the fortunate on the objective.
But I will chuck my full Overwatch into that.
That makes sense.
Round 1, clock to me. Hazardous check. 9 number of shots. It's 10. Not near Magnus, so 5s, rerolling 1s, and that gets flipped to a 6. So you've just got 6 dev wounds, that's all.
Just 6 dev wounds, you
Just
say?
6 dev wounds.
Just 6 dev wounds.
So 4 fiends and 7 wounds, 6 death wounds is not something. I'd like to
Sixes.
see.
Take 1, so we take 5. So he's
2.
down to 2.
Here's the 2 flamers.
Yeah,
Then 3
4 fiends
flamers,
down
sorry.
2.
Yep.
Actually, I can do the little flamer too. That is 9, 11 again. So 4, 8, 11. 6s, rerolling 1s. Just 1 save, AP2, ignore cover.
So 5 up.
Good.
Nice.
And then we've got the Soul Reaper Cannon. 6s with sustained, 2 hits. 1 dev wound, 1 save.
Got no CP to do anything of this. So the dev wound, 6 off field pain. No.
No.
And the save is AP1.
AP1, yeah.
Don't get cover, so 4 up. It's
Good.
fine.
Just
Okay,
takes
down to
1. And then the Sorcerer's Psychic Attack.
Let's go.
Last
Down
thing.
to the last attack.
Nothing.
Thank God.
Cool.
Okay.
You survive.
Okay. Wonderful. Maybe wonderful is a strong word, but wonderful. Okay, cool. So your Overwatch is gone. So in that case, I think we. There's no way you can't reach him if you really want to. When you kill him, just to make sure that I don't score anything else. So at the very least, I can at least start making inroads on the squad. Just maybe you don't kill me back and you don't get engaged or whatever. Huffing that copium, but you know. So yeah, I guess we'll just move to right here. Oops. We can charge him, get back off the train. He is battle shocked and on 1 wound. Yeah, sabotage is fairly pointless. We've got secure no man's hand by staying in place.
Yeah, with all the flamers and all the psychic powers, the wounds and everything,
Actually, a very
it's
valid
amazing.
point. If we
It's really
the
scary
Rubies
to
are
move
OC2
around
each,
fast.
we don't kill enough with a pylon and a consolidate. You'd be
You
able
kind
to
of
get
need to
like
hit them
70
from behind the
million
wall
on.
and kill them as much as you can, but
That
you
is
know.
actually just stupidly risky to charge you. Okay, so we won't. So we'll stand there and look pretty.
You have to minimize
I
the
guess.
activations because
Okay,
they've got
so
shooting phase, they've got
decide
the cabals. You
Fortune
want to
will
not give them
put
overwatch
everything
wherever you
into the
can.
squad in front of him. 33 shots. 3, 2, 2, and then you roll 5 on soul, so I'll get blast. 1 extra each. Bring you on 4s for -1 for damaged. And then strength 10, so winning you on 2s. How many AP3? 3 damage?
Yeah, 5 ups. 4 dead.
Cool, and then let's take a battle shock, please.
So he can potentially take the objective away from Vic.
Okay, cool.
That didn't
Well,
quite
yeah,
work.
overwatch is gone, that's actually pointless. Okay, that's fine. We've taken you off the objective, that's all we wanted. It's 5 fewer points on turn 4. Not that it's gonna matter that much. I guess then we could charge. We can't charge here and stay on the objective. We'd have to charge at the back. Chill here, force you to come this way. So we'll do that. He's gonna go in for a 4.
Oh, no.
Disastrous.
Oh no, CP.
Disastrous.
Oh god,
Okay.
that's the worst roll.
Okay, so he'd go straight this way and base this guy over there.
I need to kill loads of these.
I have just given you, the point over there, and given myself taking away the 2. I was really, really, really intelligent. Okay, we're not going to bother charging here because you kill me. Yeah, that's it. So we'll fight. 6 attacks, hitting you on 3s. And strength 14. So winning you on 2s, rerolling to twin linked. Okay, that many AP3s, a 2 damage apiece, please.
5 ups. 3 dead.
Cool. Can't consolidate, so we'll stand where we are. Over to you.
Okay. You're going to be okay, mate, I think. Yeah, I can't quite reach the objective, so I'd only get 3 OC there, so you're alright. Okay, so Araman.
Yep.
All hit.
Oh.
Wounding on 3s, I think. Yeah. 4 AP ones. 3 damage each.
Nope, there's a fight phase actually, not a shooting
damage?
phase.
Yeah. Oh, just about. Oh no,
No,
is he
thank you.
exalted?
Exalted, 5 up. Yep. He's on 1, so
Nice.
even a single fell would
We'll
kill him.
see. Sorcerer. 1 hit. +1 to wound. 1 wound. AP 1.
So 4 up.
Oh
Fine.
no, and then the rubric. Oh,
Oh.
that's nice.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, so the 8 bound survives.
That was a whole lot of stress for nothing, but
But you do get secure.
cool. I'll get secure. I'll discard sabotage for a CP. Then go up to 2.
And we will get cards
turn.
and blessings.
Next round.
So we'll see
Battle
Van when
round
finally
5.
comes
So I
back.
owe you my from me. Cool. Owe you my blood offerings. Ready for Angron.
So is there a 666?
Nope. Okay.
No.
I guess exact same thing. You're going to do both into death there. We'll take feel no pain.
Alrighty, we're back
for
in the
level
room.
3 and +2 to move.
Now I've gone up and done some photos for these
nothing
wonderful
Yeah.
photos we've got coming up.
Angron just
So
failed to come
extend,
back.
Ah,
level
mate,
force. Oh,
that's
nice.
such a waste.
Battle shocks. The cultist here.
We've got a
The
few
hero.
scores to announce as well. The
fine.
Chris Kinnair sisters have
Infernal
beaten the
Master.
Dark Angels
Fine.
20-0.
And
So this new Dark Angels list getting its first run out into the England list. That is a 20-0 for the England team. Manny's Blood Angels have 20-0'd the Grey Knights. And Chris Radford's Grey Knights have done what Grey Knights do
10-10?
10-10 the Necrons, yeah, you know it.
1, 2.
So looking like a very strong round.
13, 3, 5, 5.
It's currently 68 to 12.
That's yeah, that's looking very solid. Just wait for that to be confirmed.
Sticky goes away. Over.
Angron can't come back now, can he?
You just have to take leadership test.
No
back
Angron
there.
reses
If you wanna-
again,
if
really
you want sequences
sad for
differently or
them.
whatever,
No,
yes.
he's free to do so.
Leadership.
Which means at this stage Magnus can basically do
Both
Two
the
more
way out
to
of that.
death. They are.
whatever the heck he likes.
Yeah, it's very tough now.
Oh man, Jacob's making some more visuals over on to the right of me, and I cannot stress enough how much of a pro this guy is. Like, there's just some really funny, good images.
Okay,
created. He's
so
done
we
the
are
whole
gonna
coaching team
shoot.
now. So you're going to get us all
we're
looking
gonna
very
do
silly coming up on
Doom
socials
bolt,
very
not
soon.
there. Aaron's going to do Doom bolts into the guy who he's with.
Sounds good.
Yeah, amazing.
No. Do it like this. So Doom bolt here.
Very good time here too.
He's just dead. Oh no,
Doom
feel
bolt.
no pain. It's D6. It's 9.
9 damage from Doombolt into 1 wound force
Sweet.
field.
So that's the double doom bolt.
Salt
That did 2
in the
wounds.
wounds, my man.
2
Father.
wounds to Angron.
Nope, he's gone. Cool.
9 to the Forge
It's
Fiend.
this guy.
Oh, okay, cool.
9 into him.
Oh, that makes me much less sad. I hate the Forge Fiend.
The second Doom
Lehann
bolt
not
is
very
over there
impressed
for
with his
that guy.
Forge Fiends
Oh,
today.
nine
It
again.
doesn't feel like a matchup
Yeah.
where
One
they're
of,
needed, right? This
one
is-
of them just blocked Angron, right? Because of that cultist.
Yeah,
So-
this is a they're a combat piece, they're a
Eminently
tech piece for
more
combat matchups, ironically, and they don't give you much into Thousand
six.
Suns.
So yeah, the scoring is
No, he's
WTC,
dead.
so 20-0 means if you have, it's bracketed, if you are 56 points ahead of your opponent,
Cool,
you get
and then
20-0.
Magnus will just shoot everything
If
into those
you are
cultists with
within
full
6
rerolls.
inch,
I will pick them
6
up.
points
Good
difference
game,
from
that
your
was pointless.
opponent, it's
That was the last
10-10.
shooter, right?
It's
Thank you so much, Vic.
Thank you.
Thank you, dude. I really enjoyed playing this.
Cheers, yeah, me
I'm
too,
just going to
bro.
go over and congratulate our players and I'll check in.
Yep.
yeah, this is pretty much game over. There's nothing left for Warditos to do. It's 51 points ahead, so I think it's 91. 19-1.
Champion. Thank you for coming
Thanks,
on the
dude.
stream. That was
That was
a really
fun.
lovely game to watch.
Yeah, it was a great game to watch.
What if though? What if I just don't die? And I was like, oh, don't like it. Oh no! It's to the wound in the end, wasn't it? Pretty much. Like,
Yeah, it was, I think, yeah, pretty
like
much.
thereabouts.
But
6 dev wounds, 5 wounds left.
yeah,
I need to make
yeah,
this
yeah.
success.
Oh.
I put double Doom Bolt in the last game. It did like 12
it.
damage
Yeah,
each
yeah,
time.
yeah. It's like
This time I did like 4.
Nothing. Like unbelievable. Yeah. You were a gem.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Really, really good.
That is
Stream really
exactly
enjoyed it.
20.
Oh, exactly 20.
Perfect.
Perfect. There we
If you
go.
don't mind me asking.
So, the game's over.
All right, guys. And the T-Suns make it home with the 20-0.
Mm.
Very close in the end. You know, Lehann was in there for points, and I think
Yes.
Angron needed to do something at the death, didn't he, to get some points back, and he deigned to show his face. So that's 1,000 Suns 20-0. So by my estimate, that puts the team on 88, which I think is a round
Yes.
win at this stage.
I think it's 86 to a win.
Yep. So we've got 3 results to come in. We've got the CSM versus the Tyranids, Eldar into the Tau, Votan Mirror. And the Votan Mirror is the exciting one.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Josh French is giving Harrison a good game. I'm just very curious to see whether Josh is able to muscle out a score there.
Is it going close? Is it going...
It was been close the whole way through. Yeah,
so
really
it's going
close and cagey.
10-ish?
Hard to say at this stage. That's the thing. I've not been over there in a little while. And the thing is, looking at a mirror, I'm finding it. They've still got so many tanks alive each. It's really hard to tell if anything's actually, you know, what the ground is like and what the scores are like. But I know Josh has been giving him a good game. So come on, Josh.
So, I suppose in the meantime, we could show you the current standing for the schedules, which is here. Which Bosch? So, the confirmed scores. You can see Money, Blood Angels, 20-0 the Grey Knights. It's a difficult matchup for you guys, I feel like, because you're just
It's
getting
rough.
chased down
Yeah,
the board.
it's
You
very
can
rough.
only miss one unit,
And with
right?
Manny's list, you can just leave no ground for them to go to, right? Just fill the whole board.
Then Nassim does what Nassim does. 18 Bulgarian running at you. It's tough to stop them. And Thousand Suns can throw their shenanigans at them, but you know there is always damage reductions. There is feel no pains, so it's also tough to get through.
Yeah. And you know, Nasus has played that matchup so many times.
So there are 3 big wins currently. You've got on the very top Sisters 20-0. You've got the draw from Grey Knights and Necrons, the most unexciting game ever. It's we just want to play the mission. It's like Necron Mirror, Grey Knight Mirror. It's more of we don't want to kill each other. We just want to play the mission.
And Chris Radford again, he's been working hard on the Grey Knights. And if he needs to go in and get a close result, he can do it. So yeah, it's strong. I think playing out very positively, definitely above expectations.
And yeah, you'll have a hell of a job trying to keep number 1 as Thousand Suns once. I mean, you might do it now because Thousand Suns got nerfed, so the players returning from WTC won't probably be playing them after.
I don't think they will. No, I don't.
So you might keep your spot.
I think that's it. You know,
you might have hit the sweet spot before the
key
WTC.
to coming number 1 in a faction is to play it when it's good, but not too good.
Yeah, when top players don't try to take your
you
spot
don't want
away.
some mercenary turning up and stealing it off you.
Yeah, it is looking really good for England. I'm curious how the...
Yeah, I mean, this is a round win already now, pretty much. Because what else are we missing? We're missing anything else?
There you
We've
go.
got the other 20 coming in, so that confirms the round win.
Yeah, that's the round win already.
Round win confirmed.
Now it's how dominant can it be because you want as many points as possible.
They want every point, you know, with the seeding in the rankings, you know, goal difference, if you will, absolutely crucial. So they really, really want to get the most of that.